Gamers, welcome to GriftWatch. Today, gamers, we're going to have a look at various coverage of PLZA, and we're going to see just how we're going to rate them on our scale. So, without further ado, I want the first person to step up on the Griftometer, gamers. And he's someone that you might recognize. I've seen him about, never watched one of his videos. But gamers, you know him, you love him, you can't live without him. It looks like it's going to be Smith Plays Pokemon, who's going to come at us with...
So I've been playing Pokemon.
Pokemon Legends hate is insane! So we're going to start this off with a nice baseline, and then we're going to get into the craziness. How does that sound, gamers? And how does that sound? We're going to get like a nice look into how someone who has a Pokemon channel thinks of the discourse. So without further ado, Smith, take it away.
So I've been playing Pokemon Legends ZA since Monday, and the original plan was to make one big, expansive covering review video. But as I did my first playthrough of the game and then saw it released to the wider community on Wednesday, there has been a growing feeling and set of thoughts inside of me that I just can't put off waiting to talk about this in like a month. Over the last 2 days,
so then people on the line, isn't it? So then people, even Smith Plays, remember, I don't think this is someone who, just to clarify, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think this is someone who like talks about the discourse much.
Have you ever heard of...
He's just someone who like likes to talk about Pokemon. Do you know what I mean? He's just like a Pokemon guy. So even even Mr. Smith is like, punching into the, he's getting his, feet wet in the discourse. Poor guy. Even he couldn't stop it. That's how big this one was, you know what I mean? That's how big this was.
An overwhelming amount of negativity towards
it's crazy,
this game,
isn't it?
And I think it is broadly misinformed. Now, for context, if you don't know who I am, you might have a gut response to what I just said. Like, oh, Smith Plays Pokemon YouTube channel. This is clearly a Nintendo shill who's here to just spread blind optimism. And that's probably as far from the truth as you could get, because
a lot of
I have spent almost this entire channel growing an audience looking at Pokemon from an extremely critical lens. I have gone so far as to make my own ROM hacks fixing the things I don't like in old Pokemon games, which has even probably got me blacklisted by Nintendo. So no, I am not a Nintendo.
I'll be real with you, Smith. I don't think Nintendo knows who you are. I'll be real with you, man. I don't think they know who you are, little bro.
Nintendo shell. Nintendo did not send me an early copy nor a free Switch 2. When Pokemon Sword and Shield first dropped, I indulged in the broad spread hatred that game received. The animations were
I think what you all kind of did, mainly because Sword and Shield was like the nuke, wasn't it, that destroyed the Pokemon community. If there was any semblance of a Pokemon community, the nuke was this. We're feeling the aftershocks from this up again. Spam it in the chat. The trees, gamers, the trees, they're eternal. They've ruined everything. The trees killed. What did the trees do to you, gamers? The trees stole my wallet, poisoned the water supply, and destroyed our crops. It didn't, but we're going to stand around until it does. That's what is going to happen, Gib. Get down here, the trees! The trees! It's unbelievable, isn't it? High quality animations! In all fairness, I think this is, I don't think anyone's going to disagree much when they say, obviously the discourse on the internet was overblown, but I think with, the poor graphics for, Nintendo's or Game Freak's big blowout Switch Pokemon outing, the Dexit as well didn't help. So I think there was a lot of reasons for most Pokemon fans, grifters or not, to just be like, yeah, this kind of sucked. Do you know what I mean? I think to this day, I think this. I don't know how many of you guys like Sword and Shield, but it's not a safe space for you. Okay, it's not a safe space for you.
The wild zones were kind of disappointing, and overall, yeah, it felt like a disappointment for what we were expecting on the Switch. And I actually think that in a big way, that game's release has led to where we are today.
Yeah, I would say so,
Up until the end of Generation 7, Pokemon could always lean back on the fact that it was handheld. Sure, let's go, whatever. But for the most part, it was like, yeah, of course these aren't going to be the best quality games. They're on the DS, right? And when Sword and Shield dropped on the Switch, that one giant floodgate holding back this wave of criticism finally was released. And I think it's made hating Pokemon much more popular in the Switch era. And I think because it's become such a popular norm, people have kind of turned off their ability to critically think.
I think that's probably the big issue. Right? I think that's my issue as well. You can hate Pokemon all you want. Nothing wrong with that, of course. I think it's just when people lie. I think I said this many a time. My one big issue is when people start lying. As long as what you're saying is facts, then I'll make fun of you, but I can't necessarily disagree. Does that make sense? When people say the buildings, the trees, they're not necessarily wrong. I just like making fun of it because it's such an overblown criticism. Do you know what I mean? It's such an unbelievably overused, boring criticism. But it's true though, right? But when people just like outright start like what's the one going around right now, chat? The fucking Lumio is just one big model. I'm like, what? I don't know much about game design, but I don't think that's how it works. I don't think, and even if it was so, if anything, they're just going to show like they've optimized it. If it's one big model, they've optimized it, right, to work as well. It's like, it's just one big model. It's just one big tiny model. It doesn't even, because someone showed a screenshot zoomed out of all of Zoomos, and it's like the model was used in the museum, so it's fake news. Yeah, I just don't know. Like that. That's what I'm just like. What are we doing here, boys? What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Thanks so much, Cam.
Hate me, but do it honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Hate me, but do it honestly. Just hate modern Pokemon all you want. So many instances hate modern Pokemon. Just don't lie. It's like, oh no, they didn't optimize it. Yeah, the same people who want modeled balconies. Lying is such a dumb idea when it comes to argument because it immediately discounts your entire argument. Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. My brother believes this shit. Oh no! Oh no! Poor guy. Listen, pour one out for Simeon, guys. Pour one out for Simeon. Yeah, so I think me and Smith are in agreement here. It's just basically people that lie. That's the issue I have.
Feels like a lot of rehashing on old ground. But that said, it's certainly not a perfect game, and I definitely understand people having frustrations with specifically Nintendo's practices, but I also think there is room to separate Nintendo from the gameplay experience itself. And I want to go through those specific criticisms. The first, and this is certainly coming...
I would say it is like uniquely frustrating that when I watch even if, say, for example, you're like, I don't want like someone who's overly positive. I don't even want someone who's negative. I just want someone that's played the game. Like how ridiculous is this chat? I know when I was like simming through different PLZA coverage to like, you know, gather videos for this, there were like somewhere I'm just like, are you going to show something other than trailer footage? That's the big issue. Imagine I don't think any other community has this issue. Like, at least not to such a wide extent, right? If someone criticized the latest Mario, you're like, okay, he at least played the game. With this one, I can't even tell. I'm asking too much for someone to play the game. How is that asking too much? It's ridiculous, isn't it? That's the problem. That's another big problem too.
From the Sword and Shield era are graphics. Now, when people say graphics, they actually mean two things. They mean visually how it looks, but the other thing that right? often incorporates is performance.
Yeah.
Visually, I am someone who is very happy to go back and play Pokemon Blue on my Game Boy Color. So I have never really played Pokemon for the graphics.
Bruv, that's such a hard thing to admit to. Oh, Smith, why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? Because, again, Pokemon is in this weird, like, state where none of us were ever playing Pokemon for the graphics. Let's be real, chat. They're like static sprites that like slide around every now and again. Those were the look at the games on the DS and then look at like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, where they're like sprites just moving around every now and again. Tail whip animation is literally the Pokemon doing 2 circles. When we had like new Super Mario Bros. DS, like making, do you see what I mean? Like Pokemon has always been like behind graphically, if you really think about it. But of course, like now that's just because it's cool to hate Pokemon. That's like something on the forefront. Like we're looking for graphics or art style. I think that's the thing. I think me and Luke talked about this yesterday. Actually, I think Pokemon would help itself if we went for a more stylized look instead of just like trying this like art style they've got currently. You know, imagine if like PLZA looked like Hi-Fi Rush. I don't think it'd get like half as many complaints. I think that's fair to say, right? I think it's just that Switch era Pokemon doesn't even have a coherent art style or like a striking stylized art style, should I say? I think that's the issue. You know what I mean? The 3DS games look great. I mean, they look great, but like compare it to like even some of the other. If you compared Pokemon on any console to like the stuff that other consoles were doing, it was never like the premier game. You would never look at Pokemon was never the crisis of the handheld series games. You know what I mean? They just of the handheld consoles. It never was. It never was at all. You could say it looked nice, which it did, but it was never like a graphical powerhouse. What it had was a unique style, which is something that I can't really say Switch Pokemon has, that at least to a striking degree, or at least like a prominent style, should we say. Like, PLL's art style looked good. I think it looked fine. Again, imagine something like Hi-Fi Rush, though. Imagine. Some of them were the only Pokemon games that felt like they were graphically on par. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say so now I'm thinking about it. But yeah, there's something stylized would look so good. Yeah, they should say art direction instead. I always get people confuse graphics with art direction. Yeah, it's one of those. It's see again. Imagine chat. Imagine all the discourse you've ever been part of on the internet. People say Sonic fans are bad and Mario fans are this. With Pokemon fans, you have to deal with: have you played the game, and do you know what you mean when you say graphics? Because what you mean to say is art direction, which I would agree. I would like if Pokemon took a better, different art direction. That's what I would say. But yeah, it's cooked, Smith. It's cooked. It's cooked.
That is, however, very subjective, and if you are unhappy with how this game looks, I think you have every right to feel that way. Performance-wise, I had an early copy on Switch 1, and yeah, it's not great. I find it to be a tricky argument, though. Is this Pokemon's fault? Is this Game Freak's fault? Or is it just kind of tough to make games with Xbox 360 hardware in 2025? On the other side, though, yeah, it sucks to have to buy a new console just to play a game in its optimized setting. So I'm not going to fight you there either.
The Switch one's pretty good. I know nothing. I wonder if someone can help me in the chats, plural, if you guys can help me. I have no idea how the Switch one runs. Xbox hardware. I think he's referred to the Switch one. The Switch one is fucking antiquated, let's be real. Graphically. It's probably on par with an Xbox 360, I think it's fair. I will say that Sword and Shield, Wild Areas, and most of SV looked really bad. Legends Arceus and ZA looked fine. I would say they looked okay. I don't know if I'd say bad. I'd say they looked fine. They looked okay, you know? They're just now catching up. Playing on Switch one's okay. Much better than SV. Hardly an achievement, but I get what you mean. Model Pokemon is effectively the NSMB Wii of its art style. It's fine, but doesn't stand out much. I think that's a good comparison, actually. I think that's a very, very good comparison. Had it ran fine. Okay, so I guess it ran fine. I guess he probably just had an unfortunate experience. Because I remember with me and SV, my SV ran relatively fine compared to most people. You saw the compilations, right? Good Lord. Some people were, you know.
The one thing I need to say is this game is running really good on the Switch 2. The misinformation is fooling a lot of people who haven't played it yet, and they're seeing some random screenshot of someone playing on their Switch 1 in handheld mode and the worst possible framing, and that's just not representative of what this game is capable of. If you don't want to pay $600 to play this game optimally, yeah, you're justified, but it's really disingenuous towards Game Freak to say that the game doesn't run well. Now, one of the other...
And it's when stuff like this, I think the worst part about stuff like this happening is that I've always been the kind of person who the discourse is wherever the discourse is, right? Because in a month from now, even 2 weeks from now, their collective internet is going to move on, and while people are still going to shit on Pokemon, most of it's just going to die down, right? I think what makes it worse is that if there are people that actually want Game Freak to listen, why would they ever listen to us? I know it's always a mistake whenever any fucking dev team listens to the fans. I always think it's a bit, you should always approach with caution, but I think Game Freak is the one company where if you told me they literally just block every fan channel, every fan, I'd be like, you're not fair. I think you're so fair for that. I think they're genuinely extremely fair for that. I don't go too much for the discourse, but it feels so this one feels so invasive and disingenuous. It gets under my skin. I wouldn't say it's gone that far for me, but I could definitely understand it. Again, it feels, this one feels a bit bigger than, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but this one feels a lot bigger than most discourse, because you already had Pokemon hate that was already high. It was already on a high. Then you have Switch 2 hate, which is already high. And it feels like a fucking unstoppable force, but an immovable object. And that's how we've got PLCA discourse. It genuinely feels that way, doesn't it? It's crazy, man. I've never seen anything like it.
Going into the release of
it's to the point where Smith's plays Pokemon had to talk about it. He never talks about stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Was that it would all be taking place in Lumio City. This is kind of the second Legends game, right? The first one was Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it took place across Sinnoh, kind of. And before even playing it, people were saying, well, it's only going to be in one city. That's stupid. It's bad. So I think one idea that's really important to understand about game design is that big isn't always good. I mean, look at Starfield. It's infinite and broad, but very shallow. Pokemon Legends Arceus captivated a very tailored atmosphere with its width, but it was completely lacking in depth. Whereas
I just want to clarify as well. I'm not talking about Velicify. You guys are kidding me. Holy 2010 chat. Okay, anybody asking me for Velicify, I'm banning you. Okay, that guy is persona non grata. Okay, that guy is persona non. Don't at me about him. All right, I just want to make it very clear. I'd literally rather cover Nintendo 10 more times and fall asleep than talk about Vanessa. Like, brother, come on, relax yourself, okay? Never
Lumia
happening.
City actually does a pretty good job of this. There's this like 40 law or something where like in a game, you should always have something to do within 40 seconds of movement for the player. And yeah, I guess in Legends Arceus, you could catch your 80th Bidoof. But in Lumia City, like it actually feels like there's always something going on.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing I like about. I think that's one thing that this game makes me excited for in future Pokemon games. Right? I know that playing PLZA, I always felt like there was something to do. There was always like mega shards to collect. There was always like sometimes there'd be some rare spawns on a rooftop. It would turn night so that I could do some like I'd do a little bit of grinding for the tickets. Maybe someone with a side mission that I could like help out. It felt like there was always like some more so than PLA. That's one thing I really like. I think that this game gets far better than PLA. Is that this one? It feels like you're engaging with the world way more. Way more. I'm like literally. I think if you see my live stream, the moment I finish the tutorial, I'm like, put me in. I want to explore. I just want to explore the world. I just want to figure out what's going on. It felt like they refined that way more, and it only makes the next game they make going to be so much more better than this. Yeah, it had much more dense and intentional design. Oh, absolutely. I think that's what makes this one far better for me, at least on that front. I'm not sure if it's far better overall. I'm curious. I'm inclined to say yes, but I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Thanks so much, Mandy Guy, by the way.
The wild Pokemon.
That's 100% start beef. I have just 2020, bro. We're really gonna mention Villis in 2025. Come on, guys. Come on, chat. Be real.
You have other Pokemon all over the city, and you're often running into these higher leveled Pokemon or even alphas. And
even the alpha. Oh, the alphas were so much fun. The alphas. I think the alphas were so much more fun in this game because not only were they like a big game catch, right, but because they were about your level, if not higher, it made for like a cool, like, you can catch someone and instantly have an impact in your team. Because I think this Pokemon game goes back, does the thing where when you catch a Pokemon, generally it's about like 6, 7, 8 levels lower than you. Which makes it harder to just like completely integrate into your team. That's one thing I really liked about Gen 5, 6, 7, and 8. I think 9 also did this, where the levels were quite close to you. But in this one, I felt like the levels were quite far. So the fact that the alphas were always like about your level or if not higher just meant you could immediately put it in and slap it in your team. That happened to me a couple times. I thought that made it a lot more of an interesting catch, you know?
It just feels tighter. And I guess you could say, well, it's just one city. It feels the same. I don't know. I care more about what I'm doing in the space. Over my 30 to 4 hours of gameplay, I'm having a more fun time doing all kinds of different things in a place that is relatively all the same. More so than like doing the same thing in different places. People also saying like the city is lazy.
Yeah. Hang on. I want to hear that again. That's a good point.
More so than like doing the same all kinds of different things in a place that is relatively all the same. More so than like doing the same thing in different places.
Yeah, because people will say it's like one zone, right? People say, oh, like it's one zone, right? But like, I think that's the one thing I was really excited for PLC, because people were saying, why is it only Lumious? I'm like, well, it being Lumious makes it like condensed, more packed. They could pack so much more in. And it does feel a lot more condensed and packed. I would say the only time that like it feels a bit is it makes for worse catching. That's the only problem I hate about like it being one zone, because like all of a sudden it's like, oh, new wild zones have become active, and it's like, oh, okay, let me go to this zone. Why is it snowing now? This feels like I should have just gone to Snow Bell City or whatever it's called, you know? Like when they tried to like add in different biomes, it did feel a bit like, I'd rather just have explored an area that just was this. Like you made this like that sandy area with like the Crocorocs and the Sandals. I'd rather have just gone to like an area that had that, you know, the area next to the power plant, for example. That's the only time where I felt like it should have had like the scope kind of fucked with me. But in general, yeah, like as a whole, I'd rather do a lot of things in a small area than like those same things scattered about a whole bunch of different areas. So I always thought that criticism was just weird. I would just rather feel like I'm going on a proper adventure. Well, I don't know, Matthew. Maybe you should just buy the game. Maybe you should buy the game, Matthew. Maybe you should buy the game at full price for full price retail, and then you'll be like, wow, Musti, I get it. How about that, Matthew? How about that, Daniel? How about that? I like how the new wild zones were put over parts of the city you're already in, but I would have preferred other locales of the region. Yeah, definitely. I think the only time where the one zone fucked with me was the catching. It definitely made the catching weaker. But in every other aspect, I think it made it for a better game, personally. We say Pokemon Legends is a good place to start. Good place to start? It's a little on the harder side, so I do expect a little bit of a tough game, but I think you could start with this, yeah.
People also saying like the city is lazy. You can't go into.
I don't think it would have been too difficult for them to add maybe a bit of a jungle or snow on the outskirts of Loomis rather than corporate. Oh yeah, definitely, 100%, 100%. I think they definitely could have done that, and they feel too small. Oh yeah, 100%. I think the wild zones could have been implemented better. I do think it works for the story of the game, it being like haphazard, it being a bit haphazard. But yeah, I think just exploring it just isn't really that fun, I know, continue.
Buildings thing in different places. People also saying like the city is lazy. You can't go into buildings. Yeah, I do kind of agree with that one. I don't think this needs to be GTA where you can go into people's apartments. You gotta ask yourself, like from a game design perspective, what does that add to Pokemon? The answer is not very much. But you can't go in the shops. And you could even do that in X and Y. That is a classic like 3 steps forward, 2
Hang on. I want to see if he mentions it. Hang on.
steps back kind of Pokemon thing that this company is known and justifiably criticized for. I've also been seeing...
Justified, sure. I'll agree with that. What I will say is, I think when people do the building criticism, they don't do it correctly. I think that's what pisses me off. We're going to see today, chat, if someone does it correctly. When you want to criticize the buildings, there's one criticism that's correct, which is... for example, right, you can't walk into a cafe, right? You go to a cafe, there's a guy outside, he takes your order, you sit with your Pokemon, you get a nice view of Loomis, however it is, and you chill, right? If you want to criticize the buildings, well, if going to a cafe, if going to a cafe was the game's way of activating photo mode to have like a scenic view of like Lumios and what have you, wouldn't it have been nice to maybe have that indoors as well? Like, I don't care that I don't get to go inside a shop. I don't give a shit. Just have it outside. I would have liked it to go inside a restaurant, because the various restaurants of or cafes of Lumios, maybe they could have different interiors. They're going to be based on different things. Maybe you can chat up the waiter and he tells you a bit of lore about the restaurant, It was made after the fucking blah, 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 That's way cooler. Going in, because the reason I say this is because you get to go inside, the Lumios Museum and Hotel Richisme. I thought those two buildings were really, really cool. I don't want to go inside fuck-ass House 12, but I would love to see what Cafe Pokemon and Me looks like, Do they have murals of the various Pokepuffs that you fed your Pokemon back in X and Y? It would have been nice to have that as an interior to take a picture with, to use the photo mode. That would have been great. That would have been a cool way to incorporate the buildings, But when people say you can't go inside the shop, I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care that I can't go in a shop. I'd rather be able to go inside a cafe or something like that. You know what I mean? Or bring the star cafes. Yeah, literally, or something like that, man. So yeah, when people say that, the criticism as a whole is justified, but people never point it in the correct direction, which is probably the cafes and stuff, not the shops, because I don't give a shit about the shops. Okay. Yeah, even GTA games, don't let go to random houses. Listen, don't talk about it. Listen. You can't let the grift stop. Okay? This feels like I lived in Pokemon City, not a tiny pixelated carousel like Castilian, black and white. I also have run city compared to the other games. True. Was it a tiny pixelated carousel? Yeah. Don't tell the black and white stands you said that. Okay.
People saying the music is bad. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You don't have. Cooked. Yeah, I agree with you saying that they're cooked. They're cooked.
What world? Even within the incredibly...
This is the part where I'm saying the people are who said this. I actually want to know, Smith, who said this. Of all the things I've seen, chat, I've not seen any person criticize the music. I'm actually saying people, you have to show me proof. The other things you've said, I could believe people on the line have said this. Who's saying this? No, I just want to talk to him. I think someone said, I don't know who it was. I think it was Moon Ghost. I think someone said the big criticism was there's not enough remixed X and Y music. That's what, yeah, and I would say that's true. There's only a couple of remix tracks from X and Y. Obviously, you got Lumios, you got the Battle Theme, etc. I would have loved if there was more, but unfortunately, there isn't.
High standard that Pokemon has set for its soundtracks. This is above average. Oh my, dude, it's great. The music is top tier. There's also been a lot of complaints about the story, and this is specifically one I think people are saying not having finished the game. This is one of the better written Pokemon games. The game starts slow and takes time to flesh out its characters, but this builds a foundation from which the rest of the story then sits much better upon. I
definitely have my gripes with the story, which I want to explore when I talk about it in a video. But I think the story and the characters as a whole are done mostly fantastically. I do have some gripes, which I'll get into later. I don't want to spoil it now, just in case people haven't finished the game. But overall, yeah, this is probably if you're asking me right now, Chan, I'm gonna be honest, probably in terms of characters, easily the best written Pokemon game. If we're in terms of characters, I'd say I like the story and the theming of Black and White maybe a bit better. But these are easily the best characters ever written, and I don't even. I'd say there's at least a decent gap between the next game, I would say, definitely, in terms of character writing.
Take some time to familiarize yourself with the city before any major storyline moments take place. And I will also say, if you're not that far into it yet, a lot of times the game will make decisions where you're like, oh, that's classic Pokemon, or that's really cringe even. And then later does something that recontextualizes it, and you're like, oh, okay, GG, Game Freak. That
Yes.
was...
Oh my God, gamers. I'm glad he said that. That's literally my feelings on the story. There were so many times I'm just like, it's a game for kids. Mostly it's a game for kids. It's a game for kids. It's a game for kids. But then I was like, wait, hang on. What? What? You did a great frame to pause on. Yes, I'm Smith Plays Pokemon. Yes, gamers. Oh yes, you should have seen me last night. I was on the town having some crack cocaine. It was amazing.
It's clean.
I'll pause on that frame. I think that frame's a bit better. But yeah, there were so many instances where I'm just like, what the? I didn't realize you were that bad to the bone, Pokemon. I didn't really. I think the characters are great. But I think the story is very unfocused. I think that's kind of I would say I need to think about it some more. But I would say it's mainly going for an episodic approach. That's probably why it felt that way. It wasn't trying to go for one big overarching story. It was, oh, you're going for your E rank? Here's this guy named Ivor. Have a listen to him. Oh, you're going for your D rank? Oh, here's this trainer. Go find out what their deal is. I quite like the episodic approach. Oh, here's some megas. Let's team up and figure out what's going on. I quite liked it, if I'm being honest, you know?
Also, people saying it's really easy. I agree with that. I do think that this game plays on the easier side.
Okay, I want to say this is mainly coming from you, someone who knows Pokemon very, very well. I would say that's a. I'd say maybe the only way you could say it's easy is if I could see maybe someone over leveling if in between every story thing they did every single side quest. Because I can imagine if someone did every side quest before doing every main mission, they'd probably be a bit over leveled. You know, I'm bad at Pokemon. How about you get banned, nerd? How about you get banned? I'm the next Wolfie Glick. Okay. No, I think this one's definitely on the. You can't say this is on the harder end. I think you can't say. I think it's pretty easy to overlevel. Yeah, I think that's probably why it's probably a bit easy to overlevel. But I think if you stay within the game's bounds, this is easily like one of the harder ones. 100%. You switch a lot. I think it's because I didn't want to. Because the main reason I kept switching out Pokemon is because I didn't want to stay over leveled. I think if you stay with the levels that the game intends, the game is pretty decently tough. But I think what the issue was that people were just probably kept using the same team over and over and over. Which I mean I think you could probably get into an interesting conversation as to. Because for me, I find it much more interesting to rotate out Pokemon. You know, I find it so much more easier to play that way. I was actually only 15 levels over the whole story and I didn't grind. Okay, that's a little crazy. Maybe I'm a bit different. To be fair, a lot of opportunities become really easy if you overlevel. Yeah, I think it's one of those weird criticisms when people say the game's too easy, because I'm like, well, what level were you? You know? I think having to self-regulate yourself in that way isn't particularly good design. I wasn't really, I mean, I suppose you're right, but then again, I wouldn't really consider it self-regulated. There was just so many Pokemon I wanted to use that I was just swapping out Pokemon all the time. Because I just wanted to use more Pokemon, you know what I mean? I just wanted to use loads of Pokemon. That's my issue. Because most people, I get it. Most people are probably play with your standard team of 6 and you're on through the story. And in terms of that, I would say, yeah, it probably is a bit on the easier side if you just play with your same team over and over again. How else do you regulate them? Lower the level they listen to you? I think so. I think that's probably how you do it, right? It's interesting. But yeah, again, it's like one of those things. In every, like, name me an RPG that isn't dog shit easy if you over level. The argument should be how easy is it to over level. With Pokemon, that crisis has been interesting because most of the competitive scene come with people who always use meta threats like Garchomp. See, again, it's such a... Oh, it makes it such a frustrating conversation, isn't it? It's such a frustrating conversation because, like, people like Smith... I want to know what Smith's team was. Whenever someone says difficulty, show me your team, show me your levels. Because you guys have seen my playthrough. I have my whole playthrough. I'm going to... By the way, it's 30 hours long, if you guys are curious. I don't know whether I just upload... One second, someone's at the door. I don't know if I just upload that straight to Sir Palkia, but give me a second. I'm expecting a delivery. Oh, good, my bad. I did not want to miss that delivery today. Did not want to miss it. But yeah, as I say, Pokemon has so much more variables when it comes to difficulty than any other game. Where I think it's very, very hard to like get like a barometer, I would say. Like there are games like universally easy and like universally hard. I would say like universally, I think like Sword and Shield were too easy, right? I didn't even try to overlevel in that game and I was overleveled, you know? Same with X and Y. X and Y, if you forgot to turn the XP share off, yeah, that was like, game was way too easy. So I think it's just one of those things. Every Switch game feels better with the rotating cast, especially FSV. It's so easy to overlap. Yeah, it's like... I think the main thing you can say is that maxing out your characters in P5 and maybe Mentos, yeah, like... Ultra Ultra Moon. Ultra Moon were definitely quite tough, I would say. At least for asking me. I think the best approach to see is a lot of people play the game. I think the best approach is to see a lot of people play the game and see what average levels play are. I think that's probably the best. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. But yeah, it's such a weird one. I think whenever someone talks about Pokemon difficulty, I'm just like, I want to see how you played it. I don't know if he has a stream. I don't know if he streams this or something like that. But I'd love to see what happens there. Way too easy to overlevel. Finished late 70s. Only did 2 dozen side quests or so. I did 3 level 3 EXP buff early though. I think the overall criticism could be: does the game give you too much of an avenue to overlevel? I think that's probably the argument is. I guess the argument could be: do you balance people around finding their team early and sticking with them, or balance around people constantly trying new Pokemon? Yeah, I think that's the thing. Personally, I think the games are just a lot more fun if you rotate your team. But then again, some of you guys in the chat could just say to me, well, not only is that something that's typically not really been done in the series, but the game doesn't really advertise that neither. And then I would say, well, the game makes rotating out your Pokemon so easy now. Like, it's intuitive, isn't it? Well, it's like, well, yeah, but I've been playing Pokemon the same way for like 20 years now. Why would I change now? It's like, well, don't you want to use like more Pokemon? Well, yeah, but not necessarily. I just like my 6, you know? It's like, well, okay, sure. But because for me, obviously, like, I'd say rotating out Pokemon. I would say if you had to do that, is like, yeah, bad design. But for me, I wanted to use so many Pokemon that I wanted to rotate myself. I think using the generally perceived weak mons makes the experience more fun and different if you're a veteran. Yeah, especially, like, I think so too. That's why I avoid using too many pseudo legends, you know? I think I also avoided using Toxic, because I realized Toxic is like really, really strong in this game. So I didn't want to use it too much. I started using poison moves if they happen to poison, then fair, but I stopped using Toxic because I'm like, okay, Toxic was definitely not balanced. What's it? I think the games make it too easy. Yeah, definitely make it too easy to overlevel. It's interesting, isn't it? I think the main reason is because people completed all the wild zones. Oh yeah, it's an interesting conversation. We could have a whole ass conversation about this. I want to make this another. I want to make this another video game. It's another video. It's also a kids game, by the way. So I make kids would switch out their team. So it's important to balance it to be easy enough for a single team of 6. Interesting. It's an interesting conversation that we could be here all day talking about this. This is why I love talking about Pokemon. Isn't it so nice, gamers, to talk about Pokemon with people that want to talk about Pokemon? Isn't it so nice, guys? Isn't it so nice? Isn't it so nice, Smith? Isn't it so nice?
However, because of the pacing and it's much faster gameplay, it doesn't feel bad. I might change my mind as I go through this a few more times, but stomping like junior trainers with my Mega Feraligatr feels a whole lot better than when you're in just that one turn based combat system. Definitely. I also think that this is mostly coming from people who haven't played a lot of the game, because I actually have found the difficulty to scale really well. And
yeah, okay, scales really well. Okay, that's interesting. So he found it easy, but I would say that it definitely scales very well, 100%.
Yeah, even like the rogue mega fights aren't super hard.
Yeah.
They feel like a serious obstacle.
And I think also is that they're actually a lot. It's one of those. I love the mega battles because they're not hard. I don't think any of the rogue megas are hard. If you're like a gamer with a G, you don't even have to be a hard R. But I will say they're very chaotic. They're very chaotic and very engaging. It's one of those things where it can go off the rails very quickly. The amount of times like 2 moves and I'm red screened. And I do like that. I think that's a good way to do a difficulty in a Pokemon game, where it's not particularly hard, but it's very engaging, very chaotic, and it can go south if you don't sort it out quickly, you know?
Also been a lot of complaints about a small dex. You know, ever since Dexit, this has always been a talking point.
I personally found the dex okay. I would say it was like particularly like, whoa, but to be honest, I didn't even know it was only 230 Pokemon. Is it 230, by the way? I was like, only 230? I was like, shit, it felt like there was more. I don't know, to be honest, it felt like there was more. Sork's not in the game, therefore it sucks. You know, you're just so right for that. You're just so fucking right for that. In a game where the gameplay loop is capturing serial creatures, why would you limit yourself to a team of 6? Aldroid, you'd be shocked how many people fucking are crazy when it comes to Pokemon, man. You'd be shocked. Do you know what it is? One of those common questions I get asked, which I don't blame the chat for asking, is, what's your favorite Pokemon? I literally just say Dragonite. I don't even know if Dragonite's my favorite Pokemon. I know it's top 3, but I don't know, because like so many people are like Scrimbly's their one specific Scrimbly-ass Pokemon and just ditch the rest. For me, I have Pokemon I like, Pokemon I don't like, and then there's otherwise neutral Pokemon. That's it. You know, if you're talking Pokemon, I like, you got Sarah Ledge in there, you got fucking, you got Dragonite in there, you've got fucking Machamp in there. You know what I mean? There's just so many fucking cool ones. Like every gen has like at least 30 Pokemon. I'm like, I'm fucking with your shit, bro. I'm fucking with you if you're fucking with me. You know, that's how it is. You know, because RCS at 230, PLA at 240. I think at 240. This is one at 230, right? I think it's a fair amount for a single player game. A bit limited for online. I'd have to play the online to judge. I haven't really played it much, but I have to see really.
Get it. And I will say that in a game like Scarlet and Violet or PLA, where you are going for wide, not deep, that is the correct decision. But you probably want to think of this game as more as like the older Pokemon games where you don't have this wide scaling area. So you want to keep your decks fairly tight. We did an hour video talking about X and Y. This is one of the biggest problems in X and Y. And I actually think that they did a really good job in keeping the decks pretty narrow. And I can only speak for myself, but I am very happy with the overall dex choices. And then I think the other big...
I'd say we got a nice mix of Pokemon. Honestly, I'd say so.
Overall complaint is like, well, this other video game does X and Y better. Yes. Again, it's like, it's Pokemon, you know? There's RPGs that do the real-time combat system better. There are games with better graphics. There are games like GTA that's more than a city, and you can go in people's apartments. And I think those are all valid criticisms.
The buildings.
And you as a fan deserve the right to criticize a game that you want to see be the absolute best it can be.
Of course.
And I don't want to refute those ideas because I think there is positivity to be had from said complaints. But listen,
again, that's what makes it so See, Smith is bumping into the hard part because it's so difficult, isn't it? It's so difficult because, like, yes, imagine you just walk up to anyone and be like, oh yeah, I had Pokemon. I had a few complaints about it. I thought there was like that story beat with Tawny that was fucking buildings. Fuck those fucking buildings. You got a fucking grind. It's like, no, I just want to talk about like the story and I think how they can improve story beats for the next game. The fuck is one model? It's all one model. It's all one model. Okay. The trees. It's like, no, I just think that I think the limited Pokedex actually worked in favor of this game, considering the whole idea of like Lumiose is trying to work together with Pokemon and, you know, keeping the scope small is like Dex. Fucking can't believe this.
I'm a very long time Pokemon fan, and when I pick up a game, my number one thing that I am concerned about is just having fun.
Yes.
And I'm just feeling like a lot of this criticism is momentum because hating Pokemon and hating Game Freak has become the norm. Like, yes, you can stare at a brick 2 feet away from you and complain that it doesn't look good enough. Or you can just play the game and experience it. And I don't know, man, like, I'm loving it. It's just
it's just, I've had such a hard time putting into words games. I've had a hard time to put into words. It's the game is just fun. Guys, the game is just really fun. If it wasn't fun, I would say it's not fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Pokemon, so there's always like that inbuilt bias, but you're talking to someone who fucking hates Sword and shit. I hate BDSP, I hate Sword. I'll give Pokemon their fucking shit when it needs. The game's just fun. The game's just fun. The game's just fun. It's just fun, man. It's just fun.
Really good time. And I dare I say, like, actually, no. This has been the most fun Pokemon experience I have had on the Switch. I don't know if it's objectively the best game.
I would say, well, maybe SV plus DLC, but yeah, honestly, this is up there, 100%.
And right now, I don't care because I'm just having fun.
Spit your shit, Smith. Spit your shit.
Franchise that is frankly very nostalgic to me. There's just so much that makes this game a good experience. The pacing is particularly dialed in, where I always feel like I'm doing something different.
Yes.
You've got promotion battles,
episodic, isn't
megas, storyline beats, and then there's always constantly new wild areas opening up. One particular thing that I actually think was quite justified is in gameplay, a lot of people were saying like the wild zones look clunky, right? You compare this big,
I would say, yeah, I think they are a little. I would say they are a little. I want to know what he thinks about this
area in PLA to this, and it's like, yeah, and I think when you first go into this game, it's going to feel clunky. Going into my first playthrough, I didn't like it. I was like, I'm in this big city, and there's just these like little tiny areas to catch Pokemon. I think that's something that requires more playthrough to appreciate. It's actually tied into the story quite well.
It'd be interesting to see how I feel when I do a second playthrough. But if you're asking me right now, yeah, it definitely could. yeah, it could definitely do with definitely make it a bit bigger. You know what I mean?
Where there's like a faction that doesn't like all these zones popping up and saying like, dude, this is stupid. Like, this is a city. Why do we have wild like hippos and stuff? So it's obvious criticism is wrapped up into the story.
Yes, I like that.
And what's cool is as the game progresses, you start finding more and more wild zones popping up that are kind of like taking over the city. And I found it progressively enchanting. One of my favorites is I think Zone 12, that you first go there to fight a rogue mega and it's just this river, but then you come back to it to see that it's been completely taken over by ice type Pokemon. I get it if you don't like it at the start, but give it some time and I think it will grow on you. Also, can we talk about megas? I don't know, man. This one just bothers me. Like, people are so goddamn serious and it's like, you can't have any whimsy in your life. If anything—
No joy, he said it again. No. Yes. No one has joy and whimsy anymore. No one. I've been saying this for years, Smith. I've been saying this for years, and no one's been believing me. You just need a bit of whimsy in your life, gamers. You just need a bit of whimsy. Even Smith understands, yes.
Thing is trying to be unserious, it's like you have to criticize it. Do I think that Mega Feraligatr with his jaw up looks like him in a toilet? Yes, and I wish
He has
that
a
had—
lid. Can you see that lid? He has a lid. They gave my boy a lid. They literally just gave him a lid. I'm like, oh, I love this. It's so funny.
was down for a lot longer. But when that head is down, I'm like, okay, I get it. That's really silly. Or like the fact that Mega Meganium not only gets its really silly flowers, but like disco jeans. Listen, man, it's Pokemon.
Oh shit, disco jeans, hang on. Did I see that? Let me see it. Let's go back. Zoom and enhance. Oh shit, it's like, oh my god, it has like it got that in pants, don't it? It got that style. It got that frilly ass style, don't they? God damn. Where were you guys when you saw the Meganium jeans? The 5-shot collar and the jeans. Oh my god.
Man, it's Pokemon. I like whimsy. But at the same time, some of the serious megas are so clean. Look, I can't find a collage of just base non-shinies, but like, dude, come on. Electros? Mega Skirmir is normally gold, but both are so cool. The aura of Mega Barbaricle?
So
Mega
sick.
Frostlass? Dude, I never liked Drampa.
Drampa's like, look at this shit, bro. look at my Mega, dude. I want to shiny hunt a Drampa now, bro. I actually want to shiny hunt a Drampa.
Drampa. I like Mega Malamar. I love Mega Holucha.
Bro, chat, do you know the worst part about this game is? It's got me feeling like I want a shiny hunt. That's the worst bit, chat. I fucking hate you, shiny hunting fuck. I hate you people. I hate you people so much. All you people be doing is sitting there going around in circles, pressing a counter, making the number go up. That's all you be doing. You be watching Fortnite in the background, going around in circles. Boring. Go make something of your life. I'm one of you guys now. Hey guys, welcome to the shiny hunt.
Mega
Shiny Hunter streams of Sir Parker Games.
might be the best Mega starter form of all time. Mega Chandelure, Mega Dragalge, dude, Mega Excadrill, and then you've got Starmie, which is the most horrifying design I have ever seen, and I hate it. And yet
Guys, I'm gonna upload a. Why do you say fuck me? I'm literally just gonna upload a video just of my reaction to Shiny Starmie. Because if you guys don't know, I did not know Shiny Starmie existed before I saw it in the battle. Oh no, sorry, not Shiny Starmie, Mega Starmie. And I'm just like, I was in utter shock. I was in utter shock, gamers, when I saw this. I did not. They just gave him legs. They just gave him legs.
Is the most horrifying design I have ever seen, and I hate it. And yet I can't help but feel like they achieved exactly what they wanted with that. The battle system is snappy. The rogue mega fights are so much better than the noble fights in PLA.
Yes,
character customization is probably the best it's ever been. Now, I do have a lot of personal criticisms with this game, and it's a lot of more under the hood stuff that I don't feel like, it's not what this video is trying to be. We're gonna do that big in-depth video, but I just kind of reached a boiling point today. I'm seeing a lot of people.
I don't blame him, chat. That's the worst bit. This is the first time, chat, where someone's people onlining, I'm not even gonna shit on him for it. So you know how much I don't like this shit. I'm just like, no, play the game, do your shit, fuck the people online. But honestly, this is one of the only times I'm like, do you know what? Fair. This is a guy that just wants to exist. And he can't. He just can't exist. I'm telling you, if you're a Pokemon guy, it must be hard to just exist, bro. It must be hard. It's reasonable, man.
Haven't played the game yet. Consuming content from
because at least use it as a vector to make a more interesting conversation as well. Does that make sense? So it wasn't just him going, you know. Not only is it justified in principle, but he also made it a much more interesting watch too.
And I don't really like that. There's people making very, very compelling and genuine criticisms of this game. But I just felt like with my sort of space on the internet, with what I do with Pokemon, I could hopefully be a trusted source to push back against more of that, like, just not critical gut hate response that I'm seeing so much of. It is the most fun I've had for the launch specifically of a Nintendo Switch Pokemon game. My opinions still might change as I play through a few more times. But like I said, I'm someone that's not afraid to be critical, and I'm having a blast. Really liking Pokemon Legends ZA so far. So I'm gonna go get back to making some top 10s, and yeah, see you soon.
Hell yeah, and listen, the game is a good... Fair dues, honestly. Smith too kind to call them grifters. I'm not. They're fucking grifters, bro. They're fucking grifters, broski. I think he's obvious. I think Smith takes the top spot for now. I think that was fair. I think that was very fair, wasn't it? I think that was very fair of him. I think that was a very fair take / fair review. I think he just gave his thoughts. He was just like, listen, the discourse just be discoursing a little too much, man. What the fuck is happening here? And all in all, I think your thoughts, I think a lot of our thoughts lined up, to be honest, except the difficulty thing. Because I think it's less so your styles on it, but more, I think it could be a very interesting conversation. I think that could be a topic in and of itself for a video, honestly. Like, how do you balance the difficulty around a Pokemon game? Because, like, I can imagine if you were using the same team as 6, imagine you got over-leveled. But to me, I'm just like, why would you use the same team as 6? There's so many fun Pokemon. Why would you limit yourself to 6? You know? I had like a team. I had like a box full of like 20 Pokemon I was rotating because I had so much fun. But I get that in most traditional Pokemon experience, that's how you would have played. But I don't know, man. I think that makes for an interesting chat. There's so many things out there which make people feel like they can tell people what they should think and how they should feel more as of late. I don't think it's unique to Pokemon or Game Freak. People just like standing on their soapboxes. That's the thing now. People just be thinking that their opinion matters, and it's like sometimes you just gotta chill, you know? Sometimes you gotta be chill, you know? Sometimes, and it's not even just like me saying that. Sometimes it's just okay not to have a refined take. Do you know what I mean? But like, I think some people feel like they need to have the defined take all of the time, on everything all the time. I'm okay with just saying, if there's one thing you learn in live chat, and this is actually genuinely a good life lesson, there is an entirely large contingent of people that are not okay with saying, I don't know. And it's strange. It's really, really strange. But think about it. You grow up in a school system that encourages you to always know the answers. You're either wrong or you're right? And you grow up in a society that kind of reinforces that attitude. So there's just a lot of people that just aren't okay with just saying, yeah, I don't know about that, to be honest. I champion the idea of saying that. When I don't know a topic, I'm like, oh, I don't know really. I'll have to get back to on that. But like, I say it so nonchalantly because like I'm okay with that. But trust me, guys, there's a shocking amount of people in this world who just don't want to seem like they don't know something because they're afraid of looking stupid. And it's like, it's not me looking stupid, it's just I'm not knowledgeable on this topic right now. I might be in the future, but like right now I don't know. Like, if you think of me lesser because of that, that's more of a you thing, really. But yeah, I think our society kind of just, society bomb text. I think it just kind of like naturally kind of gives us that sort of mentality, just by the school system, what have you, that I think most people just keep it into adulthood without like having that critical thinking to go, yeah, it's just okay not to know. It's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. When he says, it feels like it feels better when you do multiple playthroughs. I just don't know yet. As far as I'm concerned, I'm like, I don't know. The wild zones are just kind of, I don't know. You know, I just don't know. Sometimes it's okay to be neutral, but it's okay not to care. I don't know. It's my catchphrase. Just champion that, honestly. I think that's if you've already mastered a skill, gamers, it's an important skill. I'm telling you, it's a very, very important skill. I'm not to run into that often, but at times I just say, I don't know, while also trying to think of an answer, more so out of curiosity. Trust me, that curiosity is something a lot of people don't have. Honestly, treasure that, gamers, honestly. It might be SV the way we be talking about treasures. But yeah, that's our first video. I think that's a nice baseline chat. And I think it might go downhill from here, gamers. It might go downhill from here. So let's go. Let's have a look. Let's mix this up a little, gamers. Let's mix this up a little. Let's have a chat. Let's go to the next person, gamers. You know him. You love him. I can't live without him. Let's have a look at what I've not watched this video. I watched almost every one of his videos, Well, skip this one so we can watch it today, gamers. Give it up for the guy. Give it up for the guy. Give it up for the overrated flop himself. Publisher extraordinaire. How video game donkey gamers. Video game donkey. We love donkey, don't we, folks? I'm gonna be honest. I'm just guessing this whole video is gonna be a shit post. Knowing Donkey and watching him for years, he fucking hated Sword and Shield. He hated that fuck ass game, and I'm like, you're not fair. He hates JRPGs as a whole. So I'm expecting him to hate this shit. So either way, I think it'll be at least a somewhat interesting watch. So without further ado, gamers, let's watch Mr. Dunk.
Choose from one of 8 iconic characters.
Iconic.
This guy, they just flipped his picture around. This one he's got black hair, then they flipped him around the other way, and they said, "Oh, now he's got this color hair." We cannot allow more disturbances in Wait, they still don't got voice acting in Pokemon? This is the top
Donkey, I know.
selling RPG
Donkey,
franchise of all time.
Donkey, Grandia 2 on Dreamcast.
No, Donkey, the people online ruined it. Donkey, no, Donkey, no.
Posters, unique poster technology. So far, all these posters are unique.
I think all the posters were unique.
Graphics are slightly reminiscent of Pale Land.
They're an indie company, they're Donkey.
Okay, we have a sound effect on the grass. Okay, we got some character popping in and out.
They'll fix that in a patch, don't worry. They'll fix that in a patch. Does Pokemon need voice act? Yes. Yes, it does. It's a fullback, soldier, fullback. It's a losing battle, okay? It's a losing battle.
I don't even think Pale Land had that, but overall, this is a better looking game than Pale Land, okay?
Ooh, I like that poster. That poster looks good.
But I'm just saying that Pale Land didn't. I don't think Pale Land had pop-in like.
Yeah, but Power Land is not on the Switch 2, is it, Donkey? So I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah. What happened to your Pikachu?
It's a Helioptile now.
Oh, wait a minute. I saw this poster already. I
No
saw
way.
this
I could have sworn none of them repeated, chat. I could have sworn.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
No way.
That's right there. They reused it.
Oh, fuck, guys, we lost. No, we lost. I didn't think they repeated. No, Game Freak. They gotta patch it. I could have sworn I checked them all, chat. I could have sworn they didn't. Oh, Donkey got me. He got me good. They saved 100K.
I've got a hunch you're here to see some sights. Such great options here. You know what?
In all fairness, I do. That's one of my guys. This is one of my modern pet peeves. I noticed that. Okay, with some dialogue options, it does change the response, but there's a good chunk of where they fucking don't, and I hate it. They need to stop this. They need to stop doing this. You need to actually stop doing it. Unless there's going to be like a little bit of dialogue change. I'm not expecting it to be like Telltale. You know, I'm expecting, I say this answer, 2 unique dialogue chains. I say this answer, 2 unique dialogue chains, and then they all come back together. That's what I want. There are some, again, the Mabel ones. That's why I love the Mabel ones, because the Mabel ones actually, like, change how she interacts with you, right? But I've always, in SV, I fucking hate this shit, man. It's actually so bad. You know, fair, Donkey, fair.
A Pokemon player I am. I gotta say, you got it. You're just the type I'm looking for. Pokemon are mysterious and magnificent creatures. I like how that CEO thinks. Pokemon are
Oh man, it said no one ever, eh?
Mysterious and magnificent creatures. It's me, Andy, from the ZA Royale. How could you forget already?
How could you ever forget about such iconic and memorable characters like
Oh, trainers from last night? Sorry, not ringing a bell. Must not have been much of a challenge. Oh my dang.
In all fairness, if Donkey was voice acting this game, then I would have enjoyed it way more. You know what I mean? I would have enjoyed it way more.
Battle zone activated. Battle zones are intense. Escape from the battle zone. I'm gonna go this way.
You can't go that way. Not that way.
That way. It's like Battlefield 6. I like this song.
Hey, even he knows the music's good. Hey, it's nice, isn't it?
This way.
Not that way, Donkey.
What if I go this way? Not that way.
Not that way. Not that way.
I love these games where the computer tells you which way you can go. Ready to die? No, wait. My friend here isn't a part of...
I don't believe anyone asked you.
Sounds like you got a killer.
Come on, guys. You get who asked like 2 seconds into the game. Come on, guys. Come on. The game's good. Go buy it. Go buy PLZA, guys. Available at all major storefronts, okay? Come on.
Girl,
The points I earn from
They hit you with a
trouncing
who
you will
asked.
propel me up the ranks.
you are challenged by Bridget the waitress. if you kill me in a battle zone, you're not gonna get that good of a tip. This fighting is actually different.
Hey, it's different, yeah.
This is actually they actually did a different combat in Pokemon. Can I go over this kick? Can I do like a little kick
That would have been
Baldy
nice.
in the head?
That would have been
wow,
maybe something with PLAZ. You know what I mean?
Girl, you're something. Now you know how intense battle zones are. Now I truly understand how intense battle zones are. Not that way. This is like being in a hedge maze, but every time you go the wrong way, the hedge maze goes, no, not that way. You can relax now. We're out of the battle zone. Hotel Z's just through here. This way?
Go that way.
Not that way. Oh, what's this song? Oh, I like this music. They definitely surpassed Padlian's soundtrack. You won't find
Even he
track.
likes the music. Gamers, even Donkey likes the music. Oh my
Relax
god.
and stay anyway.
My goat likes the music.
Since we don't have a single other guest. Come on in. That's the mark of a good hotel. Can I go explore behind the hotel?
Not that way.
Let's head into the hotel for now. Do I get
Okay,
to
in all
make
fairness, I did try and hit the ladder. This pissed me off as I'm like, fuck.
any choices that are all about what
You see a ladder right there, and I'm like, come on, let me climb the ladder.
want to do? Can I go up the
I was
ladder?
like,
Let's not go up the ladder ever. I gotta admit, these windows are not windows. Pray, allow me a few
the buildings.
words. You've already said so much, though.
You can take the elevator to the second floor. Rest up for tonight, then meet me down here in the lobby in the morning. Then I will give you more instructions to follow for the remainder of the entire video game. You will not
Oh,
make a
come
single
on,
choice
it's
or
only
decision.
Donkey, it was only for an hour. It was only for an hour, Donkey, come on.
Time to hit the hay, don't you think? Which floor would you like to go to? Guess I'll go to the one that...
Donkey's alt account's in the chat. This game's so restrictive. Okay, hello, Donkey. Hello, Donkey's alt account. I get a chance to ban video game Donkey. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell, he's cooked, gamers. He would never type in my chat again.
He told me to. That's the only option. Lie down on your bed.
Oh, come on, I guess good 5 episodes. That's not what I meant. Listen. Listen, it's the tutorial, and then you get to... Come on, okay, guys, come on, man. That's not the same. It's not the same thing, okay? Come on, man. It's different.
Get a good night's sleep.
It's different when
Now
Pokemon
you're
does it,
bossing me
okay?
around.
Following directions. Actually, I have more
different,
commands for you to follow before you go to sleep. Give me your phone. I'm gonna install an app on your phone now. There's the install button. Let's push it.
Lumiose muscles today with Pokemon and people.
No, Donkey, the characters are good. You're just you're meeting the characters. I swear, Donkey, I swear it gets better. I swear it gets better, Donkey.
Yeah.
No!
I'm a
No!
dancer, and I'm gonna start talking a whole bunch of talk now.
Man, when I started this game, I just had my coffee. I had like full gaming energy. I was ready to game, and this game is just
It gets good after the first bit, I swear. Donkey, no!
This is so boring. Let me do something.
You know you'll do it, I swear.
So much talking.
No, you-
All right, now I can
The game's setting up. Come
really
on.
go where I want. Nope. We gotta
No,
get
you got
in the
battle the
wild zone
guy.
to let
What do you mean?
play,
You said
but
let's go
before that,
battle.
there's even more tutorials we have to do. Hundreds. Oh my god, they're letting me go up the ladder. This is getting so exciting. Nice weather up here, huh? Now go back down the ladder. Whoa, you
Nice.
can jump down off the roof. Look at that. Whoa. It's really cool to go across rooftops, right? Yeah, that was amazing. I'm gonna go in this green zone. Hey, where'd you
the Pokemon
go?
Center.
It's not like everyone wants to live together with Pokemon. Some people just aren't fond of them. Like me. I hate Onyx.
Ooh. Onyx slander? Wasn't expecting a Onyx slander. Broxish is right there.
We're trimming the bushes, don't worry. I'm making sure my Pokemon's using moves safely.
Hey.
I'm not using moves at all and just standing still. If you bring us injured Pokemon, we'll heal them. But you have to install the hospital app. I'll pass. Oh, don't be shy, it's free. Here, you have to. You got the app installed on your phone even though you didn't want it. You dove right into using your new Pokédex app. Good job. Now install another app. This city's so big and there's so many places we want to go. But we're not allowed to go anywhere that we want to. It's the Pokemon
You're nearly done. He's nearly done with the tutorial, gamers. He's nearly done.
store.
No, Donkey, you're nearly there, Donkey.
Can I go in?
No buildings.
No? Well, I'm gonna go down the street. No, you're not. Wild zones are sectioned off areas in the city.
It's only a 20-hour tutorial, Donkey. Come on.
Habitat. Into the wild zone we go.
It gets really good after the first 20 hours, okay?
I don't know if I can survive. Oh my god, a bird. If you keep pelting the same Pokemon with Pokeballs, you may anger it. We have to capture Weedle. Oh my god, I'm getting to play a game now. It's like a video game with gameplay now all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's gameplay, isn't it?
I have to get this sheep. Sneak attack.
See, now he's having fun. Oh my god, but the video's about to end, chat. Oh no.
Ha.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go this way now. Wow, let me do that. Walking down an alleyway has me feeling like an intrepid explorer. I can swim. No. Purple. I want to get that purple
Okay, in all
thing.
fairness, that happened to me too. This happened to me as well. I really... What, aura farming Pidgey? Literally, it was an aura farming Pidgey. Like, it had a purple aura behind it. It was standing... Literally Piccolo. Even he fell for the Piccolo. Do you know what fair? That's a fair complaint.
Hotel, you can't do that. Wanna be used rock smash. Oh, look. I can sit on a bench. No, you cannot. I think I finally...
Okay, in all fairness, I didn't know that it does that. And I'll give Donkey that. In all fairness, I didn't know that if you try and sit on a bench in the tutorial, it doesn't let you. Fair.
You like gotten past the tutorial. Now I get to choose what I want to do.
Oh, man.
Right? Ready for
good.
more tutorials?
You must stand. No, yeah, okay, this is actually the... Okay, no joke, this is actually the ending of the tutorial. You got like 10 minutes worth of... I think you go to Looker Bureau and then that's it, right? Come on, Donkey, you're nearly there.
Come on.
Donkey, you're nearly there.
Do it. I can't press any buttons.
No, you what?
The game crashed.
No?
No.
No, he's still
I
waving.
can't even turn my Switch off.
No, you can.
My controller's
It's not soft lock.
unresponsive right now.
He's moving.
I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to turn my Switch off. Maybe I have to like hold the power button on the Switch.
No, Donkey, no. It wasn't soft locked if you could go in the menu. Donkey, no. Donkey, no. You're so close. You were right there. I promise, Donkey. I promise it gets fun. Try it again. I swear. Yeah, I bet his thing didn't even fucking crash. It's just lying. That's the best bit. It didn't even. It's just lying. He was just lying. Oh, that's funny. Do you know what, Donkey? I think Donkey. Are you sir? When the internet, I think we gotta. I think you guys know why I decided to watch this video, right? First, I just wanted to see. I knew he'd be sarcastic. I knew it for sure. But gamers, we know what we gotta do, right, chat? We know what we gotta do. We're gonna take a deep dive, gamers. We're gonna take a deep dive into the comments. We're gonna see just what the people on the line be saying. Are you guys ready? It's time for the real content, gamers. Time for the real content. Get your helmets on, gamers. Get your helmets on. We'll see the newest ones, and we'll see the top ones, and then we'll have a look. Famous YouTuber comments. Yeah, okay, that was insane. In all fairness, that was insane. I'll give him that. This is true quadruple A, because that's the only button you're allowed to. Okay, if you know what, shut up. You can get a like. They even simulate the experience of being forced to install an app you don't want to use, a service that's used for something you could use for free. Okay, that's actually so true. Back in my day, gamers, you used to be able to use the Pokedex without installing an app. And now the Nurse Joys be making you have apps on your phone. What if I had no room? What if I have a smartphone? You know? Fair. Actually so real. Do you know what, gamers? Do you know what I saw the other day? Fucking my fridge. I was trying to buy a new fridge. Apps. They all have apps now, gamers. I can regulate the temperature on my phone. No, give me a stupid fridge that just freezes everything, okay? Unbelievable. Other concept of open world, non-open world, interactive, non-interactive type game. Same thing, honestly. Let's give you food. I don't even want to pirate this. Piracy's bad, okay? I would never endorse piracy, okay? What if you're Ivor? I think Ivor's just cooked, regardless. I'll be real with you. I think Ivor's just finished. He'll never work in this. He'll never work in this town again. Dude, I'm genuinely blown away about all the 3D Pokemon that make the game feel like a third-party launcher games you find on for free. And listen, I like my third-party. I like my big rigs over the road racing. Okay, A big fan. Imagine calling modern Pokemon games a disgrace to gaming when the actual disgrace like The Last of Us 2 exists. Take a seat, Dimitri, okay? Take a seat. You're bumping into the one guy that actually liked The Last of Us 2, okay? Besides, I don't want you derailing me today, okay? We'll save that for the Mario Party stream. The voice acting budget went to the poster budget. Oh, fuck. So what, none, basically? None? Wild Zone. Pokemon can live in conditions similar to natural habitats. And in natural habitat, I mean concrete road behind a car. What do you mean? Fletchlings live there, you know what I mean? ZA's title is this could have been an email of video games. No, it was I disagree. Alright, downvote, alright. True the first not that way type game. Okay, that game is that. Let's go, okay. A couple of the top comments were fun. Let's go, games, let's go. Oh my god, it's Daniel. This is honestly just embarrassing. Like, they don't even care anymore. Not true. I was surprised by how fun the game is. Me, I wish people would stop complaining about Pokemon Lady. I started to get more cynical after the Megastar reveal. I don't know why I started there. Honestly, I'm just glad this game set in my favorite region isn't horrible. How'd you know fair? Played Digimon? I'm not gonna lie, guys. I hate you people. I hate you people, gamers. I hate you people. You Digimon dandies need to get the fuck out of my community, okay? You guys need to leave, okay? Go play on Listen, I don't doubt the Digimon game is good, okay? Leave us alone, okay? Leave me alone with my $100 slop, okay? Leave me alone. Get rid of him. Get rid of him, honestly. Doesn't it feel like Nintendo's new combat style is mimicking Power World? It's not Nintendo. Firstly, it's not Nintendo. So again, you could say this is not Nintendo. It's Game Freak. This person doesn't know. Play Yokai Watch instead. I know. Play Yokai Watch instead. That's a good one. Didn't you usually used to make funny review videos? This was like a cut up 2016 Let's Play video. Oh, not a fan, Suspects? You weren't a fan? I thought it was all right. I do think it was a bit of a shame that he didn't actually try a review, because it would have been neat to see someone who hated Sword and Shield, who really isn't a Pokemon guy, who isn't a JRPG guy, try PLZA. It would have been neat. I thought it was okay. I think it's fine. Remember, you can't do the worst Pokemon game if no one else is allowed to make them. True, honestly. But the biggest franchise mentions. Take a drink, gamers. Everyone take a drink. Take a drink, gamers, every time. Nice mobile game, that new Pokemon. True. True. They made a PS2 game. Okay, take it, guys. Someone keep a running tally. Someone keep a top running tally. So we've got PS2, okay? How many GameCubes? How many N64s? How many mobile? I think we saw one mobile game as well. So we've got one mobile game, one on PS2. Let's see. Oh, patents. How many times are we gonna mention the patents as well? How many Wii's? We got like, everyone place your bets, okay? Holy shit, the handhold is insane. Either Arceus is better. Oh no, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Power World as well. Soviet Russia joke in 2025. I think that's the worst one, Dunk. I'll be real with you. That's the worst. That's actually the worst comment I've seen. That's the worst comment I've seen, honestly. Like, you know, I get it. You don't fuck with your tralaleo tralalas. You don't fuck with your 6-7s. I get it. But like, in Soviet Russia, video game, please, I bet there's like people in my chat that don't even know the reference. No one even knows the origin of this reference. Come on, broski. Come on. Anytime someone says it looks like a PS2 game, I know they haven't played a PS2 game before. I mean, that's just true, isn't it? I'm so glad I never played Pokemon. Should play. Says the Splatoon guy. Ooh, the Splatoon guy. Splatoon has hang on. Splatoon has PS3. I've decided PS3. Splatoon has PS3 graphics, okay? They should sell this as a sleeping aid. Oh my gosh, shut up. This is good. The game's good, I swear. AI slop mentioned! Let's go! We've got slop gamers, we've got slop gamers, the S word. The S slur has been mentioned, gamers. It's been mentioned. Slop. The kind of takes that'll make your head pop. It's kind of everyone's play it, Jameson. Play it. It's a good game. The game's good. The pigs are feeding well. PS1, our game's got PS1. We've got PS1. Who predicted PS1? We've got PS1 now. PS1 is confirmed. It looks like it's from 2005. 2005 is what? PS2 era? GameCube era? I'll give a point to both of those. We'll give a point to both of those. Metro. Whoa, 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 referee. Are we having a word with him? Guys, are we having a word with him? What happened to donkey videos with jokes? Poor guy. You're not real. Okay, another Digimon guy. Another Digimon guy. I can't believe that. I can't believe it. VGC gave this a perfect score. I asked the writer of the review if he had been to a seat before. If he's used to empty rows, people standing in place and every door being locked. He blocked me. Oh my god. You could. Hey, listen, Wolfarama, you cooked him. You kind of cooked him, let's be real. Wow, what epic story. What? Wow, what an epic sauce story. That totally happened. Oh, man. A couple more. There's got to be a couple more good ones, right? Was this the response to Power World, you know? Not like an Onyx is poker racist. I don't know, it's kind of justified. Why do people still buy Pokemon games? Nostalgia also makes you stupid? I agree. His name, Albert Einstein. I just really like Pokemon. Do you know what? I think I recognize Flop. Hey guys, give it up to Flopsy Gaming. I recognize them from my chat. I recognize them from my comments. I recognize them, games. I recognize them. They're balling games. They're balling. They're balling. They're balling. They're balling. W Flopsy, they're trying. Flopsy, good lord knows that Flopsy's trying. Look, I like Pokemon I have for years, but this, now all my money's worth. It takes a lot more Pokemon to make me buy it. I want adventure, the difficult, the story, and it's just not appealing. So he has an amazing story. Flopsy, I appreciate you trying, okay? You know, full back, soldier. Full back. Come on. Just full back, okay? Full back, soldier. You're never getting through to these people, okay? Thanks so much, Master B.
This game looks like it's from the Game Boy.
Honestly. I love Legend Zaza. Oh my god, Zaza. Maybe play past the tutorial. No, good job. I get. Oh, he fell for it again, gamers. Fell for it again. Blood's got 69. Did he have 69 in his username as well? Come on, everyone knows that 69 isn't the letters anymore. I thought we're not supporting a high pre. I thought we. Who's we? Bro, who's we? Who's we? Oh, wait, what is we? We is a console released in 2006. Who's we? Wait, guys, I thought we were boycotting. Are we Lumios? Are we French? He's taking one for the team. This video will dissuade thousands from buying. I love this. I love this. Like, it's totally like, yes. He's taking one for the team. Yes. It literally is team sports. The joke writes itself, gamers. The joke writes itself. Yes, gamers, we as haters. This video will dissuade thousands from buying this garbage. all right, Goblino, calm the hell down, brother. Donkey made a video. I win as a hate. Literally. Oh man, rage bait the game. I gotta say, I like Donkey's voice. You know, I'll vote that one. We'll see a couple more and then we'll move on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the game's body, uninspired, bad-looking mess, but if you consider Pokemon's a niche franchise and it's a tiny indie studio, fucking real. Yeah, oh, yeah, Clippy profile picture. Yikes, in 22... Got it downvote you, okay, got it downvote you. Remember Pokemon Diamond went to progress the story, all you had to go through was go through the lakes, and they just told you this bit through dialogue and paying attention to the main story? One of them was through a fucking foggy-ass cave and then through some snow. But I had to look at a map to figure out where to go. There's no way this is the same Game Freak. Well, yeah, back then you were 10. Back then you were 10, bro. Are you telling... Like, look me in the eye and tell me you'd rather play Pokemon Diamond over this. Like, PLZ isn't even my favorite Pokemon game. At least not right now, if you ask me. I'm playing this over fucking DP every day, man. Brother, come on, Nate, come on. Nate, come on, Nate, come on. I still have the game yet. Man, you had to actually pay attention and use your brain and solve that. What, you mean the game you played when you were 6? You mean the game you played when you were 6? What's going on, Nate? Nate, what's happening here? What is happening? People are afraid to admit what bait. No, no. Hey, no one's afraid to admit. Chat, no one is afraid to admit it. I am not afraid. I'm afraid of a lot of things in life. I am not afraid. No one in this chat is afraid to admit it. No one in these chats are afraid to admit it, okay? Plural. No one is afraid to admit it. We've been saying this for years, and everyone's been listening to us. Play Digimon's gotta go. Okay, Digimon's gotta go. Alright. I'm confused. He prefers the fact that the game is unclear in the objective. If you forget a bit of dialogue? Yes. Yes. Yes, exactly that. Yes. Just play platinum is a saying for it. Yeah, just play platinum, literally. Nitpicking and bias. You only like Xbox. Does this person know that Donkey invented that spell? I'm not sure, but Donkey's literally a Nintendo fanboy. He worships them. You see him on the first video I've seen where he criticizes Nintendo. Well, doesn't that by definition make him not a fanboy then? Like, for me, a fanboy is someone who toes the company line at all times. If he's criticizing, he's just a fan, not a fanboy. Like, are we just making up words now? Are we in bronze? Unreal. Unreal. Console wars in 25. I know, right? This is the most disingenuous video you've ever made. Oh. No, not that. Cope. You know, I'll vote that instead. He's the Knack 2 guy. You know? I think I will leave it there. A couple of people fell for the bait, but listen, the hood could never make me hate video game Donkey, okay? The hood could try, but the hood's never gonna make me hate Donkey, okay? I've always been a fan. Alright, guys, we got to add him to the. Where are we scaling him, gamers? Where are we scaling him? Just a buzzword. Let's see where he is, gamers. Let's see. Let's add him to the spot. Donkey? Did I download I think I downloaded his profile picture, right? There it is, gamers. It's Donkey, of course, people have a fall for it. It's just not for him. It's just not for him, really. I think that's just clear. He's someone who was never really going to enjoy these games anyway, if I'm being honest. It would have been nice if he gave him an honest to goodness try, and maybe he did, and he just decided to upload a funny video. But yeah, it's just not for him. It's never been for him. Like, he doesn't like he literally does not like RPGs. He hated Sword and Shield. It would have been nice if he gave this the time of day, but at least the video was kind of funny, and I'll give him that. Not a Donkey classic if you ask me, but at least it was kind of funny. So I'll leave him there. I'll leave him there, gamers. So we've had a good guy, we've had a sarcastic guy, and our gamers. I think it's time gamers. I think it's time we get into the zone. I think it's time we get into the zone, gamers. We've had our warm-ups. It's time for us to release the hounds, gamers. And this is the first one. We're getting into the grifts. We're getting a little spicy with it now. We're getting a little spicy. Let's mix things up. I think we've had a bit of. We're getting into the zone, gamers. We're getting into the zone. That's what we're getting into, gamers. So, gamers, never heard of this guy before. And something tells me, gamers, he's a little bit angry. I can't tell. But something tells me, gamers, give it up.
Welcome,
for our
folks,
next guy of the evening. Livid with multiple V's. As he presents to us, there is no excuse for Pokemon Legends ZA. Thoughts after beating it. Now, gamers, I want to be real. The only reason I did not skim this video. This video could be good. Chat. Let's be real. I want to be very clear after it. Now, the only reason I picked this one is because it has the staples chat. Now, if close your eyes, chat, right now. What do you think of when you think like a grifty ass thumbnail? There's a couple of tropes. For me, I don't know what it is about this specific font, and then one word has to be read. That made me go, okay, like this is one of those guys. This is one of those guys. Do you know what I mean? I'm like missing a bit of AI in the thumbnail as well. Missing a bit of AI. But yeah, this was the thumbnail. This is about like, okay, this is interesting. So he's giving off grifter vibes, gamers. He's giving off. The question is this going to be a good video? It could be. Again, it could be. Let's find out.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, I can't do the thing. I can't do the thing, but I keep replaying the video. Oh, no.
Welcome, folks. I'm Livid. Sorry I'm late, guys. I was one of those losers who got the game on release day. I have just beat Pokemon.
What do you mean? What is in, as opposed to what? Playing the strange opening gambit, but let's continue. I was one of those guys that got on. Yeah, what do you mean late? You got on.
Legends ZA, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you today.
Okay.
This video will contain spoilers, so you've been warned.
Okay,
I
spoilers
played on
again?
the Switch 1 because I'm still sour about buying a Switch 2, even though I do have the money to get one. And I did not buy Day 1 DLC because I have self-respect. This
Wow,
game
gamers.
should be able to...
Stunning and brave. Stunning and brave, gamers. Stunning and brave. Do you mean to say, Livid, you waited to play the game, see if you liked it, then gave them more money, or yes or no? Wow. 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 Stunning and brave, gamers. Stunning and brave. It's not day one. It's not, but obviously. So if anyone of you guys were curious as to whether he's a grifter, we're getting grifter energy, aren't we? We're getting grifter energy, aren't we, gamers?
In on its own anyway as a fully priced game. And if anyone has a problem with me playing on Switch 1 because they feel it won't do the game any favors performance-wise, maybe Game Freak should have done me a favor and not offer it on Switch 1 at full price. If I sound a bit upset and petty...
Yeah, you do sound very upset and petty. What's happening here, broski? What's going on? Already in a bed. Someone didn't have their coffee this morning. God damn, bro. Mad. He's mad.
Because I am. Legends EA brings us back to the Kalos region, a region I recently got reacquainted with for my retrospective video I just did about Pokemon X and Y. I went into this game excited. This was the first major Pokemon game released since I started my channel, a channel largely built on Pokemon. Mega Evolutions were my favorite gimmick Pokemon has done since they started leaning into gimmicks each generation. I liked the first Legends game and its art style. I'm trying to say that I went in excited and not ready to be negative. To prove that I'm not going to be totally unfair to this game, let's start off with some positives.
Okay, here we go.
If you absolutely loved Pokemon X and Y, you're going to probably love this game.
Yeah.
I knew we'd be returning to Lumiose City, but X and Y feels like it's kind of that generation that most people forgot about outside of Mega Evolutions. We never got that
Some of my best friends are Kalos Pokemon, literally.
Z version, and Zygarde's additional forms were just carried over into Generation 7. So I figured maybe we'd get some loose references here or there, but no. The major characters in this game are the major characters from X and Y. There's Emma and her very tight suit, kids game. Then there's AZ and Floette.
Oh, what a fucking... Oh, no. Bro, there has to be like a... Gamers, do we do like a special tier for these weirdos? Do we do like a special tier for these weirdos, gamers? I'm telling you, these people are weird, bro. These people are so... I'm sorry, man. Like, I saw that... I'm not sorry, actually. I saw that people, like, the tweet of, like, Emma going viral, and I'm just like, you guys are just weird. There's like... Again...
There's Emma.
Like, there's nothing there. That's the worst bit, chat. That's the worst bit. That is the worst bit, chat. When people look at me, chat, I want to make it clear. Okay? I'm not entirely anti-Gooner. I would say I'm somewhat. But when people look at this character, hang on, let me show you. When people look at Olivia, I'm like, fair. Do you know what fair? I get it. All right, fair. You're gonna look at this and tell me this is for you. Yeah, that's got you like fucking bricked up on a Sunday evening. Come on, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Come on, but keep it private. I'm always been an advocate for, like, you know, listen, if you're gonna goon on private, okay, don't goon on main. But this, you're gonna drop the goonerocalypse for this? Skin tight, therefore. Who said it? Skin tight, therefore? Come on, man.
And her very tight suit, kids game. Then there's AZ and Floette.
The kids are going to be staring at Emma's... Good grief.
Characters that make a return in addition to several others. There's even locations like the museum, the Looker Agency building, and other interiors that are like a one-to-one to how they looked in X and Y, and it's really cool to see them like this, honestly. These returning characters and the story feels like a spiritual successor that we would have gotten with a Z version. The Gen 6 inspired music is also really good. I actually think it's even better than the originals themselves. The next point I think is a huge improvement from X and Y is Megas. Now, if it seems weird to compare a Legends game to X and Y, a main series game that came out in 2013, I think it's prudent since there are several concepts carried over from them. Megas and their usage are one of them. In X and Y, one of my complaints was that they simply weren't used that much in the generation that introduced them.
And in this game, they used them a lot.
Outside of the player using them, there was only 2 trainers that could use them during the story of those games. They were particularly easy games too, so I figured they could have used Megas more and leaned into their own gimmick. Well, that is definitely fixed in this game.
Oh, 100%.
There are Megas everywhere. Several trainers throughout the game are using Megas, and even rogue Megas lurk throughout the game. So that was nice to see.
That was very nice.
The building interiors also look great. Legitimately, they look really nice. I just wish we could have gone into more buildings.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I wish.
City to Paris for the entire game with hundreds of buildings. Well, That's the end of the pros section.
Really?
From the moment you get off the train in Lumio City, you immediately...
You don't even like the battle? I love the battles. It seems like a lot of people, so far, it seems like a lot of people aren't taking to the battle system the same way I did. I love the battle system in this game. The battle system was so good. It seems like, oh... God forgive this Guna see a woman in an IRL gym. Honestly, you'll have to go home all of a sudden as soon as he walks in, eh?
Immediately start to see performance issues. Look at this fletchling. It's not even that far away. Of course, when you get closer, it looks fine, which is the name of the game in Lumios. If you're not in a building, and if you're somewhat close to things, sometimes it looks okay. Otherwise, everything at a distance looks like paper cutouts. Then there are textures like balconies, which are supposed to be absolutely 3D models that are simply textures alongside buildings. I mean, come on.
Buildings though, but the buildings, guys, the buildings, no.
You're walking right next to these buildings the entire game.
Buildings, no.
I don't love this design either way, but maybe if it was at a distance like they do with everything else, I would understand. Throughout the game, there are these dialogue options that mean absolutely nothing.
Okay, I hate that shit. You know what? You're real for that. You're real for that. I fucking hate this shit.
The responses you're allowed to give are synonymous with each other, and you're given the same response regardless. I hate stuff like this because this is the illusion of choice in a series that
yes,
used to
but yes with
choice.
agency, literally. It's so stupid.
So you've got a game that restricts itself to the city, but it feels really small. You can circumvent this entire city in maybe a minute or two just by sprinting around in a circle.
Okay.
Then the NPCs are all just kind of standing around. It doesn't feel like a real city. It feels like one of those cities in China that they built up to prop up their housing industry.
Really? I felt like this was definitely a big city, especially considering I think it kind of works in the story of the game in that like Lumios is kind of having a hard time getting people to trust in it again. So that probably also contributes to the fact that there's not a lot of people. And yeah, there are moving people. Yeah, I don't know. When people say this, I'm just like, really?
That nobody actually lives
in.
There
are NPCs that just walk around. They don't have any dialogue. They just walk, you know?
And I'm just wondering why. The Kalos region in X and Y actually had some interesting places that they could have gone back to, like the Glittering Cave and the coastal regions. The biggest new feature of this game has to be the battle system.
You don't
it's
like
no
it?
longer turn-based, but real-time. Now, the concept is cool, and I even enjoyed it initially. But over time, they start to add bigger Pokemon models and the number of Pokemon to the battles. When you aren't battling the frame rate being caused by the chaos, you're battling strange design choices.
Oh, boo-hoo! You couldn't afford a Switch. Boo-hoo! That's your fault. You couldn't afford it. Frame rates, gamers. That's something I didn't have to deal with on the Switch 2, baby. The Switch 2, the marquee console, baby. No frame drops. Bigger graphics, bigger gameplay. Yeah, best console ever made.
Entrance animation, which is a fine concept. Some of them are really cool or cute and give your Pokemon personality. The issue is that you have a real-time battle system. When you switch out and your Pokemon is busy announcing how cool it is, the opponent's Pokemon is winding up an attack.
Well, yeah, yes. That makes sense. Otherwise, you'd just be able to switch out on a dime without any punishment. Yes. I feel like the entrance animation does a good job of saying, oh, like, you can't just switch on a dime. Like, you have to, like, plan a switch. You know? Like, there were literally instances where I ran across the battlefield, right? They were about to do a move. I switched, and then I switched to another Pokemon so I could do the animation, like, in a spot. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how that works.
Starts off annoying, but then drives me livid.
No,
as the game goes on, you're
just bad. You're just bad at the video game. I'm sorry. Like, how did you not figure that out? Like, yeah, I noticed that too. I'm like, oh, there's an animation, but I can run away and like, you know what I mean?
Opponent's Pokemon are getting stronger, which makes sense. But when you switch into Pokemon that may be a glass cannon that just needs to get off one shot, it's gonna die while it's showboating. They needed to have iframes or at least a non-attack clause during the switch-out period since it's crucial to a battle.
Oh no, they have that. They have that when you're switching in a new Pokemon. Like when a Pokemon dies and they switch in a new one, yes, it does the animation uninterrupted. But when you're switching mid-battle, yes, obviously they don't want you to be able to switch in and out whenever for free. Literally, what are we doing, bro? Are we okay? Are we in bronze?
Says that's part of the intensity and strategy. The NPC gets that luxury. Whenever they switch in a Pokemon that's about to mega...
If the NPCs switched out, they'd be under the same punishment, but they don't. Like, if the enemies ended up switching out the same way we did, like, mid-battle, yeah, they'd be under the same punishment, and then they'd have to do the animation, you know? But...
Evolve, you and your Pokemon are locked out
I'm comfortable saying that's a bit of a proficiency deficiency, because, like, yeah, like, I don't get it, especially because you can dodge attacks while switching. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't. I think that's just on him. I'm gonna be honest. That's just kind of on you, brother. This guy's using the Dene in his final team. Wait, you came to the wrong chat, you came to the wrong chat, lurker. We love the Dene, okay? We love the Dene in this house. The Dene is like one of the goats, okay? Baby game is too hard. I don't like the new strat system, motherfuckers, when they ask to do basic critical thinking strategies. Oh man, crazy.
Second, so your opponent can freely evolve. And what further makes this system annoying, given the performance issues, is sometimes your inputs just aren't recognized because the game is dealing with too much. You'll be clicking your Mega Evolve button and nothing happens. The whole structure of
I can't say I ever had that issue, I'll be real with you. I can't say that ever happened once. The moment I clicked Mega Evolve,
this game relies on climbing the ranks, which progressively unlocks more side missions, wild zone Pokemon, and story content.
That's something for me to ask you, chat, because I didn't play on the Switch one. He's probably trying mid animations. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt that, considering. Like, you guys have to help me on this. If the Switch one did have bad performance, I'm kind of erring on you guys to help me. Like, I genuinely I'm not looked into this.
In order to climb a rank, you go into a battle zone to fight a bunch of opponents to collect enough points to do a promotion fight. At first, this is fine. You just battle a few players at or near your own rank and you move on. But over time, the points required to advance increase significantly.
Yeah.
There are these cards that act as challenges to give you more points if completed. But guess what? There's a day and night cycle. While you're in the middle of these challenges, the night can end and mess up the challenge you were just about to finish.
Yes.
And it just gets harder and harder to complete them because everything is just so random. It will say...
Well, yeah, like that's why you got to make the best of the night as possible. Like, there was numerous instances where, like, for example, I saw a challenge that I picked up halfway through the night that I could probably only have done if I picked this up at the start of the night. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's very important to, when the battle zone comes active, you go in there right away, you pick up, like, you see what challenges, like, that's the advantage of going into the battle zone right away. Literally. And also, yeah, first you could just rest on a bench and change the nighttime when you want. But yeah, like, there was instances where, like, for example, if I picked up a, like, sneak up to 10 people using fire type moves, and I picked up, like, 2/3 into a night, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I switch it out for a smaller one where I can, you have to plan it. So far, it just seems like you kind of just suck at the game, I'll be real with you. I'll let him finish his point. I did pause in mid-point, but, like, so far it just seems that way. Hang on, I'll let him finish.
You need to feint 5 Pokemon from sneak attacks.
Yeah.
There are literally areas where trainers are down in alleyways staring at the only way possible towards them so you can't sneak up on them.
And then you wait for them to turn... I'm so Yes! Like, there are alleyways, but every person in the alleyway either walks up and down or turns around or turns to the side. Are we in bronze?
Or you'll find a card that wants you to use 3 flying moves in a row as a super effective move.
Yeah?
Having a flying move on your team isn't the hard part. It's finding an eligible Pokemon to use that flying move to fulfill the requirement.
Well, and that's why you have to... And that's why there's, like, 3 challenges. If say, for example, you can only pick up 1 challenge at a time, yeah, I could see 100% I could see that being annoying. But if you've got that challenge, you change the card or you work on the other 2 cards. Are we actually in bronze, chat? Holy shit! I thought this was going to be a good video because he seems like an actual Pokemon fan. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. But, like, what? We're actually in bronze. So far, we're in bronze. He's not. Hang on, how we got? We got 3 minutes left. We're in bronze, gamers. Holy! To be fair, not everyone turns around, but most do, and a very few that don't look to the side. Yeah, exactly. There's still a way for you to get close enough.
You do get to keep the points you've made when the night ends, but when you're right there about to finish a challenge, it's so annoying when the transition happens. This day-night cycle issue also extends into catching Pokemon. Some Pokemon are only available during the day or night. In my case, when I was trying to catch an Eevee, I was literally about to throw the Pokeball when it switched to night. Well, Eevees aren't there at night, so it was gone. They could have just made the day-night sequence dependent on the player advancing it. When I'm ready for night to end, I can activate something to do so.
I definitely do think there should have been like something different. I don't know about that. I don't know about personally whether like the player should advance it, but I don't think it is kind of annoying that it doesn't take into account whether you're actively in a battle. I think what it should have done was like if the game detects you're in a battle, because obviously you know the game knows when you're in a battle, by the way, because obviously you can't access your box and you can't like heal unless you're on a cooldown, right? So the game has a way to tell in battle versus not battle. I think what it should have done is if player in battle, do not cycle day out. I think they should have had like something like that. Do you know what I mean? Also, I think the game gives you fair warning, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, I think the game, I think there was one instance with me where I was trying to catch a Skarmory, and like it literally just like cycled out, and I had to restart. What they should have done is had a system where, like I said, if you're in battle, do not advance the day until battle ends. I think that could probably do that in a simple line of code, right? I think that fixes everything.
There are benches that advance time, but that's not what I mean. I mean a total stasis in whatever time of day I'm in. Before someone says that sounds unrealistic, neither is a night lasting 8 minutes. This game feels like its structure is built on padding. Game Freak restricts themselves to a singular city for whatever reason, but doesn't flesh it out. So they just...
I couldn't disagree. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I couldn't disagree more. I think this is easily the most fleshed out location in any Pokemon. Like, it is? Like, again, there's just... It always feels like there was something to do. Has Pokemon caused people to turn their brains off a little bit? A little bit.
Decide to create time-wasting cycles to compensate. They add point totals to battle challenges, but they don't get more interesting. Then you're fighting the clock to finish challenges to get those extra points you need. Then you battle 3 megas. Some of the new megas are cool. I happen to like Emboars. But then there's Starmie? I mean, come on. Who is defending this?
I think we say it, champ. I think we say it. I'm not gonna lie. I did not know how to react when I first saw it. Like, literally, I was just like, I didn't know how to react. I had no, like, I was in shock. It is, like, the more I think about it, it is, like, just really, really funny. Like, come on. It is so funny. Look at this Pokemon, bro. It's so dumb. Like, this is, like, the pinnacle of so dumb it wraps around to being funny. I can understand if someone told me they didn't like Dunsparce. 100%. Right? Because Dunsparce was a Pokemon. Like, Dunsparce was like top 10 Pokemon that needed evolution was Dunsparce. So it's like kind of highly anticipated. If you didn't like, at first I didn't like Dunsparce neither. Dunsparce, I'll be real. Over time I kind of just like, you know, fair. It's actually kind of funny. It's actually kind of funny. With Starmie, it's like no one expected Starmie to get a Mega. No one expected Gen 1 Megas, right? Like, I think we expected. I didn't think Gen 1 would get more Megas. So the fact they got one was like, oh, this is a surprising shock. I wonder what they did. Did they add like another star to it? Like with Star, you just no, they just it's legs now. It used its power to become. It used its psychic power of Mega Evolution to become more humanoid. That's its Pokedex entry, I think, or something like that. Is the laser design also just so funny? Yeah, I think this is like the pinnacle of so dumb it's funny. I think this should be the litmus test. Do Dunsparce? I get it if you didn't like it. This I think should be the litmus test. Honestly, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I saw a comment on a post that said, well, there isn't much you can do with Starmie.
No, there's loads you could do, but the fact that they chose this was really funny.
Fictional creatures. You can literally do whatever the hell you want with zero limitations.
And that's why it's funny that they gave him legs.
So they give Starmie
because they could have done anything.
And have they could have done anything. Because, haha. The story of this game is hard to talk about.
Because he's literally joyless. Holy shit, man. So they gave him legs because, I'm like, yes, that's the point. It just looks really, yes. It's supposed to be that uncanny valley of, this is supposed to be a star, but why does it have legs? It's supposed to like hit your brain in that weird way, like, what are we doing it? He's just so boring, isn't he? He's just boring. I'm sorry, man. This is like, it's boring. I have to tell you, Livy, this is boring, man. There's some designs where they're so bad they're good, but I get it. I get it if you don't like it. I get it if you don't like it. Dude, Dunsparce is the one I'd go to. Starmie, just come on, bro. Come on. There's no way you're not looking at that. At least you didn't giggle. I was in shock. This Pokemon had me in stasis, man.
Because I don't even
no
think
joy,
the
no
developers knew what it
Starmie.
was
Literally.
about either. And I'm sorry to beat a dead horse, but it kind of feels like padding too. You do some battles, fight some rogue megas, and go back to the clubhouse to discuss chasing MacGuffin villains over and over again.
Okay,
the game insists that the city is at risk due to the rogue megas.
This is just you just don't like the game then. Like, I think it's one of those cases where the gameplay loop isn't bad, you didn't like it, so you have to say it's bad. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those, isn't it? Because if the gameplay loop wasn't for you, then I'd be like, strange, but fair. I actually really like the gameplay loop. But if you didn't like it, then fair. But like, it's more of a, it's padding. The whole game is padding then? Just say you don't like the game. Like, don't use a wrong term. Just say, it's okay to just say it's not for you. I think it's strange, don't get me wrong, because I think the gameplay loop is phenomenal, but yeah, I'd be like, okay, sure. Padding just makes it seem like you're a joyless, whimsyless bastard. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Does your lower back hurt by any chance? Like, I'm sorry, you got old. I do wish the Dunsparce had a Mega with like 20 segments on him biting his tail from a wheel. Like Tsuchinoko tend to do. It was all like the Ouroboros. Oh, that could have been really sick, definitely. I think it could definitely have used something like that, but I'm kind of okay with the way it is. Thank you for the 12, appreciate it.
Was wandering around, but you aren't seeing any of that happening in the city. Yeah, they'll show up when they become quest targets, but they're just awkwardly sitting there and people don't pay them any mind. The climax of the story ends up being a laughable boss fight against a couple of flowers that you can easily cheese like I'm doing right now. The cinematic
Yeah, I would say the ending fight could have been better. Definitely could have been better. I do like it had hype moments. I do think though the fight with the two flowers could have been done a bit better if you ask me. But I quite liked it.
It's cool, but it's mostly a glorified cutscene where you get to input the moves that you're using, but it's actually inconsequential in the choice, just like the dialogue is. There is really no excuse for this.
Yeah, I think this is just old. I think it's just old gamers. Because yeah, that bit was definitely a hype moments and aura. But I think for a Zygarde needed that. Zygarde needed that so hard. It feels like a phase 1 of a fight, but no phase. Yeah, it definitely could have used a bit more, 100%. But like, I can't deny that that was hype. That was so hype, man. I'm sorry. It was like Zygarde was a Pokemon. Like you're a Pokemon fan as well. Zygarde needed that. 100% Zygarde needed that. The fight definitely could have used a second phase or a third phase, 100%. But Zygarde needed that hype moments and aura, man. Literally the only Pokemon. There's not another Pokemon that needed hype moments and aura, but Zygarde needed it. It needed it so bad, and I'm so glad it got it, you know? The boss build-up was great, but everything to do with Zygarde was there, but the fight itself was unknown. I agree. Yeah, I think the fight itself was a bit, honestly. Maybe you could have flown around the tower, Zygarde, and dodged tower beams. 100%. They definitely could have done that final bit a bit better. But I'm okay. I'm okay with that ending fight because it was just aura farming. Zygarde needed it. There's something I learned due to the Aguba reviewing. If you can't bring yourself to be invested in the story, you will not like it. And most of these reviews are, yeah, exactly. Like, if you didn't like the story, look, if anything, when he says it's padding, not only is it annoying because you just don't want to admit the game is not for you, I would have loved to have known what it was about the characters in the story that you didn't take to. Because I'm someone that, because again, I say this in my first impressions, by the way. If you listen to my first impressions video on the Power Kid channel, I said that I will always yearn for a day where Pokemon tries to do a non-linear story, tries to take off the narrative wheels. Because one of my favorite things about Gen 1, Gen 1's my darling. I'm a Gen 1, okay? I'm a Gen 1 guy. One of the things I absolutely love replaying Gen 1 is that you leave your house, you go in the grass, Professor Oak stops you, hair, fuck you, blue, blah, blah, blah. That's it. No more story, no more interruptions, you just go, right? I would love if a Pokemon game in the modern day was to just try that. Just like, here's your rival, fuck you, I'm rival Magoo, and then that's it. Just do what you have to do, right? If Pokemon is insistent that they're going to tell you a story, the only thing I ask is make the characters interesting. If I'm speaking, I think I can speak for most of us when I say the characters were very, very fun. You know, Naveen, Leader, Corbeau, Kid Canary. I'm bad with names. I'm so bad with names, and I remember all these characters' names. You know, Jacinth. All of these characters were fantastic. The best characters in any Pokemon game. I love the characters so much. So I'm like, Game Freak, I would personally love it if you just did a Gen 1 thing. But if you are going to tell me a story, you made it fun. Honestly. So it's so good. It's so good. So I give it a pass. If it didn't work for you, then fair. I would love to hear it. But you're not gonna. You're just gonna say it's padding and move on. That's what you're gonna do. It's boring. It's so boring, man. Oh.
In terms of graphics, I'm gonna say the obvious. Breath of the Wild exists. In terms of gameplay, they're the ones that made a city devoid of life and then forced you to rinse and repeat the same things over and over again. For the last year, I've been replaying the entire Pokemon series. A tiny group of people made the first Pokemon games. Any mistakes from Gen 1 are excusable in hindsight, and they all got fixed in later generations. The Pokemon brand is now the most valuable entertainment property in the world.
Good heavens. It's the game. How much does the soul drain from you when you say someone do these talking points again? It's like, oh, you're right, but it's just so boring. It's like, today, Clark, guys, say it with me, guys. Stand on the right and walk on the left or in the London Underground. Speak to others how you'd like to be spoken to. No phones in class, otherwise you end up a dumbass without no job, no bitches. Stylization, realism. 9/11 was bad. 9/11 was bad. Look both ways before crossing the road.
Disney, and Pokemon almost doubles their revenue. They have the war chest that exceeds any other entertainment brand. Yet it turns out like this. The disappointing thing is I like the first Legends game. In fact, it made me excited for the future of this series. But even back when they revealed the trailer in a modern area and it focused on a city, I got really disappointed. The last one had us going all over the Hisui region, exploring all the different types of visually distinct areas.
I think I feel like people are taking the fact that the Legends game aren't what, and he's a patron Percy as well. I feel like people are taking the fact that the Legends games didn't go in the direction we would have hoped for as like a black mark on this game. Arceus is over ZA. How many arrows is that? No, I don't. Brandon, you're cooked. Brandon, you're cooked. You gotta explain it to me, Brandon. If you're gonna have a tale like that, you gotta explain it to me. I'll give you 10 minutes to explain it to me, okay? Let me know. Because for me, like, I would have loved it if like the Legends series was literally just that, Legends, right? As in like we went through the legends of the Pokemon. Because obviously Pokemon lore is fascinating, right? Pokemon lore is so fascinating. How many of us when Legends Arceus came out were saying Legends Kyurem or Legends Unknown or like Legends that, do you know what I mean? They were like, well, come on, like give us something else. And of course Legends ZA comes out and is like basically just like the Pokemon Z we needed with a Legends coat of paint, right? And I think all of us were like, I don't know, you know? But like, I've kind of gone past. I'm like, okay, fair enough. You're doing this whole real life thing. Sell it to me, and the game sold it to me. I think people are using that thing as like the barometer to hit the rest of this to the gamers. And I'm like, yeah, I would personally have loved an Ultra Space game, Legends Galar, Legends Johto. I would have loved it if they went in that direction. If you ask me right now, teleport me to like the design room of like Game Freak when they were planning this game out. If you teleport me there right now, I'd be like, guys, Legends Johto, do Legends Johto, Legends Kyurem, Legends Kyurem. I definitely 100% I would have done that, 100%. But like what this game is, Legends just synth. Oh no, Legends is just synth would have been cool as well. Yeah, like I would have loved that, but I'm taking more to the account for what the game is. Okay, we know it's in C, a bit disappointing, sure, but how does the game work? Sell it to me, and it sold it to me. So I don't know, to be honest. I feel like criticizing the game based on what could have been is a bit flawed, if you ask me. Especially when we've known for like months now that this would have been set in a city. You know, for example, if the Legends games set this long precedent that it was a historical based game series, say we had like Legends Arceus, Legends Kyurem, Legends Johto, Legends Gar, then we had Legends here, I'd be like, okay. What are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? What are we doing here? But Legends Arceus was like, oh, where are we going with this? And then like this game is like, we're just gonna go wherever we want. And it's like, oh, okay. I was kind of hoping for a historical thing, but sure. You know, like I can't really see it. I'm personally not that disappointed. A bit disappointed, sure, but I don't know. I just feel like it's unfair. It's unfair when it didn't establish that, you know?
Areas. You didn't need a bunch of NPCs awkwardly standing around because you were in a vast wilderness. It was hard for me to imagine a city retaining any of that charm. Folks, that's all I've got for Legends ZA.
Oh, poor
I'll
guy.
See you in the next one.
He sounds so depressed as well. This guy sounds so depressed. In all fairness, this is a guy who thinks Heart Gold and Soul Silver are peak remakes. Where it's like, oh boy, is he invited to the Junction? Is he the keynote speaker at the Junction? He's a keynote speaker at the Junction, isn't he? Definitely is. Definitely 100%. How do we tell him? How do we tell him in 2025 you can't say that anymore? You can't say that, bro. Hey, listen, I love Heart Gold Soul Silver. The level curve? The level curve. Boo, the level curve. Did I scare you? Yeah, there's no way it could be a peak game with that level curve. I'm sorry. It's not something you can't. I swear there are good patron Percys out there, but you need a good algorithm. It's the same principle with your Twitter. I need a good algorithm? Nah, they're all shit, okay? All patron Percys are bad, okay? They're all bad. Yeah, this is basically X2Y. So yeah, this is basically Legend Z, really. Which, if you told me, oh, mostly like, they're gonna essentially make a Legends game that gives us the Z that we needed, I'd be like, you know what? Okay, interesting. Let's see where this goes. You know, let's see where this goes. But I don't know, man. I think it's the problem with this critique is not that he's necessarily wrong. I feel like he's right in some places, but he doesn't like go into any sort of detail out of lights. Like you just kind of gave these wishy, and also a lot of your criticisms were just like, oh, I sucked at the game, you know. Firstly, a bunch of your criticisms, it was either I sucked at the game or no joy, no whimsy. So what are we doing here, Livid? Livid, like, it just doesn't end with you, does it? It just doesn't end with this guy. I'm looking for my... Where'd it go? Oh, there it is, okay. It just doesn't end with this guy, does it, chat? Unreal. HGS says arcade by the art style. Yeah, nothing interested the conversation. At least Smith's was like... At least Smith Plays Pokemon's thing was... Oh, like, I was quite intrigued, you know? I was quite intrigued by what you had to say. With this one, there's no intrigue to be had, brother. There's no intrigue to be had in this one. Hang on, let me get his... Please check the URL you've entered. Gamers, we're going to add him to the griftometer, so give me a second. I'm going to grab his URL. I'm gonna steal his profile picture. No one will ever know. So what did you make of that, guys? Also, stylization bad, realism good. I'm not looking at oh, I am not looking for a realistic Pokemon game. Yeah, not one is really. It's just really annoying, isn't it? It's just boring. Boring. Also, level curve aside, since it is bad, I just appreciate HGSS being brought up to Gen 4's mechanic. Oh, 100%. But when people say it's peak, again, peak implies best in the series. You know, that's what peak implies, you know? That's what peak implies to me. And you're not looking at me and telling me HGSS is peak in, like, in the current day, you know what I mean? You're just not doing that. Right, so let's go to this, gamers. Let's go to the Griftometer. Let's go to the Griftometer. And let's put Mr. Livid in there. Livid? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Jaded. I think he's a fallen fan. I think he's jaded. He's a bit too jaded. He's a bit too old. He's a bit too unk. Definitely huffing that HGSS copium. Do you know what I mean? Definitely huffing that. Definitely 100% a jaded fallen fan. I think he's too upset about the potential that Pokemon can be instead of like enjoying the games for what they are. Because if you ask me, yes. Like, ask me right now, Joe. Ask me right now. Do I want a Pokemon game that could be like 100 billion budget? Yeah, 100. They said, yeah. But it's just, we know it's not going to happen. Like, I've come to an acceptance that it's just not going to happen. And the sooner you do, the better you will be. You know, the sooner you will do that. Like, who doesn't want that? But I think you're holding this up to a standard it will never reach, and as a result, you end up being jaded for your whole life. So we'll leave that there, gamers. We'll leave that there. So, gamers, let's go to the piece de résistance, gamers. Let's go to the piece de résistance. He has made his appearance in the So Mostly stream before, gamers. Let's give it up, guys, for a returning guest. It was not long ago that I ended up giving him his fair share of licks, you know? I gave him a fair share of, you know? Frogmire? I'm not talking about Frogmire, okay? That's another level for me, all right? You know, you hate he majored in psychology, maybe, gamers. Give it up for Ups. Let's give it for him, gamers. Let's give it for him. Let's give it up to this guy. Let's give it up to my guy, Ups, baby. Ups returned somehow, gamers. Somehow, Ups returned. Ups returned for another episode of GRIFTWATCH. Okay, we've seen him before, gamers, and he did not have a good showing in the So Mostly stream. He made a fake leak just to try and see how leaks work. I patently called him an idiot and various other phrases, and I moved on. Let's see what Ups has to show for us. Take it out, brother. Not my ex, Scrimbly. Let's go. Oh, he's going to do a green screen bit, game. He's going to do a green screen bit, honestly. If you guys want to clarify, Matthew's kind of right. Like, my man complaining about Nintendo's price and then buys them anyway. I'm just like, yeah. So this is like definitionally, I would say like a grifter. You know what I mean? Grifter harder. Is Ups going to turn on his grift today? Is it got to grift them all? There we go. He's going to do the thing, guys. He's going to do the thing. Oh, look how empty. Look at the building. Look how empty this is. Look at the windows. Look at the windows, guys. Look at the windows. Oh, no. Oh, now he's on the floor, guys. Now he's on the floor. Now he's on the floor, gamers. No.
That's better.
Talk to the guy with the Garchomp. Talk to the guy with the No, talk to him with the Garchomp. Dispatch, we've got a homeless guy running around the streets of Lumios. Dispatch, we've got a homeless guy. We've got a homeless guy, guys. Oh, no, you can't go in the buildings. No, they don't let homeless people in. They don't let homeless people in, Ups. You got to dress to impress, brother. Come on. Can't go in, man. They don't let homeless people in. Hey, listen, they don't serve your kind, okay? They don't serve your kind, all right? Thanks so much, Ryan. If Ups hates this game's price, which I do hate, the price of this, it's insane. After buying every accessory at launch, I'm gonna go and say, let's see what ends up happening, games. Let's see what ends up happening. This could have been a funny bit. It could have been, but. This bit's kind of dragging. You have to understand, Ups thinks this is peak comedy, gamers. He thinks this is peak comedy. I mean, again, I think this bit could have worked if he kept it shorter, but I guarantee this bit is going to last like 7 minutes, gamers. You guys get it? It looks bad. He vomited. He vomits his gamers. Oh, he's a oh my god. People say PLZA is padding, huh?
897, 899,
And the worst part is, like, obviously the review is titled Pokemon Windows ZA review. It would have been really funny if, like, he literally did a window review. No, that would have been. Like, I think this could have, that could have been a funny review. In fact, I might make that video, chat. And let's review all the textures. Let's review all the building types in the game. He's not even doing that. He's just flexing that he has a green screen. That would have been funny.
Wait, did I do 898? Oh. One.
Let's do that next stream, gamers. I'm gonna do that next stream. Send me some pictures in the Discord. If you guys got pictures of the various buildings, send them in the Discord. We'll do it next stream, okay?
2, 3. Shoots in to here, and then this comes in to there, and then it just kind of like, it just kind of mashes in the.
I just want to clarify. I've seen plenty of buildings in London that do this. In fact, if anything, this is the most realistic bit, chat. I'll be real with you. Like the way the buildings just kind of like do that. Yes. I've seen plenty of neighborhoods in London do exactly this. So I'm gonna give Game Freak a pass for this one. It's lazy, but it actually works.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Sorry, no English. We don't do homeless. No homeless.
Oh.
No homeless.
Hello, is Mr. JPEG home?
No homeless. No Jehovah. No homeless. Leave me alone. Por favor, hermano, leave me alone.
Oh, sorry, wrong house.
Leave me alone. Hijo de puta, it's that fucking homeless guy again.
What game is this? This place looks pretty good. And then
Okay, that is some bad line work.
they don't want. It doesn't. It doesn't. Flat. And then it.
Oh, we're doing the building bit again, guys. We're doing the building bit again.
One.
We're doing the building bit again, guys. We're doing the building bit again.
In a one.
Oh, he's in a car. Oh my god, he's in a car.
I wanna leave.
Taxi. I wanna get to Prism Tower, please. Hey, stat.
But it won't move.
Stat. Come on.
Go!
It's not your house. See, they got the benches for you.
Why is every window flat? And then what?
What's the issue?
What? If whoa!
Yeah, this is also fine. I've seen buildings that look like this. Yeah.
Oh.
Can you get this creep away from me? Bro, let's be real. Who when they're playing the game stopped and stared at the buildings? No one, because they wanted to play the damn game. No, listen, Grashka Winja, you need to stop. You need to stop, okay? You need to stop, okay? The trees, guys, say it with me. The trees, the buildings, okay? You gotta say it 3 times fast, okay? Nostalgia critic ass skit. So when does he talk about gameplay? I don't know, gamers. I'm with you on this one. I have no idea. Okay, there's a bit that could have been funny, but it's beat 'em ups, gamers, so you know it's not going to be funny. You just know it's not going to be funny. Oh, he found the mic. Oh, wait, review time now?
Oh, there's a microphone in the trash. I guess I'll talk in it. So this gorgeous video game that you've been staring at is what Game Freak likes to call 3D 2D. Yeah, I know. You thought that was what Square Enix was doing. No, that's like 2D HD or 3D HD, something like that. I don't know. No, this is the new 3D 2D, where you build a lot of 3D assets, but then slap 2D models on them. It's really quite ingenious. Something really creative when you think about it.
Yeah, do
I mean, really, the only downside is that it sucks. I have a lot of early first impressions thoughts on Pokemon ZA.
And you know the worst part is, beat 'em ups, there were some people that were like, I wanted that to be the whole video. So guys, he didn't even fully commit to the bit, neither, chat. He didn't even fully commit to the... There was some people in the chat saying, I hope that's the whole video. I hope that's the whole video. Unreal, gamers. Unreal. He couldn't even commit to the bit. That's because he's a hack fraud, that's why.
Sat down tonight and I played it for several hours, which was almost enough time to get out of the very hand-holdy tutorial that this game has. Almost! I understand.
How long were you playing for? Hang on, gamers, we got chat, we're gonna VAR check him. We're gonna VAR check. Okay, let's see the claim. Claim again.
Early first impressions thoughts on Pokemon ZA. I sat down tonight and I played it for several hours.
Several. Now, gamers, it's fair to say several implies like at least maybe like 3, 4, 5, at least minimum 3, right? Minimum 3, at least. At least I would say I think at least 3 or 4 hours. That's when I think several implies like 3 to 6. Let's do a VR check. I actually don't know, to be honest. Let's go to my first stream and see how long before I am let off the leash. Let's see how long until I get actual gameplay. I would say when Emma teaches you about Mega Evolution, that's when the game actually starts, I would say. So we got, don't worry about Vinny. I think once you do like your first Z battle, I think that's when like, you can say the tutorial is basically done and the game just kind of lets you go. So I did the first Z battle like about 2 hours in. Fair to say a little bit of an exaggeration. All that for an early impressions video, not even a full review. What was this? Oh, 4 days. Oh, crazy. 2 hours is crazy for a tutorial, I can't admit. I mean, it's an RPG. RPG tutorials tend to be long. So you're late on the leash after 10 Emma tells you to complete the quests. So how long would that be then? I would say like after the first thing, I would say it's been like, oh yeah, it's kind of, you can kind of just do what you want. About here then? So about 2 hours. I'd say about 2 hours. So it's still a bit bad. I think for like a 30-hour game, and RPGs tend to have longer tutorials. I don't know, to be honest.
Which was almost enough.
Especially considering what, like, new battle system, Pokemon game, right? Persona games are like twice the length. Do you know what I mean? Like, RPGs generally tend to last a bit longer, right? So I'd say 2 hours, like, given all in, we're fine, you know?
Time to get out of the very hand-holdy tutorial.
You're looking at a fair bit, so it's probably a little short. I'd say what, I'd say 1.5 to 2 hours, I think is fair, right to say? That doesn't seem too bad to me. Like, again, you don't need I think context also matters as well. I don't need a 1.5 to 2 hour tutorial for a Mario game. You just jump and throw fireballs every now and again. With an RPG, yeah, I'd say like 1.5-ish to 2 hours. I'd say that's, especially considering at my end, when I hit the end credits, the game was 34 hours long. I don't know, to be honest.
Tutorial that this game has. Almost.
Just admit you don't like to read. It's fine. It's fine. If you don't like to read, that's fine, you know?
I understand that Pokemon games, even to this day, are made for children.
Yes.
I get that.
Yes.
I do.
And especially with a game this complicated, I think it's important. Do you know what I mean? It's important. It's important for the kids to understand, you know? Maybe this is a long message, but if it weren't for your videos, I only was to get rid of the Doom post and start recognizing grifts and how algorithms work, so thank you so much. Listen, I'm glad you're now aware. No, honestly, like, I will say, if I could just briefly sidebar, I guess, if there is one thing, because I've always kind of taken this whole YouTube thing as I just kind of stream when I want to stream, but if there's one thing I take pride in my YouTube channel, is I'm glad that whenever someone says to me, wait, Musty, you make it seem so obvious. All you do is just click not interested, and my life has gone exponentially better. Honestly, anytime someone says that to me, I'm just like, you know what? Another one saved. Another one saved. I don't care if you agree with me. I don't care if you disagree with me. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you hate me. But if I've helped you realize, wait, hang on, all these guys are fucking. This is just money in the bank account for them. What? No way! I'm like, yeah, yeah, way. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes for a lot of these people. You know what I mean? So you just click not interested. Especially don't recommend channel. Don't recommend channel is so good. Anytime I ever use that button, I never see the channel again. It's beautiful, gamers. I'm telling you, just use it. Use it so much. I think it depends on the story. It's compelling enough to carry through to tutorial. Persona games do that well as well. Yeah, definitely. I think it's more of if you're going to complain about the tutorial, I think you also have to. It only works if you also hate the story. If that makes sense. For me, I think the tutorial, while it maybe was a bit long, I was invested. I was, learning the characters. I was figuring out. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of invested in this.
Even to this day, are made for children.
Yeah, the characters were interesting enough. Exactly.
That.
Yeah.
I do. It's kind of like growing up with Disney movies and then expecting them now to be for adults because I'm 35. Being an adult is awesome. And this game, Pokemon Za, is still very much targeted to children.
Yes.
The game assumes that you've never played a video game before in your life. In fact,
that's every Pokemon game does that. I would say that genuinely, while it might be frustrating as a long-term fan, I would say unironically that's one of Pokemon's best strengths. What's the one thing that people say, chat, when they say, oh, I don't know where to start getting into Pokemon? Just play any game. That's literally its strongest suit. It's amazing how Pokemon games manage to do that. And the main reason when it becomes horrible is when they don't account for the long-term fans. Oops, sorry about that. When they don't account for the long-term fans, which I feel like X and Y didn't do. X and Y was an example of amazing for new fans, but for me, no. I did not like that. PLZA, again, as a Pokemon game, yeah, it works. It works as a new fan, but as a returning, as someone who's played every game in the series, yeah, phenomenal. I very much enjoyed this game. Skip option would be nice. Oh, 100%. I still don't know why they don't have an option to skip the dialogue. I still don't know why they're allergic to that.
In many ways, the game assumes that you've never done anything before in your life. Legends Arceus had the same issue, just a constant slog of tutorial and talking and dialogue and pop-ups and learn this. Once you break free the shackles that is the start of this game, which I'm pretty sure is the same exact quote that I gave in my Arceus review, it does actually start to get pretty enjoyable as the game opens up, and it allows you to enjoy the day and night cycle of it all, catching Pokemon in the day, battling randos down alleyways at night. This game just teaches kids so many great lessons. Also, this is Nintendo's most expensive.
Gamers. Hang on. Hold. I'm so glad I paused, gamers. If a channel of 1.9 million subscribers gives me it's a $100 game, I'm gonna gift 5 memberships to the channel. Okay? Because when he says most expensive, I'm expecting to say that. I'm hoping he doesn't. Okay? Because it's $70, which is high. And that's the worst bit, chat. That's the worst bit. $70 is already expensive. You can make your point by saying $70, right? Firstly. Secondly, this is beat 'em ups. And I want to make it clear, some of you guys aren't familiar with beat 'em ups at the moment. I'll show you exactly why I have a bit of umbrage with beat 'em ups saying this. Beat em ups Switch. Yeah. The same guy who says this, by the way, chat, is this guy. Is this fuck ass bitch ass guy. This is a guy who will shamelessly make videos buying every single accessory, buying every single game that comes out launch, buying every single thing he can, all for that sweet ad revenue. So when he looks you in the eye and says it's expensive, this is the guy you're apparently supposed to take seriously. When I say it's expensive, I'm saying that as in earnest. The game, $70 is just too much for a video game. Especially since Pokemon games tend not to go on sale. It's annoying. Yeah, 100%. If you're literally someone in my chat going, I can't with the price list, I'm like, yeah, fair, 100%. But I'm not looking at you guys saying, this fucking shit, am I? I'm not looking at you guys saying this. That's the difference. So gamers, I've held on for long enough. Is he gonna give us, it's a $100 video game? His costume is not our culture, exactly. Gamers, are we ready?
This is Nintendo's most expensive game so far, $100.
Oh, gamers, welcome to another Sir Musty prediction come correct. 5 gifted memberships on the Sir Musty channel. Hooked and cooked, gamers. Who are going to be the 5 people on the Sir Musty channel to get this one today? I would give some to Sir Palkia, but I don't have memberships on that channel yet. I would if I get 1,000 subs. So get me to 1,000 subs, gamers. Get to 1,000 subs on Sir Musty, on Sir Palkia, and I will gift it. But for now, Tropos has got a gifted membership. Geo Bugster has got a gifted membership. Master of Masters, but the master of everything. Olive Cherry and Vida Max, my favorite. And JD's Comedy Clutch with another 5 gifted memberships. We're going to spend $100 on this bitch. Just as much as the DLC plus the game. It's incredible stuff here, gamers. It cannot be stopped. As Pineapple Lover 1, Quaper Nap, Random Leaf, Hopeful Blue, and Greg Medina all get a fancy green name, gamers. And then Soupy Milk, not to be overdone, has also done the best thing ever made, the best to ever do it. Here we go, gamers, and the 5 gifters. Duck has one, Mr. Cough has one, Soup Can with a can of soup, Colin in HD, not in 4K, and Justin Lee with a 3 in the middle as well. Another 5 gifters, gamers, to mark this wonderful prophecy come to life. A prophecy that was extremely predictable, but it was predicted nonetheless. Thank yous if you got it, gamers. Oh, dang it if you didn't. And until next time on Sir Mercy's gifted sub-prediction. Sayonara, gamers. Another one from Desola right at the end. Dubstep Edgelord. Make sure you say thank you. Make sure you say thank you indeed. Remember, guys, this is the bum-ass motherfucker who will buy every single accessory shamelessly. And it's the part where he might say, oh, but it was a tax write-off, as if that makes it any better. As if that makes it any better. Literally as if that makes it any better. It makes it even worse. You're admitting that you are selling your audience products you're gonna return. That'd be even worse, because some people said, oh, it's a tax write-off. That'd be even worse. Even worse if it was a tax write-off. If you just, like, returned them. Unbelievable. Genuinely. He's not like us, gamers. He ain't like us, honestly. But I end with the 5. Viewers in the chat are excited and celebrating, with many mentioning gambling and congratulating someone, possibly a streamer, for gifting subscriptions. Some expressed disappointment in not winning. Good job, AI. You got it right this time. Now, watching Praise Sonic Racing Crosswell's price, even though it's the same price with the DLC too. Crazy how that's gonna work, isn't it? We're doing a beat 'em ups cosplay. We certainly are, aren't we, guys? We certainly are. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Okay, is it more expensive? Oh, hang on, gamers. Hang on. That's actually a good shout. Is it more expensive than... Oh, hang on. Oh my god. Who said that in the PowQ chat? Hang on. Mimi and Co. with a generational Sonic gamers. Technically, if we're being technical, really technical gamers, you can buy PLZA plus DLC, and it's cheaper than a pre-owned copy of Black 2 White 2. It's cheap, gamers. My game is cheaper than... This is your go, yeah? Yeah, my go is cheaper. Okay? Owned, all right?
Also, this is Nintendo's most expensive game so far. $100 if you include the $30 day one DLC.
It's not day one. Oh my god, this game. Should we just like speedrun and put him in grifter hard R? This is literally the dictionary definition of grifting. Literally, he's lying to your face to make money so that he can be like, oh guys, hey, I'm gonna literally gamers. This is the hard R. Derogatory gamers. Derogatory. Hang on, I'll get his profile picture ready in the background.
I've bought a lot of Switch 2 games.
Shut the fuck up, okay? I'm talking. And listen, when Modest Sirhat gamers, when Modest Sirhat gets 5 memberships, we all stay silent, okay? We all stay silent. As he gives us another 5 to the Empire, baby. Jacob Mendoza, Crystal, Pokemon Crystal Meth, choose your Crystal gamers. Carlton's Craze. He's a crazy man. He's gonna be even crazier as part of the Royal Guard. We have also got Nobody's Advocate. I'm advocating for him today. That's for damn sure, gamers. And Cursed Kevin. How cursed is he, gamers? Only the Lord knows. Another 5 gifters, gamers. Another 5 gifters. Thank yous if you got it. Oh, dang it if you didn't. Good. At this point, I'll be able to afford a pre-owned copy of Black 2 White 2. Who knows? Until next time, gamers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, welcome to the cult, lads. Yeah, it's literally he's just scripting. I'll keep the video playing while I get his profile picture ready in the background.
That said, That's about it, at least what I've discovered so far. This big old map, you have Poke Centers that you can walk into, and then there's a bunch of shops that you can look at. I bet the inside of this cafe is gorgeous. We'll never know. But thankfully for us, the barista is standing outside the cafe on the steps, and you can talk to him and...
Okay, hang on. Gamers, Beat-em-ups has a chance. Beat-em-ups has a chance, gamers. He has a chance. A slim chance. And I say a chance, but he's not going to say it, gamers. He's not going to say it. He's not going to say it. As I said, if you're going to criticize not being able to go inside the buildings, the best angle of critique is the cafes. I would have loved to be able to do a photo op inside a cafe with my Pokemon. I would have been loved to have done that. But of course, if Livid is not going to mention that, then I don't think Beat-em-ups is going to. No one's going to mention that. Because even though I love this game, I can make the negative critiques more at me than these fucking losers can. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
A text menu will pop up and he'll just hand you whatever you want outside of the cafe, because that's how cafes work. Why go through the effort of having like a whole store when you can just paint a wall and stand out the front? I don't really understand this. I mean
and also, you say that as if like having a cup of tea like sitting outside at a cafe isn't elite. I don't know. Have you guys ever done that? I've done that. In the same way that Sigma Seeker said another fight. Gamers, it just doesn't end with my community. It just doesn't end with these guys. I'm not even gonna be able to fucking watch the video at this point. It's unbelievable, gamers. Support is unbelievably high. As we got another 5 ones. Josh and Joe, gamers. The double. We are JJ'd up as Judah Marrero, Bendy Ink Boss 2476, and Epic Panda Pat. I hope he's not got bags in his eyes, because Sigma Seeker has got bags in his bank account, evidently. Thank you if you got it. Oh, dang it if you didn't. Until next time, gamers. Thank you so much. Sayonara. All right, guys. I really do appreciate the support. I want to say something a streamer should never say, which is, guys, please stop giving me money, okay? I would like to get through this. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. But let's get through the rest of this, okay? Much love to all of you guys, all right? For fun, as soon as I ask, we're doing it again, baby. We're going for round 7. We're going for round 7, baby. Star Coda hit past the P with a lovely bowl of smack bowl for this chat today. Star Coda H, a very large Mandarin slice. Mandarin indeed, gamers. I'm more fond of a Satsuma personally. Rubbing one out to this gifter sub, baby. That's what we know for damn sure. Keep it to yourself, okay? Keep it off main. Uranium exposure. Don't ask him where he was in Ukraine. Chernobyl, gamers. Don't ask him if he was at Chernobyl. And who's the last one? Who was the last one? Silvery. Isn't that the name of a Pokemon? Isn't that what type Noah evolves into? Thank you if you got it. Oh, dang it if you didn't. And until next time. Sayonara, okay? Sayonara, gamers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Stream doesn't end until everyone's a member. Listen, calm down. The support is high, okay? Let's watch, guys. We're here for the roasting of beat-em-ups, okay? This is a grifter hard R. Let's give him his let's let him talk here. Let's let him talk. Just go to show beat-em-ups. People would rather give me money than listen to you talk. The chat is filibustering. I've got 2 chats and they're both filibustering right now. They're filibustering, gamers. It's unreal, isn't it?
Even as like a kid, I know the game is designed for kids, but even as a child, I remember being so impressed when I can actually go into a location in a video game. That element was never lost on me. So I don't really think...
What are your favorite interiors? What are your favorite interiors? Interiors tier list, gamers. Interiors tier list. Oh, do you remember that one house in Pacificlog? What about that other house in Pacific? Oh, do you remember my childhood? I used to love my childhood. At least my childhood. Yeah, you like buildings? Name 5 interiors right now. Name 5 interiors right now. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. All right. Any self-awareness would make a massive difference, but it's just not now, unfortunately. You know. Don't some stores do that IRL though? Yeah, literally they do. I mean, but listen, don't tell them that, Magneto, okay? Don't tell them that, okay?
The argument here is, well, the game's made for kids. They don't want to go inside a store.
Oh my fucking god! I hate this guy. How does this guy walk? How does this guy put on his pants in the morning? No one is saying this. No one is saying this. No one said, oh, you can't go in the buildings. Oh, so what? It's a kid's game. No one has said this. Hang on, can I hear that again? Chat, listen again. No one has said this. Who is saying this?
On me. So I don't really think the argument here is, well, the game's made for kids. They don't want to go inside a store.
No one has said this. Look at his face as well. Look at his face. He just thinks he owns someone. He's like, yeah, get owned. No, the person that didn't make that argument, but the voice in his head are making him say that. He's fighting John Cena. No one has said this. And hang on, and they have shown me so we could laugh at them too. This is a classic textbook case of people online. No one has said this. Bearing in mind, I get it. Pokemon discourse is cooked. I don't believe you when you say someone is defending the buildings because it's a kid's game. No one has said that. 100% no one has said that. No one has said that. You're just lying. You're actually lying.
No, I think they do. I think even like a 7-year-old would be bummed out by this, but what do I know? All right, let's talk about the windows.
No one has said this, okay? He wrote that line in the shower. He was literally in the shower going, yeah, this will get the people going. Thanks so much, Cheesecakes.
I kind of feel like I should do a better follow-up than this to a video that I made back in March that has, as of right now, almost 2 million views.
And he's just straight up admitting it, gamers. He's straight up admitting it. He needs to make a follow-up to one of his best performing videos, shitting on the textures for views. He's just telling you. He's just telling you right now, chat. He's literally just telling you. He's not even fucking hiding it. Most grifters hide it. He's just saying, no, I'm gonna do it for the views. Not whether he believes it. He's doing it for the views.
My weird gripe with the windows actually resonated with a lot of people. I really thought it was just me. In fact, even recently, there was a bunch of Giga leaks from...
Okay, I'm going to skip ahead of this. Because I don't want anything to know about the leaks, personally.
Balconies, they were all there, and it looked pretty great. But guess what? They took a little photo of it, and then they slapped that photo on the buildings because it eased up on the processing power. It made...
Okay, I'm going to be honest, though. Look me in the eye, beat-em-ups. If you told me, Musti, the game kind of runs at like this pseudo 60 frames per second. What do you mean pseudo 60? What do you mean pseudo 60? Oh, the game kind of runs between like 45 and 60 FPS. It's like, okay, well, I don't want that. I want it to be smooth. Like whether it's smooth 30 or smooth 60. That's what I like. I like games that are smooth, whether it's 30 or 60. Okay. Well, if we just change the balconies to like 2D textures, then we'll get 60. Wait, that's it? That's what you have to do? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah. Of course I would. Of course I would. Yeah, anytime. Thank you so much, Sigma Sigga. Mr. Weirdo, man, you better say thank you. Okay, you better say thank you. Honestly, the best interior is Gladian's motel room where it just says get out. I think that was an iconic top one bit, honestly. Genuinely, he's the worst kind of grifter. Grift that switches between positive and grifting, depending on the conversation. Literally the definition.
The game perform and run better, which I don't know who...
The point is how lazy they are by default. You're missing the whole point. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with that. Everyone's with you. Everyone's with you. No one disagrees with you, AC Forever. Is anyone disagreeing with you that the buildings look a bit shoddily done? No one's disagreeing. Literally, no one in my chat is gonna disagree with you. The point is, we know. It's boring. It's a boring criticism. Talk about the game. I want to talk about the gameplay in my gameplay review video. If you didn't like the game, then okay, fine. Talk about the gameplay loop. Talk about the scope of the city. There's so many more. That's like when people say the trees. Yeah, the trees look shit. Do you want to talk about anything else? No one disagrees with you, bro. You're literally saying 9/11 was bad. We have a phrase for this. We're literally saying 9/11 was bad. It goes without saying, bro. Graphics are a part of games for a lot of people, my dudes. Okay. Is this guys? Is this beat 'em up's old account? Beat 'em up's older brother? I don't know, man. I don't know. 9/11 was bad. Hey, listen. AC. What do you think of 9/11? I'm not continuing the whole stream. What do you think of 9/11? I need to know, AC Forever. I need to know we're in like the same ballpark here, okay? I caught a pigeon named him Skibbity G. Shut up. I think my fiance traded me her shiny one. I need to know. It's not good. Gamers, round of applause. Give him a round. Gamers, give him a round. Give him a round, gamers. Give him a round. I'm glad someone finally said it. I'm glad someone said it. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm genuinely so happy you said that. If you said it was, I would have... oh, honestly.
Who figured that one out before a bunch of Giga leaks had to happen? Oh, was it me? I went into it in my video, but with Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield having these purposely designed... decent looking buildings, I guess you could say, but they weren't JPEGs. Like, they've never utilized this way of game design before, so why now? And I will...
Or I would say, again, if it's a good question, why now? I would love to know what the decision making was for that by Game Freak. But if you told me, I actually don't know, none of us really know what the decision making was for that. If it was like to save on space to make the game run smoother, I would say that's a fair trade-off if you ask me. I think most of us are graphics over gameplay. So if it took making the textures look a bit worse for the gameplay loop to run smoothly, I think most of us would take that trade. So it'd be interesting to ask them, but is that something you're going to do, beat 'em up? So you're going to ask someone for a comment? Of course you're not. Of course he's not going to do that, gamers. I feel that flat texture might be a game design decision to prevent you from getting stuck parkouring off rooftops. That could be interesting. It could be, honestly. It could complicate hitboxes too, since you've gone. Yes. Oh, that could. I never actually thought about that actually. Because yeah, like when you like you want to make it clear what's a traversable thing instead of not. Actually, that could have been it. Actually. But interesting how my live chat is having a much more interesting conversation about this than beat 'em ups ever will. Crazy, because yeah, actually, I never thought about that. Actually, I never thought about that. I guarantee you, there was probably an early build that had those balconies. Maybe there was, but obviously they might have realized, oh, like people just stand on them and like it caused a bit of difficulty. Maybe they realized that early on and didn't even bother to do that in the first place. Maybe, or maybe it was like a performance thing. I also want to know why we need to make the sacrifice. The game does look the game does seem very demanding, even with better texture. So what's bringing the game stability down? Yeah, literally. Interesting. That'd actually be very interesting to think about.
Say for the most part it has worked. I mean, in the 6 hours that I've played on my Switch 2, the game's been 60 frames 4K.
Oh, okay, so even he acknowledges it. That's good at least. Yeah. So yeah, if the sacrifice for the buildings were for the frame rate, I'm good with that.
Essentially the whole time. I mean, it's actually running and looking pretty nice. And with all of those edges really clean and the HDR popping and the vibrancy and the colors, I gotta be honest, this is the best looking Pokemon game that Game Freak have ever designed. I want to stress Game Freak. I'm not talking about like Pokemon Snap, which was another team. I mean Game Freak. They really have done their best work here, and I do have to appreciate it. I mean, the whole picture does come together quite pretty as long as you just keep moving and you don't stare at it for too long.
Like, look, guys, each one of these 4 people are standing in the exact same default model way. They all have the same model. And it's like,
it was also in those days.
Don't ask this guy to go to the nightclub in Persona 3. I don't know. It's so boring. This guy's just so boring. It's a boring grift. I don't like. Do people not? How do you want people to stand? It's so boring. At least when people say the city could use a bit more life, I'm like, okay, maybe you could have used some more NPCs just walking around. They just be standing, bro. They just be standing. Do you want someone to just like, I'm gonna stand like this? It's like, I don't know, man. Cherry picking. There are many NPCs that do their own thing. Yeah, literally, I saw there's someone jogging, there's someone walking, there's people like in a battle pose, like standing next to each other, getting ready for battle. I'm just like, but these people just be standing, man. I don't know what to say. It's so boring. You're so boring, beat 'em ups. You're boring.
Data leaks that the entire city, this big-ish, it's not that big. I actually timed running from one end of the city to the other tonight on stream, and it only took 1.5 minutes.
But why is that a bad thing, though? Why is that a bad thing? I don't understand. Like, oh, hang on. He might tell us. He might tell us why that's a bad thing. Because yeah, I'm a fan of the condensed. Is it actually just it's small, therefore? Because like I like the smaller scope because it means it could be more focused. I think the smaller scope had its criticisms in other ways, but the fact that you can run from one end to the other and like that's not a critique to me. That's not like that literally. You might as well literally just said. That's how much nonsense you were saying. Honestly. Is it going to actually make the smaller doesn't mean better thing? No, again, that's the weird thing about these guys. That's genuinely the weird thing about these people. Is if you ask someone like, let's say PLZA didn't exist yet. Let's say someone 2 years ago, show them a game, show them 2 games. One game that has like 10 things to do, but spread out over a big map. One that has 10 things to do, but on a smaller map. I think you ask 9 gamers out of 10 will say I much prefer the smaller map because it means I can get to things a lot quicker, right? But for some reason, when it's Pokemon, everyone's lobotomized, right? As soon as that conversation comes into Pokemon, people are lobotomized. I just don't understand. Again, the smaller scope has its issues, but the fact that it's small isn't the issue for me. The fact that it's like Kalos is such a big region and you could have used more of it, you know? I would have liked 3 Lumioses, 3 big cities that are like this, but unfortunately the scope of the games and the timeline doesn't allow for that sort of thing. That's my big issue with Lumiose, not the fact that it's small. I don't get it, man. As long as there's more to focus and stuff to do, size isn't a bad thing. Yeah, like compare this to PLA, for example. PLA had nothing. You got like, yeah, it had more regions, but there was barely anything to do. Those Pokemon are fine, don't get me wrong, but like you were never just like running around in PLA. Like what, grass, and more grass in the fucking. Or did you just want like more beach in the Cobalt coastline? You were not really exploring it. You know what I mean? You weren't really doing that.
A very small city. I can see this game getting pretty old pretty quickly. This whole city is one 3D model that's rendered in at all.
Okay. Oh, hang on.
All time.
Hang on.
This whole city is one 3D model that's rendered in at all times.
Now, beat 'em ups, you have to tell us why that's a bad thing. This is the part where he has to tell. If that's firstly, it's false information. This is just misinformation, by the way. This is just misinformation. This has been confirmed false. So well done, beat 'em ups. Well done. A channel of nearly 2 million, you're spreading this information to your audience, yeah? To about 500,000 people. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Go on.
You know that nice little tactic that a lot of video games do so that they can make their games look nice and put as many assets and cool things into the world as possible? That they have it so it only renders in what you can see, you know, the area that you're currently in, and then it doesn't bother rendering in the rest of the game. Well, Game Freak said, no, even when you're all the way over here on this side of the map, we're gonna have all the map all the way everywhere rendered in at all times.
So one Reddit post. One Reddit post. Really? Reddit post. Just one Reddit post, bro. That's your source. You're gonna spread massive misinformation. And it was, I saw it on Reddit. And that's a hologram on the museum as well. Firstly, Reddit is insane. This is just a hologram in the museum. This isn't the actual, like, leaked thing. Oh no, this dude is slurping game. Oh no, okay. AC, you kind of gamers. Where were you with the fall off for AC forever? I thought AC was gonna be cool, but like AC, this is literally misinformation. Oh, he's gone, gamers. I think he has to go, unfortunately. Yeah, see you later, man. Have a good one. Bit of a shame. I was hoping you could be one of the cool ones. I would have liked if someone, you know, could maybe offer a different tact, but no, he's literally defending misinformation, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I don't understand. I just don't understand this. I mean, even if with that development time, maybe if they had better budgets, they could probably hire more people to optimize the game. Like the budget's really low. Yeah, the budget's low. Yeah, the budget's unbelievably low. And bearing in mind, chat, is he going to mention that at any point, gamers? Is he going to mention the budget at any point? I don't think he is. AC didn't even get up to begin with. Yeah, literally. The fall of AC forever. Where were you? This 100% feels like complaining purely for the sake of complaining. Grifting. We call it grifting, man. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Even when you can't see it. I don't know why, but that's what they decided to do. And then when they decided to do that, I guess they went, oh, but now the game's running bad. So rather than change this detrimentally flawed idea and concept that we had, how about we make everything a JPEG, and that way it'll be easy to render.
This is just a theory craft. Where's your source for this? Oh wait, I have none. Gamers. Holy shit. This is like the worst video ever made. Oh my god. Oh my god. This guy is terrible. He just made it up. I have no source and I must grift. What is happening right now? This is terrible, beat 'em ups. Honestly.
They're in everything.
I genuinely think like I don't even think there's that much of a case for like. I feel like if someone at Game Freak was like misinformation, YouTube, you have to take the video down. I think they'd have a decent case. Honestly, I wouldn't want that to happen, obviously, but like I think it'd be funny.
At the same time, even the stuff that the player can't see because they're on the other side of the map, and then everyone else at Game Freak went, yeah.
Oh, he's doing the bit. It doesn't have voice acting. He's doing the voice acting bit. Okay.
I'm not even kidding. And it's gonna sound like I'm beating a dead horse. I actually freaked out for a second and I was like, oh my God, the game's on mute. And I was trying to figure out how to unmute the game. And then I had a moment where I realized there's no voice acting. It is just dead silent right now.
The game does need voice acting.
I honestly thought.
I'm gonna be honest, beat 'em ups. I feel like this joke could have worked if someone else made it, honestly. That's the issue. That's the issue with this, right? Donkey making this joke would have been flirting. You making this joke is harassment. I'm sorry. Like, know the company rules, okay? Know the company rules. I remember correctly, I think the budget thing was incorrect because that's how much it was at the very start before other things came to increase it. Got it. But it'll be interesting to... Either way, it'd be interesting to explore how much it actually was. I don't know how much how much is it actually? I'd be interested to see the budget. If there's one interesting, I don't want to look at the leaks just to clarify, but if there was something I'd want to see from the leaks, it's definitely the price. I want to know is this really made on a shoestring budget? You know what I mean? Is it a budget thing? Is it like a time thing? Is it because I feel like Game Freak has the expertise. I feel like Game Freak, if they'll give it, I feel like it's a time thing. It can't be a budget thing, surely. You know? I can't know exactly where it is to take with a grain of salt. You know, I don't know, man. He's too YouTuber accent to make it funny. Do you know what? That's like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. That's a quick sidebar. YouTuber accent has to be one of my favorite insults for a YouTuber. But it's like, when you say YouTuber voice, you know exactly what, you have the voice in your head, don't you? You know exactly what it is. It's like American, a bit too peppy and upbeat, doesn't swear or censors their swears with like a quirky little soundbite. You know, is what you have the accent in mind, don't you? That's what it is. Hey guys, generally a what's up, guys? You know, and he's definitely giving a bit too. I would say he doesn't have prime YouTuber voice, the soulless cadence. I would say he definitely is gifting. If I was to do a YouTube accent-ometer, definitely on the higher end. I don't think he's peak YouTube accent. Definitely up there, though, 100%. What's up, guys? Speed up here. Another minute. A bunch of that, basically. Welcome back to another Pokemon Grift. I had the idea of leaving the voice up to the imagination, but voice acting would be nice. I feel like, do you know what it is? I would agree with you, Mimi and Co. I think the way the dialogue and the cutscenes in this game are so better than they've ever done before. They need it. You know, SV, I loved SV's story. Just like, I love the end game. The end game was bonkers. That game could have used voice acting. PLZ needed voice acting. Like, they know what they're doing when like, this game solidifies the idea to me that Game Freak knows how to, like, write characters and tell a story. 100%. 100%. So if you're at the point now where you know how to write characters, you know how to tell a story, you need voice acting. I'm sorry, you need voice acting. You need it now. Grift is to be like, fraudo ergo sum. I grift, therefore I am. We need that on a plaque, chat. We need that on a plaque. We need I grift, therefore I am. What was it? A fraudo ergo sum. We need that on like a plaque or somewhere, you know what I mean? I said this before. Yeah, we definitely partial voice acting, 100%. So I think that this argument is fair. It's just, like I said, beat 'em ups is the one making the argument. And if beat 'em ups makes the argument, you know that, yeah. Yeah, it's just I'm just gonna skip ahead.
Dive more into the way that the game looks and the weird design choices in a future video. For now, it is quite literally exactly what I said it was and what it was going to be in my video that I made back in March. So I don't really have anything else to say. They quite literally are pictures of buildings slapped on the front of rectangles. The closer I get...
Again, do you want to have the more interesting conversation about how, like, it maybe would have caused differences with the... Not anything about the gameplay, by the way. Not anything about the gameplay.
The more people pop out. And then as I get here...
Didn't even talk about the gameplay, gamers.
Some people pop in, and more people pop out. This is ridiculous. This is actually insane to look at if you start focusing at it.
I've done a lot of complaining.
What about the game?
And I'll see you guys next time. I've done a lot of...
You're not fun. I'm sorry. You're not funny. I'm so sorry. You're just not... I'm so sorry, P-Mobs. You need to quit your comedy career. You're just not funny. This is like one of the least funniest YouTube videos I've ever had the misfortune of watching. I can't even pretend. I can't even I'm dropping the pretense, chat. Please stop. Don't ever... Please, you have a hidden talent. Please keep it hidden. Please keep it hidden. You're just not funny. That's the worst bit, chat. The jokes that he's making can work in a vacuum. Someone else needs to make them. If anyone else made every joke in this video, it would have been funny. But you're not funny. You're not funny. You're not funny. If Scott the Woz took your jokes, they could have made them funny. Scott could have made your jokes funny. Donkey could have made your jokes funny. Fucking Skill Up could have made your jokes funny. They don't even try jokes. They're just like a review guy. They play it straight. Come on, it's so boring. You're so boring, man. Mario Odyssey does. It's the best game of it, literally. Could we take exclusive or beat 'em up? I think we're gonna have to.
Complaining.
Cody could have made that funny, literally, man.
There is a couple things I do really like about this game. And I know that the bar for that is so far down, it's like below the floor. I'm really enjoying the new combat gameplay. It's by far the highlight of this game. Separating the traditional battle mechanics as
2 minutes games. What, 2 minutes on gameplay? Dimitri would have made this hilarious, literally. $1 for a tomato. It's worth every cent. Dimitri would have made this funny, honestly.
Far away as possible from the core series, I think, is integral here. I like the 4-move turn-based setup of a traditional Pokemon game as much as the next guy. I mean, I've been playing it that way back since Red and Blue. But I think having this new experimental format that kind of brings us closer to what the actual anime was like growing up is a great spin-off side tangent for them to explore. And it works really well here. You move around the battlefield all in real time, and you can tell your Pokemon where to move and stand in real time, which means...
I honestly take my GameCube over my graphics. Beat 'em up's YouTuber voice when he hit 2 million subs.
What's up, YouTube?
True.
You can actually have it actively move out of the way of attacks. One of my favorite things about my playthrough so far is I found a TM for Fire Spin, which is a move that previously was kind of useless in the turn-based traditional setting of Pokemon. But in this game, it is a giant burning ring of fire that does damage ticks as long as Pokemon are standing in it. And it's also, because it's an AoE, it can hit multiple Pokemon at once. And
it's almost like the gameplay is wow, it's almost like we love the gameplay. Wow. But so you spent 10 minutes talking about the Unreal, gamers. Unreal.
Melts Pokemon away. And this is an element that can really only happen with this new style of battling, and I'm just really enjoying it.
Yeah,
the catching mechanic is similar to how it was in Arceus, how it's all in real time, and I still love that we have that because I'd wanted that for so long. If you liked Arceus, this is similar, but not really. I mean, they've changed so much. Arceus was a game where you had like a little home base and you would go out into these big, expansive, different terrain environments and catch all of these Pokemon and then come back with your materials and craft Pokeballs and go out and do it again. It was kind of like Monster Hunter. This is just in a small city and you go and catch stuff at day and you battle people at night. And that's the game.
The loop is a lot more fun. Most you have to understand we care about graphics more than gameplay. Evidently, yeah. Evidently, yeah. And he's gonna do this bit again. Oh my god, he's gonna do this bit again. Chat, kill me. Chat, kill. No, honestly, chat, get rid of me. 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 Send me home. Send me home. See, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna do. No, we're ending the video there, chat. We're ending the video there. Okay, we're leaving it there. Okay, we're leaving it there. All right. You have a hidden talent, broski. Keep it hidden. Okay. Keep it fucking hidden, bro. Fucking hey. Good grief. Yeah, I think we got I think what was that? What was that? Like, I have no mouth and I must grift. What was that? What was that Latin thing? What was that? I'm gonna give it the Latin thing, gamers. We're gonna give it the Latin thing. Yes, fraudo ergo sum. That's what it is, gamers. We're gonna call this fraudo ergo sum. I grift, therefore I am. Oh, whoops! I got fucking type it. We're gonna cook him so hard it's gonna be in another language. Ergo sum. Let's beat him up, okay? I grift, therefore I am. I get grift, therefore I am, gamers. There he is, gamers. Welcome. He's the only person who's gonna hit that tier. Good lord, what was happening in there, man? Sacre bleu, man. Good lord, what was happening in there, man? Actually, like, don't ever make a video ever again. Just stick to buying stuff. That's the only thing you're good at, bro. Just stick to buying stuff. Heck, I'd rather you fake another fucking leak again. At least even that. I just want to make it clear, beat-em-ups. You know the guy? Do you know the guy? The guy in my chat who only ever says has a gimmick. Even he stopped the gimmick, chat. Daniel stopped his gimmick. Daniel stopped his entire gimmick, which is just to make it clear, chat. This is his whole gimmick. His whole gimmick is this a blank? Is this a that's Daniel's whole gimmick, and he's been doing this consistently for years now, and no one's been listening to him. Even he finally stopped. Even he was like, "Is the video finally fucking over?" Even he couldn't stand you, bro. That's when you know that's next level. Oh man, Daniel even did that for me. Oh my god, imagine. Actually, insanity, brother. The worst thing I've ever seen. Just stick to buying accessories. Just stick to consuming. Just stick to consuming, man. Ah. The video's so bad the mime started talking. All right, gamers. I think we gotta go back, gamers. I think we gotta bring it around town, gamers. I think we gotta bring it around town. We gotta bring it around town, gamers. I think after that peak nonsense, let's go for a bit of planet cleanser, guys. For the final one of the evening, we're gonna tone down the chicanery. This is someone, I'm literally just basing this off of the title, chat. This is someone who seems to be coming off in earnest, gamers. Seems to be someone coming off in earnest. So, gamers, a big round of applause for someone who seems like they're actually gonna try. So give it up, gamers, for the paperwork. The young paperwork, gamers. The young paperwork. Who makes a video titled, if you're a Pokemon fan, walk with me for a second. I'm like, do you know what, gamers? Should we walk with him? I feel like we should. You know, I'm feeling generous, gamers. I feel like you know, I haven't really gone out today. My legs need a bit of a, you know, I need to go for a walk for a bit. You know, so let's have a stroll. Let's have a chat. I have no idea what this guy. I've not pre-watched this, so I have no idea. But I just saw the title. I'm like, I'm walking. I'm walking. Let's walk.
What I honestly intended to do was to come on here and just show all of my animosity and hostility towards the Pokemon community and really rip into the fan.
Why didn't you make that video? That would have been fun. That would have been fun. No, you should have made that video. That video would have been great. Fuck.
Fan base, but I slept on it. I ate some food. I'm not as angry as
you're not you when you're hungry.
Seeing all of the Pokemon ZA stuff and shilling on my TL. And just walking.
Shilling? Hang on, what? One more time? Hang on.
Pokemon ZA stuff and shilling on my TL.
You got what, people shilling TL ZA on his own line?
On it. I ate some food. I'm not as angry as I was feeling seeing all of the Pokemon ZA stuff and shilling on my TL.
What was your timeline? Like, what was your timeline, bro? Can I get your timeline? Can I get it? This seems like the shills one from the title. Let's have a look. Let's see what we got.
And just walk with me, Pokemon fans.
I'm walking.
And let's have a discussion.
I got angry people enjoyed the game. Let's see, guys. Let's see.
I do have a lot of negative things to say. I'm not going to hold back on my criticism, my critique, and my thoughts and feelings on the matter.
I wouldn't want you to.
I want this to be a more intellectual conversation more than me just being an asshole. Which I fully...
I'm feeling... Guys, give me your brainiest emoji in the chat. Give me like, we need some brain. We need some brain. I need your brainiest, again, we need a brain today. We need to bring out your, get brainy with the games, get brainy with it. We're gonna bring it. Yeah, nerd emoji, there we go. Old man, yes, give me some brains. I need some brains. What's the brainiest? Good job, Musty chat. Power Kid chat, what's going on, Power Kid chat? I need some brains. Power Kid chat, I need some brains in there. Okay? Support is low, brain is low in the Power Kid chat. Brain is very, very low.
Fully intended to do at one point.
Oh, we got some nerds. There we go. That's more like it.
The best way for us to kind of start this off is to explain my relationship with the Pokemon franchise. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
So, I would call myself, or I would have called myself, a passing enthusiast.
Passing enthusiast? Huh? What does that mean?
What does that
Explain.
mean?
Yeah, okay, nice.
When the new Star Wars movie is coming out, Revenge of the Sith, I care. I want to see a cool lightsaber battle. I want to see Obi-Wan and Anakin go at it.
You want to see
and then once that cycle is over, I move on to whatever else it is that I care about.
Okay.
That's how I was with Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, Gold and Silver is coming out / Crystal. Okay, like, yeah, I'm gonna get
you'll play it, you enjoy it. You're not really part of the fandom, but you'll move on. Okay,
yeah. To beat my ass.
Fair.
I had a good time. I'm moving on. And that was generally the Pokemon cycle for me. Yeah. I didn't really care about the paraphernalia. I didn't really care about the trading card game. The anime
don't really care about the merch either.
Moved me.
Not really that big on the merch. Not really that big on the cards.
Where I own Beyblades and I played Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game, but I did not engage with the anime.
So he's like, as he's more casual version of me. Because like I don't really interact with much else outside of Pokemon other than games personally. But you know, let's see.
Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And
this guy's just ADHD and doesn't focus. let's watch the video first. Calm down, soldier. Jesus Christ, we barely watched the video. We'll make that assessment after, you know?
With that, also I have to say this. Since I was the only kid with a link cable in my neighborhood, I did have to do
we are getting off topic immediately though.
like carrying it around
link cable,
and helping people trade from Game Boy Color to
I never had a link cable. I never had a link cable.
Game Boy Advance connector to the GameCube. So that was another thing that I had as well.
I got one of those too.
Able to play like Four Swords and Link's Adventure or something like that. I can't remember. I know I had all the little cords and stuff like that.
Should we talk about that?
That's a tangent. Side note.
Yeah, okay.
I actually haven't bought in a Pokemon game since X and Y. I had an R4.
X and Y, okay.
Or, like, during that PSP DS phase, I really didn't pay for anything. All of my systems were, like, jailbroken, or I had, like, an R4 or T3, so I could just download games onto it. And though I played every Pokemon game,
but
so White 2 and Black, Leaf Green,
Redone, I was
Fire
Leaf
Red,
Green
Redone, whatever. I played them all.
Yep.
And I got a base enjoyment out of most Pokemon games, but I would say from like its transition to 3D with X and Y and seeing what came after that with Sun and Moon, Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun, and then like Let's Go,
Ultra Moon, Deluxe Moon,
I'm like,
Ultra Moon, Let's Go,
really
Let's Go 2, Let's Go 3.
It confuses me as to how people can still be so invested and involved.
I imagine it's a bit confusing. But I mean, if you're asking me, the reason why I'm still invested in the series is because, like, I don't know, I just like the games. Like, the gameplay loop is just very, very fun for me. It's one of the rare games that, because like in my older age, I know this is, I don't know if this applies to many people, but in my older age, life is tough, guys. Life is tough. Okay, life is tough. You got bills, you got responsibilities, so having a game that is both genuinely quite fun. But also kind of takes me back to like a simpler time, you know? It gives me that kid in a candy shop kind of energy, you know? And there's very few games that can give me that exact type of energy, you know? I'd say the closest game that wasn't nostalgic to me that gave me that kind of energy was Breath of the Wild, which is why I love Breath of the Wild so much. Because I just felt like a kid that was just thrown in the wild and just like, oh, go do shit. I was like, oh, fucking hell. And I was just like more immersed than I'll ever be. When I play a Pokemon game, I just feel like a kid in a candy shop. That's what it takes you back to. And sometimes the game is so bad I can't ignore that. But generally, it tends to like be good enough where it at least meets that bar and I can have a decent bit of fun, you know? You need some bing bing woohoo. That's generally like the niche that Pokemon feels for me. But even if we take that aside, I still feel like the games are relatively fun, relatively well written, and just relatively good, where I think they're worth people's times regardless. There's a reason why, for example, there are still new Pokemon fans coming to the series right now. You know, if it really was just a nostalgic series for like most people, then that would have been most of the fan base. But the fact that there's like old Pokemon fans and still new Pokemon fans, like there's people in my chat probably whose first game was like Sword and Shield or like Sun and Moon or like fucking even Scarlet and Violet. It's still gaining new fans because obviously at something at its core makes it very fun. But if you're asking me specifically, yeah, it gives me that like escapism that no other game is quite capable of doing so in the same way, you know? It should be obedience, people. When you see it, society, shut up, Matthew, okay? You're alone on that ship. Matthew, okay? Moon was my first game. Yeah, basically, you know what I mean? My first game was Oras. Yeah, exactly. So, like, and obviously Ultra Sun and those games are like 10 years old at this point. But, like, relatively speaking, they're like, I would say Gen 6 and onwards is, like, more akin to the modern formula, right? I think that makes sense, right? So the fact that the modern style of Pokemon formula is still something that resonates with people indicates they must be doing something good, right?
And let's make something extremely clear.
Extremely?
I understand.
Can we get that again, please, young paperwork?
And let's make something extremely clear.
Extremely clear. Adding another syllable there, yeah? Are we maxing on syllables? Syllable maxing?
I understand what this feeling is like. And I think this is why it frustrates me. Because I went through it with many intellectual properties and franchises that I truly cared about. And eventually, I would say I broke free. And like, if my brain and or heart understands that something isn't moving me and I'm really trying hard to engage with it, at some point my logic and reasoning will just override it and I'm done with it.
Well, yeah, I think that's most people, to be honest. So it's strange that you can understand that, but you can't understand how that would apply to Pokemon. Yeah, what you said just makes perfect sense. Yeah, like. That's me. That's literally me with Pokemon. Yeah, there's like a base level of nostalgia, but the game still has to hit a certain bar, do you know, of like quality. which Sword and Shield did not hit. SV hit, PLA hit, PLZA hit. Like, obviously, once it becomes too low, I'm like, okay, like, even my nostalgia can't save this, you know? So, like, you understand, it's strange that he understands the concept, but you're finding it difficult to see how that relates to Pokemon. Obviously, imagine that, but Pokemon, you know? That's not how it is.
It's many times on this channel, but I am a Paper Mario kid.
Oh, fuck's sake, he's one of those. Oh, no, gamers. Oh, no, he's cooked. He's cooked, gamers. He's one of those Arlos. He's one of them there Arlos. Oh, no. SV ended up being my favorite. So SV is one of my favorites, honestly. One of these days, I want to do like a re-review, like a re-tier list of all my favorite Pokemon, of every Pokemon game again. I wouldn't be shocked if I was to really think about it. SV would be like, SV plus the DLC would be my favorite Pokemon game. I wouldn't be shocked. I'm not comfortable saying that right now, but I wouldn't be shocked.
You know how most
he's one of them there Reese's. Oh, gross. Disgusting.
Super Mario fans feel about how the series ended up going, especially if you like the first two. And I'm going to include Super Paper Mario because I think it's a great game. And I do like Legend of the Seven Stars. I hate Sticker Star. I don't like Color Splash. I hate it. And I think
daring today, are we? Daring today.
Origami King is fine, but it's not what I'm looking for. So what did I do?
You left.
I pivoted.
Yeah.
I searched for spiritual successors.
Yeah, you're normal. You're doing the normal thing. Yes. If Pokemon wasn't for me anymore, I would move on. Yeah. Exactly. You broke free of the simulation. Well done. You broke free. My brother broke free. Amazing. Genuinely amazing. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Instead of being beholden to the Mushroom Kingdom and Nintendo IP, I'm like, what indie creators or secret low-key
I'm wondering if he makes the mistake in this video of like preaching to like being a bit preachy. Because like for me, when I see someone who like obviously doesn't like Pokemon, but like the inertia of Pokemon sticks them into it, for me I'm just like, yeah, you know, like it's mainly because with me I've dealt with this with Call of Duty, right? Every single year, this Call of Duty is the worst. This Call of Duty is the worst. Oh, what have you been playing, lady? Call of Duty. So I'm just like there's what you have to do is you have to separate the fact that there's people who just want to bitch. There's people that genuinely want another game, right? I think that there's a level of tact that, and I think it's important not to mix up those two. It's like if someone asks you, how does this dress look on me? The answer is always the dress looks amazing. But there is a time and place where someone could be like, okay, but no, seriously, this dress is expensive. I'm going to spend age on it. Like, actually, what do you think? I'm going to spend age. You need to give me like an actual opinion. And they'd be like, okay, now I'm going to give you an actual take. So when someone says Pokemon sucks, build it, I'm just like, yep, yeah, that's how it is. But if someone's like, I just don't know, Pokemon really isn't for me anymore. I feel like this series has kind of left me by. Oh, you get this kind of set piece. There's even Power if you're interested in that sort of game design. Various others that we could. Digimon, the Digimon game's sick, you know? So I'm like, oh, okay, neat. You can go try those if you genuinely like. That's why you have to kind of separate those two. Some people just love a good bitch and wine, and you kind of have to like separate that, you know?
Creating something in this vein, in this style, and let me see if I like it. And I haven't liked all of them. Bug Fables,
there's a difference between engaging in good faith and bad. It's not even necessarily good faith and bad faith. It's just there's a difference between like wanting to bitch and whine and wanting actual change. That's it. That's the difference. And it's not even necessarily a good faith bad thing.
Absolutely knocked it out the park, which ended up, and as of this recording, is my favorite video game of all time.
Oh shit, that's a big shout.
Bug Fables.
That's a big shout.
Through Bug Fables, I was able to learn about Born of Bread. I think it's cute. I think it's charming.
Yeah,
I had a lot of
charming mentioned.
I had a lot of fun playing Born of Bread, but it's not to the quality of like a Paper Mario 1, in my opinion, or Thousand Year Door, or like a Bug Fables. And then I'm very excited for Escape from Ever After. I've played both of the demos that's coming out, and I think it's going to be a very cool game, very Paper Mario.
Yeah, no, definitely gives me that aesthetic, yeah.
When Sonic wasn't doing that, I found a lot of speed-based, movement physics-related game. I'm just going to have Spark the Electric Jester like 3 on here for the time being when I'm talking about it. But I really like Spark. Now, Spark is one of those things where the IP and the
also, while we're talking to future editing you, can future editing you add like Skibbity Toilet on the side, please? Could you do that for me? Thank you.
The characters don't move me. I'm kind of just there for the gameplay.
No? Okay,
but I think Rolling Rascal has a lot of potential to be something where I care about the world, the people, the environments, and things like that. So I'm still like dabbling with the demo and the like open beta, whatever. But like I like Rolling Rascal so far. And I just
transition was kind of slow.
Why
speed up next time?
Pokemon fans can't detach themselves from the IP, from the franchise. If any other game made Scarlet and Violet, they'd get shut down in a year. They'd go bankrupt. They'd be cooked.
But I don't even have to explain it to you. You just explained it early in the video, like around this part. You explained it, yeah.
but Game Freak, Pokemon Company, and Nintendo get away with it. A question you might be asking yourself is, why the fuck do you care so much? If you don't want it, don't play it and don't whatever. And I'm going to admit something that I've never actually admitted. I've never said this out loud.
Oh, confession.
I like Pokemon. Like, I liked Pokemon for a long.
No, shut the front door. Shut the front. No. I like Pokemon too. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Okay. I can't believe. Oh my god! No way.
Long time. Again, I was a passing enthusiast. I was never crazy about it as other people were, but I liked it. And I want to continue to like it, and I want to like it, but I understand what I'm playing is bad. It's not worth it, in my opinion, and I can't pay that price. I can't do it. I worked too hard for every cent that I got.
Oh, absolutely,
Maybe
yeah.
your financial situation is different, so whatever.
No, mine's not that different. I don't think mine is that different. In fact, ever since going full time, I'll probably make less money because I used to have 2 jobs, then YouTube. Now I have 1 job, then YouTube. So like I'm still hurting. I won't say hurting. Hurting is the wrong word. Especially considering the support I got today, I can't say I'm hurting. But yeah, my financial. I'm not like I can't buy like 7 full price games like a month. Let's put it that way. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like balling. But even so, yeah. But I understand. Yeah, I understand. It was definitely like a jump from, you know. I think in the UK we have it a bit better because like I think I bought PLZA for 52 quid. I think. From Argos, because we're lucky. Honestly, us UK bros, we're really lucky. We kind of are. Because like even though full price is like £65, no retailer is selling at full price. They always sell below RRP, which is very, very good. Honestly, very, very good. Like I got it from Argos, even though it would be £65. I got it for 52, which is really good. Honestly, really, really good in that regard.
Pokemon content creator, so you're just gonna recoup that money. I get it, but I'm not in that vein. I'm not in that, lane.
I'm not in that vein either. I think I made like no money in my Pokemon
basically
streams,
what I'm
but
saying
I just love the game.
If people could detach themselves from this IP, maybe be like, nah, let me speak with my wallet. We could have had bad selling Pokemon games, which forced the Pokemon Company to actually put their back into it, Game Freak to put their back into it to make a truly transcendent product, something great, something new, something fresh, something.
I don't even necessarily disagree. But I think this is just I think it's just one of those like you're preaching to a reality that's not even close to existing. I think that's the issue. I think that's the issue. When people say this, it's like, no, you're good because like we have like evidence that vote with your wallet. We have evidence that when Nintendo, for example, is in like dire straits, they'll like give back to us as consumers, right? Like for example, like the Wii U era, like even though the Wii U was shit, right? The games were so fair priced. Like, oh my god, it was great. If you're a gamer, you're like, yeah. But like you're dealing with a reality that's not even close to being real. So I think this argument is just like, it sounds good on paper. It's literally a 9/11 was bad type argument. Like, and I hate to say that because I think the video's been pretty solid so far. But like, yeah, I think this is literally just a 9/11 is bad type argument. So real quick, let me just show you, just for context, right? Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, easily bottom 1 Pokemon game ever made. The numbers don't lie, broski. The numbers don't fucking lie. 15 million. Like, we're not even close. We're not even close to that point. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would agree with that, but like, yeah, maybe we can like light a fire under their bellies. It's not even close, bro. Like, SV is literally the 2nd highest selling Pokemon game. And the original only being the originals. Only being the originals, chat. So we're not even close. We're not even close, honestly. I think arguing you'll find better games if you broaden your horizons outside your favorite IP is more compelling than voting with your wallet. Yes, absolutely. I absolutely agree. I think when he said that, I'm all in. I'm all in, honestly. I really hate when people bully other folks to buying video games because we could have got better. I think if a game is worth my time, it's both. Yeah, also, it doesn't work because of that neither. Is that like, if you ask me, could PLZ have been a better game? It could have been a better game. It's like, yeah. But I had fun with it though. The issue is that you're running into the issue of, but it's fun. That's the issue you're running into. If the games weren't fun, then yeah, I'd agree with you. But the games are fun, you know? I don't agree with the way he said it, but I do think Game Freak did try and legit try SV to deviate from the formula after SS was not innovating after SM. You can feel it when you play it. It does try. Yeah, it does try. And I think that's the thing that personally makes it really hard for me to like really shit on Game Freak, because there's no way you can look at me in earnest. Like, you're looking at me in earnest. Like, you're really looking at me in earnest. Like, okay, like, I need you to walk with me. There's no way you can walk with me. I can show you just how much advancements that Game Freak has made into like storytelling and game design in SV, the DLC, and PLZA, and you could tell me that they're not getting better. Like, you cannot tell me that they are not getting better at making these games. Like, you're just lying. If those games were not for you, that's fine. Game Freak, look at X and Y, Sun and Moon, in terms of the way the games were designed as a whole, and look at SV, and even to a lesser extent PLA. I would say SV and PLZA in particular. They very clearly know what to do when it comes to making a very, very compelling game. The problem is the time. That's the problem. And that's just, unfortunately, again, your preaching to reality is never going to happen. It's not a vote with our wallet thing. It's a time thing. If Pokemon Company just slowed the brakes down, we could get the phenomenal Pokemon game. But this is like capitalism, honestly. People went to like a ton of people who buy this game are parents for their kids and not just adults themselves. Yeah, like it's one of those arguments, isn't it? In Legends, yeah, the character writing is noticeably much more charming. Yes, exactly. Like if you actually focus on the game, you can genuinely see just how good these guys are at making a game now. Do you know what I mean? They're really good at making a game. My only issue is it shouldn't be Lumiose. It should be 5 Lumioses. But that's the problem with Scope. Scope that Game Freak doesn't have because Pokemon Company is on this fucking cycle. Do you know what I mean? Like when it came to X and Y and like Sun and Moon, I was comfortable saying Game Freak do not have it. Blood is onto nothing when it came to those games, if you're asking me. But now? There's no way you can look at these Pokemon games now and tell me it's just a time. It's 100% a time issue. Game Freak knows what to do. It's a time issue. 100% is a time issue. I'm sorry. The Legends games at SV show that Game Freak games are trying. And the cooler the game they're making on the Pokemon proves that even more. Exactly. And that's the other thing is I completely forgot. Just kill me. I completely forgot, chat. They're making that other. Like, I gotta show it real quick. I gotta show it. Brief sidebar. Like I have to show it. This is the same dev team that are making like this game. I saw this trailer, I'm like, who's making this game, bro? Who is making this game? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll just jump around. I don't want to watch the whole thing, I'll just jump around a bit. You see the Game Freak logo, you're like, oh, you mean that Game Freak? You mean that Game Freak? And look at this shit. Again, I'm just gonna skim around real quick. Again, just look at this. Just look at this shit. This is, yes. Playing PLZ and looking at this should prove to you it's a time issue. Honestly, this looks phenomenal. Imagine if Pokemon could look half this good. Even half this good. Do you know what I mean? I'm interested in trying this. I'm just interested to see what Game Freak else could do. So yeah, it proves it. Like, it essentially proved it. It had voice acting, it proved it. So when people say vote with their wallet, that's just never going to work. I think that's not feasible. What you should be saying is, please give them time.
Wonderful. And that's what I wish you guys had the ability to do because of FOMO, because of, I don't know, wanting to be a part of it or nostalgia. You guys seem to... I
didn't know Game Freak could publish stuff on PlayStation. Neither did I, honestly. When I saw that, I'm like, wait, Game Freak can do that? I'm like, oh, I guess they can. Just not with Pokemon, I guess. So it proved to me that they're trying because they really tried to change the formula. Yeah, literally, I don't know, man. Like,
it seems to be the one franchise, no matter what they do, they spit in the game cartridge, you put it on, and you get a big middle finger, and you guys go, thank you, Game Freak. I don't get it. It's weird to me. And I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
I think this is people online.
Now, to my understanding, Pokemon does not need the games to thrive. This is like the biggest intellectual property franchise in the world that even if the games tank because of their paraphernalia, their merchandising, the anime, manga, card trading game, and all the other ways they make money, mobile games. By the way, Pokemon Go was so fire. The world was actually united in like 2016.
Yeah, sidebar. Pokemon Go sidebar gamers. Pokemon Go?
Came out. But like, yeah, like my understanding.
I was about big on Pokemon Go myself, but I liked it for a bit in like launch, but that's kind of it.
Like, maybe they don't need the games to do well. And I get that for if you're a big Pokemon fan, that's terrifying. Like, what if the next...
What's that name on the top left? I don't know. What is that name? What are we talking about here?
That for if you're a big Pokemon fan, that's terrifying. Like, what if the next Pokemon game doesn't sell...
So, what's what on the top left? Am I going crazy? During the black and white game bit?
Actually, United States, they made their paraphernalia, their merchandising, the anime.
Oh good heavens. Oh good heavens. Let's move on. Let's be moving swiftly on.
If you were a big Pokemon fan, that's terrifying. Like, what if the next Pokemon game doesn't sell well and they go, all right, we're done making them? That's a very real possibility.
Listen, guys, hang on.
Basically,
chat, VAR check. Listen. He looks like a brother to me, okay? It might be black and white. Guys. He looks like a brother, okay? Okay?
What I'm asking is for you guys to not be so pussy that you're afraid of that outcome.
Okay, he's using pussy as like a derogatory. Yeah, he's definitely a brother. White people don't be doing that anymore, okay? Yeah, you know, he's one of the brothers. He's one of the brothers, 100%. 100%. Let's rewind your point, sorry.
All right, we're done making them. That's a very real possibility. And basically, what I'm asking is for you guys to not be so pussy that you're afraid of that outcome. There's still a plethora of old Pokemon games you can play, fan stuff, ROM hacks, X, Y, and Z.
But again, it's just it caught me off guard. Yeah, honestly, Sam. Again, you're under the assumption that like modern Pokemon games have no value. Which, if that was the case, yeah, 100%. But like, there's no way you're looking me in the eye and telling me that PLZ8 isn't at least a good game. Like, you can't tell me that. You can't look at me in earnest and tell me. Like, what's he even arguing about? He's arguing that like if the game sold poorly, then it'd give Game Freak the fire under their ass. And like you guys individuals, stop being so pussy and buying them. You could play there's so many ROM hacks you can play, so they're supporting the new ones. It's like, yeah, but what if I want to play the new ones? Again, you're under the assumption that modern Pokemon has zero value. And it's like, no, it does. I like them. That's the value. I paid £52 for Pokemon Legends ZA on the Switch too. And I got a £52 worth of an experience. I'm going to look you in the eye and tell you that in absolute earnest. Like, the characters are phenomenal. The story was great. The change in the battle system had me so engaged. It had a perfect Pokedex as far as I'm concerned. It's such a perfect Pokedex. I didn't even notice there was only 230 Pokemon. It's like, what are we doing here? Thank you for the 5. There was also Tembo the Badass Elephant on Xbox, also from Game Freak, the same style as Harmonite. Really? I've not actually looked into Game Freak's other ventures, to be honest. Game Freak changed a bunch of models and SVs to the copy-paste in the models, made Typhlosion look better. They don't care about the games anymore, apparently. Yeah, it's just... People don't notice the effort that has gone in, which is fair, I guess, to some degree, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really in the mood to play Pokemon Emerald, but different. I'm kind of in the mood to modeling games. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel as well, yeah. That's how I feel. Like, don't get me wrong, Emerald Sea Glass is like a generational ROM hack, by the way. I fucking love it, Emerald Sea Glass. Pokemon Crystal Clear, Pokemon Brown as well. Is it Brown? Pokemon Brown is another good one. And the sequel ROM hack that I'm forgetting, is it Pokemon Prism? Kanto Expansion Pack, that's another excellent ROM hack. What else have we got? Pokemon Cramorant Edition. I love Pokemon Cramorant Edition. And I played a bit of Renegade Platinum. Didn't really finish it. It got a bit too grindy towards the end. But yeah, Infinite Fusion. I've not played Infinite Fusion, but I've seen a lot of people vouch for that. Mario Mon is apparently good. Yeah, there's so many. Yeah, but like, if you told me, but Musty, there's so many of these, I'm like, I want to play PLZ, okay? I like both, okay?
I feel like even if you didn't get another one for like, even like I say 6 years or so, you'd be okay. There's other ways to engage with it. Yeah. And now I want to get to the main thing that I'm...
What's the main thing? Okay, here we go. Okay, dramatic pause.
I think over the last half decade, the creature collection, monster tamer genre has truly gone up in its overall quality. And here's the thing that's important to know. Just because you get into another monster tamer doesn't mean you have to stop liking Pokemon or not play Pokemon. Two legends can coexist. Two things can be true at once. I'm the biggest Pokemon fan. I like Pokemon, but you know what? I think Power World's kind of fly. I'm not saying that's what you're thinking, but I'm saying like that's...
The chat's already saying it. The chat's already saying it. Yeah. I'll give Palkia chat a chance to catch up, gamers. I'll give Palkia a chance to get... I was just about to say it. I was literally just about to pause and say it, but you guys beat me to it. Okay? You guys beat me to it. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Thanks, Palkia chat. There we go. Nice. And also, hang on. Also, that's true, actually. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Gamers. Duplicate tab. Chat. Cheesy B in the chat has asked me to do a VAR check, gamers. We're going to do a VAR check right now. Allow me, gamers. Allow me. Let's replay that part of the video games. Hang on.
Two legend monster tamer doesn't mean you have to stop liking Pokemon. The monster tamer genre has truly gone up in its overall quality. And here's the thing that's important to know. Just because you get into another monster tamer doesn't mean you have to stop liking Pokemon or not play Pokemon. Two legends can coexist. Two things can be true at once. I'm the biggest Pokemon fan. I like Pokemon, but I'm
the biggest Pokemon fan. I like Pokemon. And if we show transcript, gamers,
I would call myself, or I would have called myself, a passing enthusiast when it comes to Pokemon. What is that?
Oh, he would have. He would. Is that technically past tense? He would have called himself? I don't know. I felt like giving him a pass for that because he said he would have, but then he corrected himself saying, I would have called myself. Does that mean he's called himself great now? Maybe a misspeak, maybe not. I don't know. Check inconclusive. If he said he would have. As in, would in the past, or was it now?
That mean When the new Star Wars movie is coming out, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, but then again, chat. But then again, even if we ignore the phrasing, he says it afterwards, doesn't he, Chat? He says it afterwards.
I played it.
He says it right here, chat. Look, I'm playing, having a good time, and I'm moving on. And I'm moving on, games. So again, I think it makes it very clear that he plays it, he moves on, he doesn't really care. And now he's saying he's the biggest fan. Where's the young paperwork? Where's the young paperwork? I don't know. I'm very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. I don't know. Check complete. We're getting a bit fraudulent. We're getting a bit fraudulent up in here, brother.
You know what? I think Power World's kind of fly. I'm not saying that's what you're thinking, but I'm gonna say like it's okay to have that thought. Like it's all right. Like Power World is not for me because I'm not into base building, survival, whatever. But the little bit that I played before Nintendo's stupid patent, and I really want to get into that, but I don't want to derail what the main conversation.
Are you a patent expert by any chance? I'm not saying that as a joke. I mean, is it like I would love it if someone could actually explain the patent to me, but I'm guessing you're probably just gonna say patent bad, right? Like everyone else is doing. If you're a patent expert, I'd love to hear it.
Nintendo's insane lawsuits, and I can't go there right now. But yeah, like it's okay. And
you've only derailed like 10 times this video. What's an 11th derailer? What's it?
I'll be very honest with you. My favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Coliseum. Okay, being West.
Oh no, guys, no, we don't claim him. Chat, no, whoa. Chat, we don't claim him. We don't claim him. He's not one of ours. 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 Okay. He's not one of ours, okay? Stop.
Able to steal Shadow Pokemon was fly to me. I had a great time doing it. And I did like XD Gale of Darkness, but I liked Coliseum more. And then I'd probably say my favorite Pokemon game is either Platinum.
Guys, I swear us Coliseums are good, okay? I swear us Coliseum guys are good, okay? I promise, guys. Some of us are good people, okay? Some of us are good people, chat, okay?
Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, so Platinum and or Black and White. The first ones. I like those games a lot. I think the greatest Monster Tamer game I have ever played is Cassette Beasts. I have played Cassette Beast for the first time in 2023. I've beaten it 3 times and spent at least 50 hours on each file when I played it, and probably like 100 hours in the first time I've gone through it. I have a video essay about it coming out, so I'm not going to talk about it in great detail, but I suffer from
hang on, let me finish this one.
Primacy bias.
Sorry, hang on.
About it in great detail, but I suffer from primacy bias.
Primacy bias? What does that mean? Explain.
More than I suffer from recency bias. I actually don't really.
Oh, is it like the opposite of recency bias? Like you much value old stuff over new stuff.
Suffer from recency bias. What do I mean by this? The rusty, dusty, cobwebbed, old, ancient thing that I liked with 4, I still like at 32. The new shiny thing on the block that everybody likes that's new, it doesn't move me. I don't care about it. I like the thing from my childhood.
I mean, honestly, fair dues for admitting it. But doesn't that make you like relatively unqualified for this conversation then? Does that make sense? Like it kind of like, I would say, still obviously your channel, you can talk about whatever you want, but like if that, it seems like that bias is clouding your judgment enough, I would say, where I don't know if your take is I don't know if your take is worth it. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. The patent for is SV's auto battle system. Someone misinterpreted it as we patent monster catching. Everyone sped it uncritically. Is that what it was? Thank you for explaining. I actually didn't know. But here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. I didn't know, but I didn't talk about it. Wow. I think when I did cover on stream briefly, I said I don't want it to like start the concept for a patent war. You know what I mean? I didn't talk about any sort of depth that I knew because I didn't. I just read an article about it. I said this seems bad, and I moved on because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why, because I'm not a patent guy. But thank you for explaining. If that's true, by the way, I don't know if you're a patent guy neither. But if that's the case, I'll look into it a bit more. But that seems interesting. Interesting if true. It's almost if you shouldn't make shit up or spread misinformation. Yeah, and I'll do my due diligence and say, I don't know if this is true. But the fact that someone's willing to put 5 on it gives me a bit of leeway, but I'll also put a pin in that too, and I'll research it on my own time. But thank you so much for the 5.
So I'm basically telling you, I even have some nostalgia problems. And even I've learned to let go. Kingdom Hearts, I had to let go. Danganronpa, I had to let go. Paper Mario, I had to let go.
So I think that was a case where I paused him too soon. I think it was a case where he's obviously admitting that he was one of those nostalgia Andes, and even he managed to break the chains and find the grass that was green on the other side. I think this is like cool to people to say the grass is greener, basically. I think that's what he's going to go for here.
Set Beasts. Try Koromon. Koromon is very fucking good. It's a great Pokemon, like Pokemon spiritual successor, Pokemon clone, whatever you want to call it.
I don't think I should say the quiet part out loud, chat. I'm literally gonna say it, chat. I'm literally gonna say it. I don't even think it's the creature collecting genre that I like. I think I just like Pokemon. Because I tried playing Power, I wasn't really that interested. I tried playing Temtem, I wasn't really interested in it. I tried playing Nexomon, and admittedly, I didn't even get that much of a try. I think I just like Pokemon. I want to be honest. I think I just like Pokemon. Persona? I like Persona more for the story than the creature collecting. Persona is like has like some of the best character writing I've ever seen in a video game. I love Persona. Persona 5, Persona 3. I'm playing through Persona 3 at the moment. I love the characters in Persona 3. I'm not playing the game because I can collect Personas. I almost don't give a shit about them. I like the stories. I like Yucatan. I like fucking Junpei. I like boxing guy. I forgot his name. Fuck. And the school council lady. I forgot the other names. But like I love those. I love the characters. I love Akihiko. Thank you, Akihiko. Thank you so much. I love the characters. I love all the characters. I love the story. I love where everything's going. Mitsuru. Thank you so much. I love that guy that's into MILFs. Also, I think Miyamoto. I think there's the track running guy. The manager, the team manager. The gamer girl that you only get to play with on Sundays. Yeah, I love the characters in that game. Okay, I love the characters so much. It's a great game with great characters, in spite of the fact that it's a creature collecting game. Do you know what I mean? I think I've just realized I just really like Pokemon. I just really like Pokemon. I'm gonna be honest. And well, I will say I think this is very nice of you to call out to people who like creature collectors, but Pokemon isn't doing it for them. That's amazing. Right? That's a good thing to call to people. I think that's good. But I'm gonna be honest. Like the more I've thought, because I've been thinking about it, I'm like, I've seen so many people say Cassette Beast is fun. I don't doubt for a second Cassette Beast is fun. But if you're asking me right now, Musty, would you play Cassette Beast right now? I'm like, not really. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I have no inkling to try this game. I'm almost certain it's amazing. I have no inkling to try this game. Like when I say inkling, I mean it's in like there are games where like I'm like I want to like right now with Persona 3 chat. Right now, as soon as I end the stream, I'm playing 2 hours of Persona 3. I'm like, oh, fucking play Persona 3. Fucking play. That's the feeling. That's the feeling right now I get. Like I get this like, do you know what I mean? I get that feeling where I want to fucking play a game, bro. I see this and it gives me nothing. But when I saw Persona 3 Reload, I'm like, oh, yes, I want to play. I get an inkling. Oh my god, a Splatoon 3 reference. We're in Persona 3. I think I'm in the 3rd area of Tartarus. I'm still in the purplish area of Tartarus. I got the Oracle. That's where I'm at.
I would argue that it's just inspired by Pokemon and then did its own thing. Like, those two are fantastic. I really wanted to like Temtem. I did my absolute best with Temtem, but Temtem did not.
Okay, we can confirm, guys. He's a brother. He is a brother, okay? So that earlier.
My boy Vince, like, I'm not really into MMORPGs or like being super online all the time. If you guys know me, I'm a lonely indie gamer since 2015. I've pretty much been an Undertale type of guy, so I play like indie games like Celeste and stuff like that.
He's not one of those. He's not one of those AAA Andy's games. He's not one of those AAA guys. Okay, he sticks up for the small guys. Oh, you mean just Celeste and Undertale and Shovel Knight and all the big little guys, not the small little guys. Fuck them. Okay, I'm being a dick, but I always find it fascinating when people say, "Oh, I'm into indie games." Oh, what indie games do you play? Oh, and like names like the top 10 indie games. And that's it. Like, I'm sorry, if you're saying you're an indie game guy and you can't name me a game that I've not heard of, I don't know if you're an indie game guy. I want to be honest. I'm gatekeeping. I'll be with you. If you can't name me an indie game I've not played, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. Like, if I would say, oh, I'm an indie game guy, like, okay, Musty, what kind of indie games? You ever heard of Genesis Noir? You ever heard of Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight? You ever hear of Bad End Theater? Come on, I got games, bro. I got games. I got indies, okay? I got indies. I'm like, I'm one of those indie guys. I got those in my Steam library. I need to play them at some point.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn like, I'm better, I'm different than other gamers. I play underground stuff.
Okay, fair. You know, I paused it too soon again. He admits it. My bad. I keep pausing it too soon. I apologize for being back.
I'm my own horn like, I'm better, I'm different than other gamers. I play underground.
He's self-aware at least.
It's just a point where like that's just more cost efficient for me. It's more time efficient for me. And I generally think that these companies of like 4 people, 1 person, 10 people who are working a real job put so much charm, creativity, innovation, passion
100%
into their games so that I can feel it. Like as much as I know I want to make money, I care about making a great product. There isn't that corporate greed that's kind of holding it down. Do you feel me?
I get you.
And that is why I want more Pokemon fans to try other Pokemon games. Kindred Fates is coming out. I want you to try stuff like Nexomon Extinction, Monster Crown. Rizimon looks like Pokemon that's really unhinged.
Fucking Rizimon? God damn.
To get down, like, there's a lot of cool things out there I just think you should just try and give a shot.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm getting tongue-tied now. I've been talking for nearly 4 hours. But yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. If Pokemon isn't for you, I think maybe try a different creature collecting game. Maybe the creature collecting genre is for you, but not Pokemon. Maybe that's a possibility. Yeah, absolutely.
What I want to understand is what keeps you guys here. Like, what keeps you guys so hopeful that Game Freak will put out something incredibly dope, new, innovative, fresh. I've seen like Digimon has been
again, I'm not even necessarily, but like I think the thing is I don't even think Pokemon fans want something innovative and innovative. I think people just want like a new Pokemon game that does more of the same plus more. Like when you say I'm gonna hear the words you said again.
Incredibly dope, new, innovative, fresh.
Dope, PLZ is dope. New, PLZ is technically new. Innovative, I think they changed up. I want to say the battle system is innovative. I would say at least changes things up. And fresh, I'd say it's fresh. Oh, I'd say so.
I've seen like Digimon has been Stranger Time Stranger has been causing a lot of division in the Pokemon and Digimon community, whereas a lot of Pokemon fans are really liking it. I really got to play Cyber Sleuth and all those games at some point. I'm so
yeah, I heard those. If anyone's interested, that's the plan. Okay, yeah. I'll look into that. I'll definitely look into that. 'Cause I'm curious. I'm curious about myself.
Those, but like, why? Explain to me. Like, I really want to know this. Like, I went from anger to like genuine curiosity. Like, is there something I'm just not seeing here? Like, I love Mudkip, so Swampert like my favorite Mon. But like, if new game Treemon comes out and you have a dope water type that I just think looks cool, like I'll just gravitate there. Like I'm not beholden to the property that Nintendo, Game Freak, and the Pokemon Company made. I don't really care. Like
I'm glad, honestly, I'm glad that's the case for you. I really don't want something completely new for Pokemon. Just to see an expanded and friendly, polished version of SV. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what I want too. You know what I mean?
A good monster tamer game is a good monster tamer game, even if it's my first time seeing this creature, monster, mon, whatever you want to call it.
He seriously got mad that Pokemon fans like I like him like advocating for other creature collecting games. But yeah, it seems impossible to fathom the idea that yes, I'm a modern Pokemon fan. Yes, I like the series. Yes, we exist. Do you know what I mean? Like, is that so hard to, it's just as simple as that. I like Pokemon. Like, I could go into more detail. Maybe this is not like the right space for it, but like,
and
yeah, he's just this whole video, like the Pokemon aspect of this video fails when, like, considering he's under the assumption that Pokemon, like modern Pokemon has no value. I know that's where this video fails. This video falters, should I say? I wouldn't say it fails, it falters, because I'd say him advocating for other creature collectors is a good thing, absolutely. But yeah, I'd say that anything where he's talked about modern Pokemon, I think he's like.
Is it the nostalgia? Is it take you back to a time when you were a kid and life was much more simple? And again, I want to make it clear that if you're like a content creator or like, listen, I just buy Pokemon for my son and daughter. Like, I don't know what a Pikachu from a Charizard is. I know my kid likes Pokemon. I buy Pokemon. Those are the sales that always make the most sense to me. I don't really care. I don't want to get into that. I'm talking about you guys who are from the 90s like me. I'm born in 93, or you're at least like 98 to like 2000. So you're well in your 20s, early 30s.
It's me. Okay.
And you still can't seem to not buy a Pokemon game. You have to buy Arceus. You have to buy Let's Go Pikachu. You have to buy Let's Go Eevee. You have to buy Sword and Shield.
I didn't have to buy any of them. In fact, I think I've gone on record many a times to say PLA was going to be my last game. Because Sword and Shield pissed me off so much, I was literally just going to quit. I was going to quit. But then I was like, if the next game doesn't have something to keep me going, I'm going to quit the series. I would have been like, that's fine. I think the series just isn't for me anymore. And I played it, and I can obviously see, not only did that game change it up really well, but it had enough meat on the bone along with that nostalgia to keep me coming back, you know? So I don't get it. Like, I just like the direction, but yeah, I like the direction modern Pokemon's going, absolutely. How does he keep finding the correct answer and then keeps going like he did? I don't get it. It's actually a uniquely frustrating video because like he's had like so much of it is good, but so much of it just sucks. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like like I don't have to. Like, I think your terminology fails you. I don't have to buy a Pokemon game. And okay, and this is the part where young paperwork, if you're sitting in front of it, would say, okay, I didn't mean have to. I meant this is like, what compels you to? I'm like, what compels me is that the game is fun. Like, genuinely, that's what it is. Like, I played PLA, despite, like, and I played it wanting, okay, this Pokemon game better fucking win me back. And it did. And I played SV, and yeah, the performance issues, I'm never going to, no one should ever defend them. They were terrible, but they weren't so terrible that it stopped me from enjoying the game. The DLC just rounded out a package all more. And I played PLZ, and this game's phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just kind of like Pokemon, bro. It's as simple as that. And yeah, there's many people in my chat just saying the same thing, you know what I mean? They just like Pokemon.
Scarlet and Violet, and Scarlet and Violet to me is like an affront.
Would you say PLA is the most innovative of the modern ones? I would say so, yeah. I would say so. I think it definitely mixed up the formula in a fantastic way, and that's why everyone loves PLA so much, you know?
It is a sword and shield. Scarlet and Violet, and Scarlet and Violet to me is like an affront. It is a spit in the face to what video games are supposed to be and look like. Yeah, the same way I feel about like Sonic 06. Like
yeah, like so he's just yeah, it's just lost in the sauce, unfortunately. SV, I'm never going to defend the performance issues, but the games are fantastic. The games are fantastic. When you say it's an affront to video games, I'm just like, okay, so you're just stuck in your scrimbly, bimbly, indie little mess. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. Dimitri's around the corner, all right? This video's the equivalent when someone gets mad at someone who watches Disney movies instead of watching high art like Angel's Egg and Hungarian Epic Tragedy of Man. Yeah, like that's literally what this is. Yeah, because he's advocating for like good things in the sense that, oh, if you don't like creature collectors, if you don't like Pokemon anymore, there's other creature collectors. But instead he's like, but why are you playing Pokemon? It's like, exactly. Like I like Pokemon because it's fun. I don't buy Pokemon. Like I'm not out here going, well, like don't get me wrong. Are there a contingent of fans that are like that? Like I could believe that there is a Pokemon fan that he's describing. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Pokemon fan you're describing is probably not the kind of Pokemon fan that's gonna watch this kind of video. Does that make sense? I don't think you should gear a video around to those kind of people that are just gonna buy the games uncritically because they're not looking for videos like you. I don't think they are, personally. I wouldn't make a video get these sorts of people, you know? It's the reason why, like, I don't want to, like, even though I'm doing a series called GRIFTWATCH, a mini-series, I don't want to cover the people that are, like, so blatantly grifters. Like, I'm not covering Lord Frogmire. I'm not doing that, I'm sorry. Like, it's just not happening. Because, like, that's just, he's doing his thing, all right? You don't need me to tell you he's a grifter. You know what I mean? What you need me to tell you is, like the other coverage, you know what I mean? That's what you need me for, all right? But you don't need me to tell you, okay? You know him.
That is not a completing game.
Yeah, I would say SWSH was an affront to gaming. Yeah, I would say that. There's a reason why Sonic 06 mod that's praised for fixing the game changes none of the level designs. It's the tech issues that cripple it. Yeah, SV on the Switch 2. I would tell you right now, if someone said, Musty, SV still worth buying, on a Switch 2, yes. If you're someone who's never played a Pokemon game, you've got SV and PLZ, yeah. Why do we watch beat 'em ups then? I thought, listen, I'm going to put my hands up. I thought beat 'em ups could actually make a good review. I'm going to put my hand up. I didn't think he was going to be that bad. I'll be real with you. I'll be so real with you. I didn't think beat 'em ups was like that bad. I knew it was going to be like bad. I think he'd come up with some normal points. I thought he'd come up with some normal points. That was my bad. That's on me. Okay.
That is not a.
I don't regret it. It was funny.
Out for us to consume and play, and I hate y'all for that. Like, what the hell are you doing? It's not a complete game. It makes me sick.
Oof.
About like Sonic 06, like that is not a completing game. That is not a finished product, and you put it out for us to consume and play, and I hate y'all for that. Like, what the hell are you doing? It's not a complete game. It makes me sick.
Oh, it satisfied me, Lord, buying on paperwork. Oh, yes, I love the gamers. When are you so satisfied? Lovely. You're so chill in the beginning. What happened? He fell off. Our brother fell off, Empathetic Gamer. One of our brothers fell off. Can you believe this? Honestly. It's black on black crime, man. We shouldn't be doing this to each other, man. We're gonna be uplifting each other. It's gonna be black excellence.
Sonic Boom make me sick.
And this is like a mix, so, do you know what I mean?
I think the Pokemon adjacent games have added either something new and fresh to the Pokemon formula, and you'd be surprised how one small change can actually affect something that you really like. I'll give you a great example. I really like platform fighters, right? I was a huge Smash Brothers guy, but Ultimate hasn't really moved me that much. I don't know. It just, for whatever reason, I don't think it's a bad game. I don't hate it, but I don't really care about it. I got into Rivals of Aether in about 2020, and I think that game is phenomenal. I actually do have Rivals of Aether 2. I haven't played it much, honestly. I only got it because it had such a great sale. It was like $16 CAD. Like, I gotta get it now. And Smash,
it's just an ad, isn't it? No, he's got to talk about no. If he mentions what's the other one? Fuck, what's the other one? If he mentions Guilty Gear, we know this is an ad. This is an ad, okay?
Right? You can dodge roll, you can spot dodge, and you can ledge grab. In the first Rivals, you can parry. Some characters or one character has like a command.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I am gonna jump ahead of the video because I'm not. Listen, I'm not. Your name is killing me, okay? Your name is killing me. And he said, I'm tired of editing. I'm just gonna let this match play out. So hang on, if you're not gonna edit, why am I watching? Why am I watching, bro? What's happening here? What's going on? Just as an end with this guy, the editing on this video wasn't even anything crazy to begin with. Literally, the editing in this video was nothing. It was just gameplay, bro. And you can't even edit. What's going on? What's going on, young paperwork? I could have done this in a night. this is black on black crime. Oh, what's happening here, broski? I'm gonna jump ahead a little.
That I think is pretty fly. So, Gym Leader Ed is a great place to look if you're looking for different type of Monster Tamer games and whatnot. I'm gonna come on and definitely Cassette Beast video and maybe like a kind of, if you like, maybe like a little like montagey, not montagey, but like a collection, a video with a collection of games that I think are great Monster Tamers, creature collections that you guys would really enjoy and like. So, I'm gonna leave it at it there. Again, I initially wanted to come here and just be angry and just rip you guys a new one because honestly, as much as almost every fan
I think you should have, honestly.
base I dislike and they all annoy me, even ones that I'm a part of. Like I'm a One Piece fan. I hate One Piece fans. I'm a Kobe fan. Yeah. Rest in peace, Kobe. I hate Kobe fans. I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. Don't like CR7 fans. Kubera.
Yeah, you know I don't like you neither. How about that? Fucking Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah. Being a fan of a player instead of a club, disgusting. Get out of my fucking sport, mate.
Fans are cool.
Disgusting.
Fans are cool. I don't like them. Like, you know, I hate Batman fans. I hate bronzexuals. Like, I don't, you know, there's a lot of families I don't like. But Nintendo fans, but as a subset of them, specifically Pokemon fans, their ability to shake ass, put their cape in the wind, and completely gobble and eat up anything the Pokemon Company and Game Freak does, just I don't know why it infuriates me. I can't.
I'm serious. I don't know why it infuriates me either. Guys, I'm gonna say that. Gamers, I hate it so much. Oh, gamers. He's gonna get me to say the phrase I hate so much. I hate this phrase with every fiber of my being, chat. I want you to know, but I'm gonna say it. Let people enjoy things. Just let people enjoy things. I hate that phrase so much. But if you're telling me you're this pressed, oh, but like you gotta do something, man. You gotta do something. When does it end, Robbie? When does it end? I have to say it. I had to say the phrase, okay? I hate that phrase so much. The exact kind of person who's ever said that is the most losery motherfucker on planet Earth. It's the kind of person who doesn't have a defense but just wants to say, oh, I mean to me, it's like that kind of person. You know the exact kind of person I'm thinking of when you say, or when I'm saying let people enjoy things. But I think it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I hate it so much.
There's me. And part of it is I just want better for y'all. And after being,
but I have better. It's called Pokemon Legends Z8 for the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. No, young people, no. What are you doing?
This experience with so many game franchises that I like, and being able to come out on the other side unscathed with a new game.
Bro, I'm conflicted, man. Because like your overall message is I think we'll leave. I'll watch all the way to the end. I want to hear what you're saying.
Fucking fuck with. I think you guys are capable of doing the same thing, and that's what I want for you. I want better for y'all. So, hopefully, y'all.
Again, do you know what he's doing? Oh, do you know what he's doing, chat? He's doing that. I'm gonna invoke his name again. He's doing the Nintendo Land thing of chat, of like pretending that like he's the advocate for like a whole community. When Nintendo Land says unironically, guys, we just need a 3D Mario game right now. It'll unify the community. I think that's like easily one of the dog shit cringe statements I've ever heard. Like who died and elected you king, bro? Just make it put the videos in the bag, Nintendo Land. Put the videos in the bag, okay? When you say, guys, I just want better for you. I just want better, like who? Brother, you're not in office. It certainly ain't you, that's for damn sure. What do you mean? Again, he completely can't fathom the idea that like I just like modern Pokemon. I'm the same as you. I'm a 90s kid. You know what I mean? I just like it. And there was a time where I was disillusioned with it, but the series want me back. You know? I don't get it. I used to hate on people that bought Call of Duty every year until I realized I don't play those games. As long as I can tell the difference, what does it matter? Yeah, I think. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm so glad you said that. Like, well, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. I would say it is morally correct to make fun of sports slop, shooter slop people. But like, as someone who used to be a shooter slop, sports slop guy, the games are just fun. That's what it is. The games are genuinely just fun. If the games were terrible, we wouldn't buy it. And don't get me wrong, while there's a contingent of people who hate them and still play them, they just like a bitch and a whine. Like, eventually, I got tired of sports slop, shooter slop, so I started playing other games. It will happen. We don't need you making a video preaching to people about this. Just tell us where to point, and we can figure out the rest. But instead, it's like, it gets me so mad, guys. It gets me so fucking... I'm so mad, guys. I'm so mad. I really just think people don't know that. I really think it's just that they don't know that people buy Pokemon games because they like them. Not every Pokemon fan is some agony over the state of the franchise. I think it's just, he seems to think that every Pokemon fan is like the soy boy he's made up in his head. You know, it's like no. I mean, I can't speak for the state of everyone in this chat, but I'm sure there's a bunch of people in my chat also that are in the same boat as me, in that, oh, they like Pokemon. If Pokemon's bad, then yeah, it's bad. We just move on. You know, even the Palkia chat. I'm sure there'd be some people in both chats that would say the same thing. You know, yeah, I just like the games. I just like the games, bro. If anything, being so preachy will make people less likely to do so. Yeah, I think this is this video is a classic example, chat, of you can be right, but it doesn't matter if you're an asshole about it. Never. And I think this is a genuine life advice for all of you. It does not matter if you're right. Just imagine, chat. Let me give you an example. Oh, you didn't know the Earth was round? Look at this. Oh, yeah? Of course you wouldn't know that, would you? Oh, man. Well, everyone knows this. We get taught in school. You didn't know because you weren't taught. Oh, you were homeschooled? I bet your hick parents didn't teach you about that, huh? They're just like, damn, I want the Earth to be flat just to spite this bitch. You know? That's how it goes. That's how it goes, you know? It doesn't matter how right you are if you're a prick about it. If you can't explain things in an adequate manner, as friendly as possible, you do the reverse of what your cause entails. And in fact, you do far more harm than good. Because think about it, right? There are people that think about it, before, if you end up preaching for something and you did a bad job, that person probably would have had 0 interactions with someone of your ilk. Now they have one and it's negatively associated. Think about it. Somebody watching this video was probably a Pokemon fan like me who was like, oh my God, like there are other creature collecting games. But then like you were so preachy and annoying about it, they're like, I don't know, man, I've seen it. Now the association between other creature games is you being a preachy asshole about it. You see? Now you've made that association for them. So then much less, now it's a lot harder for someone who's gonna come in earnest to actually convince them the point you wanna make. And I'm telling you, the people, what you're doing is doing more damage than you intend to. And you don't even know it. That's the worst bit. And don't get me wrong, I wanna be clear again. Is it like exhausting to always have to be on your best foot to advocate for the cause when you care about it? Of course it's exhausting. But if you care about it enough, you would do that for your cause, especially in a static medium like YouTube. In a live stream, I don't doubt for a second that the things I've advocated for, I've kind of been like maybe a little bit hypocritical about. Yeah, maybe something like I advocate for the whole don't people online. I'm sure there's been an instance or two where like maybe even it's for comedic effect, I people online. Do you know what I mean? But like I would say for the 90+% of my time on this platform, I've been very consistent about that. The beauty for YouTube video is you have a static medium in which you can convey your message as perfectly as possible. So there's literally very little excuse for not getting your thesis out in the best way you possibly can, because you could watch it back. You get people to watch it for you. Like, do you know what I mean? So when you do this, I'm just like, yeah, I would argue that you could make this. I would argue that it behooves you to take this down and try it again and make your argument a lot better. If you genuinely believe your cause, I think that'd be the best for it. Because anyone watching this video is not coming away thinking, there are other creature collecting games. Why don't I play other creature collecting games? They'd probably come away feeling attacked personally, you know. So I'm just like, yeah, it's like unlike you, I've researched my material and play more games. And if I do things for myself, I have fun. Yeah, you see, that's that. Literally, you've just been nerded. Yobi, you've just been nerded, bro. You've just been nerded. Oh, man, it's unfortunate because, again, I like his message. It's just he was a bit of a cunt about it. So I'm just like, sure, I guess. do your thing, broski. Unlike you, therefore, literally. So, unfortunate. Genuinely unfortunate, because I do think what you preach for is good in terms of, like, you know, play more games that you enjoy. But I cannot co-sign the method in which you decided to preach that message. So, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But let's have a look at the comment show. Let's see about the comments. I'm curious about the comments on this one. I'm not used to getting this many comments on so fast on the video, so I'm trying to like and heart comment. Anyway, I'm sorry I can't keep up. I want to make a follow video just to concretely crystallize some points I made. Okay, interesting. I don't think we'll watch that tonight, chat. We'll watch that next time. We'll watch his follow-up next time. I also plan to present more cool alternatives. Oh, so he's going to make one. Okay, that's interesting. So we'll check back on it next time, gamers. We'll check back on the point and see if he made a better video. And I will see if he made a better video than this. Because I think he did the small YouTuber thing. This is another tip for anyone that's a small YouTuber. Don't assume no one's going to see your video. I don't know why. Why would you upload a video on a platform with billions of people and assume no one's going to watch it? Like, obviously, like, your platform is small, so a lot of people might not watch it. But why would you make your points not as best as possible just because not a lot of people are going to see it? Like, I know that I make my videos with the express intent that if it goes viral, I know I'm standing by everything I said, you know? Regardless of the views it got. Because I know I finalized my points to the nth degree, you know? Regardless of whether it gets like 10 or 100 or 1,000 or a million. So I think he made that mistake. Sometimes that mistake is better learned practically than theoretically. But I guess he had a practical example. He legit, oh no, my tweet left the target audience on this public platform. Ooh, like, yeah, I don't know why you tweeted that, you know? Post idea is if it might, yeah, exactly. And this bit. My favorite, oh, I see you're a man of code. Oh, fucking. I hate these people, guys. I hate it. Guys, these people aren't with me. These people aren't with me, okay? These people aren't with me. It's really annoying as a fan of Digimon and Pokemon at the same time with this current hate happening. Oh, man, you just got to pick which father you're going to stay with, Hydro. Which father are you going to stay with, okay? Do this here. Pokemon Coliseum Andes. I love that there's the parts of the community where we're going to have a balanced conversation like this. It feels like a family meeting with the one thing we all love. Well, I don't know, it felt like I mean, he's right. This did feel like a family meeting. I got preached at completely, I got unsolicited preaching. Literally, this did feel like a family meeting. It felt like I was sitting there eating dinner, we were all enjoying ourselves. Oh, when are you gonna have kids, by the way? That's what this felt like. So you're right, this did feel like a upvo. Oh my God. I love Pokemon, and I love all Pokemon like a mom loves her misbehaving child. But I'm not going to say they're doing great when they're not. If they want their allowance, they're going to have to work for it, learn from their mistakes, and not do the same thing over and over again. I'm still going to look for those metaphorical family pictures and reminisce about back when they were cute, amazing, and perfect. Not the analogy I would use, but sure, I guess. I showed a meme to my mom when I got a 30-minute lecture. I don't show memes to my mom anymore, okay? I don't. I got my opinion in on whatever my fuck-ass cousin thought about my choice of career, literally. Take it from someone named Darth. Do not get attached to companies nor series. Get attached to single good products and judge every game individually. Yeah, true. People out here married to the brand name. I see so many people saying, of course I'm going to buy it, it's Pokemon. So instead of trying out the games like Coromon, Nexomon, Cassette Beast, and Monster Sanctuary, they'll only play Pokemon. Yeah, and if they're that lost in the source, then let them. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what? You're under the assumption that it's your job to like change people's minds. It's not your job. Like, if you want to, then by all means, you can like put out a case. Like in the same way that like I wouldn't say it's my job. If you said, Musti, what's your job on this platform? Like, my job is to, I just stream, bro. do you think this whole GRIFTWATCH series came because I had like a dream? It came to me in a dream. I just woke up and I'm like, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if I did a series called GRIFTWATCH? If people get anything out of this, then amazing. No, genuinely, I find when people say I become more awoken, I become more woke to the people online phenomena. I become much better making arguments for my points. I become a lot better, like, you know, expanding my scope of video games. I take absolute pride in that. But I wouldn't say that's my purpose on this platform. My purpose on this platform is I just kind of want to have fun, man. I just kind of want to have fun, bro. I'll be real with you. I just like live streaming because it's fun. If it ain't fun, why bother? I take the Reggie approach. Thanks so much. Awesome. Also, I saw another one earlier. Recommend Moon Channel video. We'll watch that some other time. After maybe the GRIFTWATCH series, we'll look into that a bit, yeah? People who crap on the media while glazing another thing as bears usually makes me not want to look to yeah, it happens all the time, doesn't it? Definitely happens all the time. And let's continue. GRIFTWATCH is genuinely content, thank you. Listen, y'all, I follow Spen on both channels on the sessions. He held back his hate a lot for the sake of this conversation. Well, la-di-da, like the fuck you mean? Guys. I woke up out of bed for this stream. Where's all the soy claps? Hang on. Chat, is there a delay? Is it? Hello, is this thing? I'm sorry, did I not? Nothing? I mean, a bit late, chat. You're a bit late. I mean, I don't really feel appreciated anymore. I remember I came off the toilet to watch the stream. You're watching this in bed? Hang on, whoa. Hang on. I do not accept people watching this in bed. If you're in bed right now, you can't be watching my stream. I expect you at attention. Don't load up that game. Do not boot up that game of Fortnite you were just about to play in the background. Hey, 10 and 2, okay? 10 and 2 on the So Musty stream, okay? Excuse me, disgusting behavior from a lot of you people. I personally wouldn't spite these people just by continuing to buy. Hang on. I personally would want to spite these people just by continuing to buy more Pokemon if this is how they act. I don't have the money for that personally, but fair enough. Your second monitor? I'm second monitor tier? Yeah, ban the chat. Can I listen to it on a walk? Okay, I accept that. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. I'll allow that. I'll allow that. I think you got at the end there. People love Pokemon for the nostalgia and to play with their favorites. I like it because, yeah, don't get me wrong. I like that. I like it for that too, but I also like the game being really fucking good. Like, X and Y was, like, also, Sword and Shield could not be carried, but because it was like a nostalgic series to me. Does that make sense? I'm watching on the free. I'm watching at work. I'm doing homework. Yeah, no, you people are cooked. I can't believe this. My second monitor's coming in soon. You'll be relegated? Yeah, I'm alt-tab tier? Listen while driving's fine. I have you on a second one while editing because you're funny. Okay, don't be nice to me, okay? Fuck you. I'm trying to be mean to chat right now. Fuck you. Get out of here, man. I'm not watching your shadow video after now, okay? Just because you said that, okay? For many people, Pokemon isn't just a monster collector, it's a hobby, it's their community, it's an aspect of their identity. So some people letting go of Pokemon means letting go of part of themselves. Couldn't be mean though. I think that's another aspect too. Like, yeah, some people do tie parts of their personality. I would say a bit much, but it's not always a bad thing, if that makes sense. Like, if someone makes Pokemon their core identity but they're not being a cunt about it, I don't really see an issue with that. I would say it's an issue in principle that maybe you shouldn't tie your whole identity to one thing, because then if you lose it, then you lose your identity. But I don't, it depends. It's just, are you a cunt about it, really, honestly? Which has always been second mono? God damn. Making it part of their online identity and personality is not an angle I thought about. I should address that in my follow-up, thank you. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't think about it, but better late than never, I say. Better late than never. I noticed a common theme in this section is a lot of folks don't really care about the monster catching genre as a whole, but specifically like Pokemon. I would say so. I feel the specific way about this series isn't just the games, but it's the cards, the movies, the shows, the merch, and so forth. It's just something that you don't get from other monster catching games within this genre, and Pokemon feels a bit more polished, in depth, lived in. Even stuff like the ecology book just appeals to me in a way that other creature collecting games just don't. Partly because of how it covers the world in such a technical way, I just don't see other series doing that much. With that being said, the last game I bought from the franchise was Sword and Shield. I'm not dishing down another 60 to 80 on an incomplete or lackluster game. I love Pokemon, and likely always will to some capacity. But at the same time, I'm not going to pay for a product that I feel is underperforming on my expectations in such an extreme and basic way, especially for such a high price tag. Yeah, go amazing. So when when PLZA kind of choked the expectations, I wasn't really surprised this time. Just annoyed that it seemed that Game Freak wasn't really improving any worthwhile of acknowledging, especially when you have competitors at least trying with significantly less budget and seem to and sometimes even outperforming Pokemon in effort. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Literally, like, perfect. You're literally the exact kind of person that this video was made for. Like, you're someone that loves Pokemon but wants other creature collectors, and he advocated for your cause. Amazing. Yeah, good stuff. Wonderful. I would disagree with this your thesis in that, like, you feel like it's not me. Obviously, they said it kind of choked in expectations for them. Then that's fair. For me, I know that for me the games are getting better. I think for me the quality of what Game Freak is doing is obviously like evident, right? But if this person doesn't see it that way, that's fine. I humbly disagree. Really, that's what it comes to. My favorite Pokemon-esque game has to be Monster Hunter Stories. Honestly, the thought of stories never going past the first game really saddened me. Yeah, here we are, the third game on the horizon, looking so much better. I'm glad. Honestly, I'm glad. Just play SMTV Vengeance if you want modern Pokemon game that caters to adults and isn't influenced by Pokemon at all. I'm not gonna lie, I think one of Pokemon's greatest strengths is that it's not exactly, because like for me, I'm playing what? Persona 3, playing God of War. I want to start Alan Wake 2 soon. So I'm like, I've got all these like adult stories. I just want a game that's like kind of made for kids, man. Just to mix things up. Do you know what I mean? So I'm okay with that personally. I'm okay with it. There seems to be a contingent of Pokemon fans that are like not okay with Pokemon just being like a game for kids. And I'm like, I don't think I'm okay with this. Because I play other games so I could get a varied like game diet, you know? Persona's kind of Pokemon without being Pokemon. Oh yeah, basically. I'm glad you talked about Cassette Beast because my jaw was immaculate. It's a ridiculous disservice that it don't got a lot of public conversation. There's creature collectors are doing magic in the indie space that are getting ignored because the chemical in the Pokemon brain. Fair. Monster Sanctuary's battle system is so complex that battles end up not being that fun for me. The music and monster design and integration is so satisfying. I keep going back to it. If I had a video in the queue right after this, and the dude was talking about how the way Pokemon games are programmed is a lot like gambling with the values of its RNG provides for dopamine shots, and that its addictive tendency is probably what's keeping them to the series so unchallenged. What, Jesse? What the fuck? What the fuck? Who's this guy? It's not like gambling with the value its RNG. I want to meet who this guy is. Who is this video? Hang on. Sancho, who was that guy? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, when we played SV like last month, and like we said zap cannon, I mean, we're just doing that for fun, chat. I was just doing that for a good stream meme. I don't know what the snug. Okay, interesting. If anyone finds the video that bro's just typing, maybe, I don't know. Interesting. That addictive tendency might be the Dragon Quest inspiration check. Maybe, I don't know, man. I don't know what he's on. We got a cool song for this. I think a big part of why some people can't let go of Pokemon is because of the gigantic community surrounding the game. I mean, heck, how often do you hear, I met some of my closest friends because of Pokemon? I mean, my fiance through Pokemon. Of those, help me build significant connections that stick with them to this day. Admitting that the games aren't worth their time anymore feels like losing a significant part of that bond with those people. I mean, so many people grew up playing Pokemon with their sibling or family as well. It's often harder to let go if other people around are still holding on to it as a precious memory. Especially since the games come out so often. How many people have a partner, sibling, or friend that they play every new release title with? Oh, I do. I play it with my fiance. Although not so much this time. I think I streamed the whole thing, which was a bit weird for me, but I still ended up talking about it with her after every stream. How many people have a community that they love streaming their games to every couple of years? Letting go of Pokemon feels like losing a significant chunk of their community. This isn't my personal experience, but I can understand that. Yeah, but pretty much what the comment earlier said, which I agree. What do they say? That's an interesting take, but just because Pokemon brought a couple together doesn't mean that memory gets tarnished by not playing the newer games. At least in my opinion, my girl and I bonded over Disney, but if we didn't watch another Disney movie again, doesn't mean that moment or time isn't special. Point will be taken though. No, absolutely, but it just means that I could definitely see someone still maybe playing Pokemon a bit, so they still have that connection. I could definitely see that still being a thing. Like, I think I'm a good example, chat, right? In the 2010s, I kind of fell out of football. But like in the late 2010s, I got really back into football again. And a part of it was like, I kind of just wanted to get back into football again. But I won't lie that a good chunk of my motivation for getting back into watching football again, my beloved Arsenal, wasn't because like I really wanted something to talk about, like my coworkers with, you know, like my friends and like football was something that they were all into except me. And I'm just like, I kind of wanted to jump into this conversation a bit more. So I decided to give Arsenal a watch again. And good Lord, it was horrible. Listen, lockdown Arsenal is not for the weak gamers. 2020's Arsenal is not for the weak, trust me. If you know, you know. But at least to give me something to complain about, right? I was like, fucking Emery, am I right? What's going on here? Have you seen this shit? Have you seen this shit? Game it 8th twice? You know? So I could still see that being a thing for people, you know? Which is an interesting perspective to think about, because it literally happened to me, you know? An Arsenal fan, I'm unmembering and meet. I'll get out of here, okay? Get out of here, okay? Listen. Don't need that. Sorry, Leonard, listen. Mr. Leonard, I'm sorry, broski. I can't hear you over the sound of my 4-0, brother. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. 4-0. Everyone said that was going to be the Harambe derby. 0-0, no goals, 0 XG. We've got 4 past them, okay? Honestly, 4, motherfucker, 4. Everyone thought it was going to be a 0-0 ball fest. All right, get out of here, nerds. All right. I played all of them. 34-year-old Gen 1 here. Black and White 2 HGS FLJ peak Pokemon. It won't get better in terms of exploration and content packed. Old. I always bought and owned a Nintendo handle specifically for Pokemon. Once I finished Ultra Sun, I saw where the deal was. I quit after that. Watching the fallout from Swish and ZA has been nothing short of you made the right choice you ever saw. I mean, you're just old. It's okay. You're old. It's fine. No, it's fine. You're old, okay? You're old. All right? You're old. That's all right. Thank you for giving me suggestions. Yeah, I'm glad he gave suggestions, definitely. I'm glad he did that. What else have we got? The whole understanding he's an online crowd, but the offline crowd. Yeah, those fucking mums with their kids, right? Those fucking mums. Set piece again, ole, okay, shut up. I don't care. Either way, we'll leave it there. Young paperwork, gamers, we'll put a pin in this one, okay? We'll put a pin in this one, and we'll come back later, gamers. We'll come back later to see if Young Paperwork gets his redemption arc. Because, yeah, like, there's a skeleton of a good video here if you try again. And unfortunately, this wasn't it. This wasn't it, unfortunately. I think there was just too much preachy in my speechy. Hey, I was like, that rhymes. Too much preachy in my speechy. And I think it's fair to say, I would say you got a little lost in the sauce. I think you got a little, the sauce. You got a little lost, brother. You got a little lost. You definitely got a little lost. Hey, we got a nice spectrum going on. Oh my God, I didn't even notice this, by the way. Hey, aren't I the best stream ever, mates? I think we got, I don't think he's a grifter. I think grifter is definitely too harsh. Definitely 100% lost in the sauce. Like, this is the definition of lost in the sauce, you know? Because he's so focused on, like, talking up other games that he's just like talking down other games, and just like, I think you're just kind of going against your purpose, really. But we'll check it next time and we'll see if he changes his spot on the griftometer. Amazing stuff, gamers. Amazing stuff. Spectrum. Yeah, I made it a spectrum, the griftometer spectrum, to appeal to the autistics in my community, you know? You know how it goes, gamers. You know how it goes. I think that's all I got for today, gamers.